ゃくちゃ強い。めちゃくちゃ強いですよ、ゆずりは。
Yeah, Yuzu is OP. Yep.
Yeah, he's suddenly talking about Yuzu is very strong.
フォックスパー
Okay.
ティー使うんや。
Oh, so he's saying,
この
oh,
人は
Fox is
ね
playing Batista.
マジで分割の精度高いっす。今の、この男はマジで分割の精度高いし、
So he's talking about how Fox is really good at charge partitioning, I think.
Okay.
でもこのクソ強いバティスタに勝った白夜使いがいるってマジ？
so he's like, he's like, is there really a Byakuya player out there who won against this crazy strong Batista? That's crazy.
True.
白夜がいるってマジ？
Magic.
PSO キーボード刺さらんのか？
The accentation.
Oh, okay. Apparently one of the two of them is playing on
これ
keyboard.
これ分割です。後ろためが3つです。
Oh, they're talking about charge partitioning here. He's like, this is charge partitioning.
後ろため3つです。ユリアのタックルですね。
Comparing it to Yuri and tackle combos from Third Strike.
タックルやけど、これマジでフォンどうすんねん。まあいいか。
He's like, what does Fonon do about this? Whatever.
アンダーナイト、ドット綺麗ですしね、すごい。
He could, Clim can just do cha-cha here now.
地味なんですよね、こんなんもそうやん。
Wow.
どう
He's on my gameplay right now. Focus now. He's like, what do you do about this?
この玉無敵ないよな。ないよな。あ、きついやろ。
Yeah, he's like, Fonon doesn't have any projectile handball, right? This would be pretty rough.
レイおはよう。
Someone in chat is telling him that you can't use Landrekia in this tournament, which isn't true.
Huh? Wow.
はい、バティは
Nice.
さらに埋める意識してる。絶対に埋めないといけないです。バティスタ使いに一番させてはいけない行動が起き上がりの 2A と A サマーです。
So he's saying, like, against Batista, the one thing that you can't let them do on Wake Up is 2A or A flash kick on Wake Up, so you have to melee them. Like, you have to make sure to melee them. Super Flash is 20 frame in this game, so it's very hard to reaction do stuff after Super Flash. Or 22 frame. Very
バティスタ
difficult.
カウンターしないって特性すごいですね。聞いたときびっくりしました。僕もまだびっくりしてます。
He's reading up from chat.
12年間カウンターしてないんですよ。
Very surprising that Batista can't be counter hit, and he's like, yeah, I'm still surprised.
大山直さんですからね。
12 years without being counter hit.
12 years? This game's been out for 12 years? Fuck.
Game came out in 2010. Yeah.
Wow.
ロンドリキはぶられちまったか。あ、これ分割です。
I'm
これは
talking
分
about
割
charge
じゃない。
partitioning
これは
again.
稼いでる。
This is not charge partitioning.
でもフォの弾密度自体は高いから打てるっちゃ打てんのかな。
I think Clim wins this one
これ
somehow.
ね、理想系でしょ。
Yeah. That's all
安
he
心ありが
needs.
とう。
Thank you, 3C.
タクは通してはいけない。いや、ほんとそれ。いや、マジでそれ。タバはなんか、タクの一つに全く入ってないから。どこにいるんだい、そんな白夜使い。いるさ、ここにな。ヒュー。
Someone in chat's just like, where is that Byakuya player? He's like, right here, baby.
埋められた攻撃で文句言ってんじゃねえよ。バティスタの特性は異世界チートって最近呼んでます。マジで異世界転生してきてる。こいつ12年前からスリップしてきてる。もうそろそろちゃんと世界やり直してほしい。
He's talking about how Batista is an isekai character in Uni.
Bro.
Isekai from Unib.
これね、これです。でも、これが多分ね、埋まらんかってんな。いや、これは多分でもね、クライムがもったいないな。これ下がる必要ないからな。だって攻めていいやん。もうコンセプト。
Yeah, so he said this is probably
僕ならっていうかそもそも剥がすな。そもそも剥がすわ。
So he said I'd VO strip here. Clim made a mistake.
時間切れはめっちゃ。
But he's the one with Psycho
こ
now.
のゲームは 16,000試合で 20% ぐらいの価値が時間切れですね。めっちゃ使う。
Oh, you mean off when you get
Yeah,
saved? Yeah.
after
ちょっ
this
との手
combo,
ポイントをクリッ
yeah,
プでや
I
るとちょ
think.
っといい資料になる可能性があるかもしれない。クリップ取っていくクリップ逐一取ってここダメですよって僕は全部ツイートする。うぜえてかこれ足りてるくない？足りてはないか。
No,
So
it can
he's
be
like,
O.
maybe he can kill here, probably not.
No, it can just be O trip
や
there.
ろうけどな。いやーでも剥がしに行くべきやろうな。
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that. Yeah, you
Hoka,
should definitely.
Hoka.
You should VO
Ah.
strip here.
8A 届かんか。無理やな。こ
So
れは A 様
5A
確定してるかも
reach
しれない。
here. So A flash kick wins by
こ
default.
れは、これ難しいな。ここのチェーンシフト難しいっすね。
And this change shift is a
ここ
difficult
のチェーンシフトは
situation.
リバーサルで打ててるフォックスが 100% 偉い。ちゃんとリバーサルでチェーンシフトを打ってるフォックスが偉いとしか言いよ
Yeah,
うが
so
ない。
Foxov is
多分
correct here
立
for
ち絵で
doing
も良かったと
reversal
思う、フォック
CS.
ス側が。
He could have just hit 5A here instead
フォッ
if
ク
he
ス側が
wanted.
立ち絵でしょうね。一番
Foxov
展
could
開
have.
としてありえんのが。でもサマー4やし、サマーの気持ちもわかるか。
Flash kick is 4 frames, so I understand why he would hit it.
大会とかだと緊張し、剥がしたりの表判断
5A is good, but I can
そ
trade
れ
with
もありますね。
phone on 5A.
視野やっぱり狭くなっちゃうから、それはそうかも。評論家として飯を食って生きて。2A が違うやろうな。2A が違う
Yeah,
やろう。
2A was not the answer.
うん。ハマー
Maybe
2A が
5A would
出てるってことは
would
6やろ。いや、やっぱ 2A か立ち A でもよかった感あるな、バティスタ側が。だな。ゲージ払わんでもよかったかも。
Yeah, so he's saying that Foxov didn't have to spend meter here. He probably could have just hit 5A or 2A.
9月か10月アメリカ行こうかなってちょっと思ってます。ちょっと。
Oh, he says he might go to America in September or October.
Yo!
でもな、体力がない
Clim
からな
and
まずは
Climax?
周期。そうやな、最高。いや、これね、マジで偉いポイントなんですよ。これちょっと、
Okay, so
語
he
らせ
says
てもらっ
this
ていい
this part's really good. Let
こ
me
れマジで語
explain
らせて
here.
もらっていいここよ。ここ。時間がさ、9時やん。
So he says that it's 9 o'clock on the TS gauge.
で、5分なのね。で、バ
So
ティ
and
ス
they're
タが
both even
弾
on grid.
打ってるから、
Batista
この
throws a
弾っ
fireball.
て、この側ってシード取り得なのよね。取られへ
This
んかったと
fireball,
して
like, Phonon wants to shield this fireball.
もう体力あるから逃げたらいいし、取れたら周期が取れるから美味しいのよ。だから、この弾って、もう、フォノン側としてはシールド張り得なのね。もう圧倒的に。
So this fireball, you like really want to shield this in this situation as Phonon.
ここでバティスタ側の選択肢が周期を取るためには今世か割るなのよね。で、
Yeah, so if from the Batista side, the only way Batista can get cycle here is either she concentrates or she grid breaks.
Hey Aria, Taku or Climax? I think Trip said, Clim said that it was September or October. So Taku or Climax. Unsure though. Which one he meant. In terms of us EU people, we're thinking of going Climax. So yeah.
としても多分シールド取られたらこれ取られちゃうねんな。
So yeah, even if she
だから
concentrates, if she was
まあ
shielded
消え
here.
ました。で、ここよ。
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so he says, so if Batista chose to concentrate there, if that fireball had been shielded, she'd probably still lose cycle.
Yeah.
Or Phonon would still win cycle there. So then he says, and so they decide, so Foxov decides to just kind of get out of that situation. And then he pauses here and says that this part specifically.
ここでもう取れてるから、まあこれはシールドを取らんかったクライム側がもったいないなっていうところやけど、その前の球にね、球に対してシールドを
So
取られへん
he
かった
says,
クライムがもったいないねんけど、それでも悪い意識をしてたフォックスが偉い。これ完全に悪い意識の投げですね。
yeah, so he said Clim made the first mistake in that situation, not shielding that fireball, because in that second situation, Foxov was winning grid. And then even while he was winning grid, he decided to go for the grid break, assault JP, or assault, what is it? Assault into throw, was it?
Yeah, so J, yeah.
Yeah, assault JA throw. And for that, Foxov, like, excellent decision making on his part, is what clearlamp's saying.
Yeah.
武器を使われへんかったのはもったいない。 組み合わせ面白いな。確定取れず。 口硬直確か C やから2フレん ?4 フレか。多分
Are you talking about landing recovery?
タイムリー2択です。
50-50.
2択が最大指導ってすげえよな。
It's crazy that her 50-50 is one of her best
あ
starters.
りますね。C オタクよりクライマックス・オブ・ナイトっていう大会があって、今年で5年目なんですけど、
I should be there.
僕第1回に招待して
Oh my
い
god.
ただいて
Whew.
行ってるんですよね。で、招待してもらってから1回も行ってないので、ちょっとまあ恩返しの意味も込めて、クライマッ
Oh,
クス
so
で
he says that he's gonna go to Climax if he's gonna go.
行け
Yes.
たらですけど。
Even more reason to go climax.
呼んでもらって、その後音沙汰なしはなんか寂しい。
Apparently, like he was invited to go to the first Climax, and then like he hasn't been to one since, so he like kind of feels bad about that. So that's why he wants to go to Climax.
せっかくね。あ、
Did
偉
Kichi want
い
to
マ
go
モ
as
ツアー
well?
の真似
Huh?
で偉い。このキャラ強すぎるやろ、ふざけんな。
Just too strong.
You just kick out.
ふざけんな。任してく
Fucked
だ
up.
さい。任してください。
Definitely gonna pull up if Japanese and EU are coming out. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be huge. Climax gonna be huge. If we're gonna get Europe's coming.
この画面端はこっからしのげるよ。これは周期取れてるやん。
So he says,
ここは
like
しのげる。これは
you can get past this
クソ
because
キャ
you
ラ
have
ハメキャ
CS
ラ
here.
に見えるけど、知識を持っていればしのげる。
So if you have the matchup knowledge, you can get through this.
まずダッシュ C 見えてますよね。
First,
ガーキャンポイントです。
CC
これ
dash
ガーキャン
C.
確定してる。
You
絶対に
can guard cancel here.
ここ
Oh,
ガー
you
キャン
should
確定して
always
る
guard cancel
まずは
here,
これで
is what he says.
Careful, just go first.
Yeah, you
で
should guard
打た
first
ん
here,
かっ
is
た
what he
クライ
said.
ムがもったいなくて、せめてここ
Clim messed up here, but then here he should have CS'd.
メガネ食い
It's so
チェーンシフトが打ててる
complicated.
自分はゲージ190あるということは EX アセントが打て
He
る
has CS, has 190 meter, you can do
CS アセントで画面端が入れ
EX
替わる
Mm.
なの
TP, and you
で
get side switch.
チェーンシフトは使えてます隙間はいっぱいあったのでこれ
Lots
は
and lots of gaps
う
to
ま
use
く
CS here.
CS を使おうとしているクライム側がもったいない
So this
なぜ
is
か
so this is
まず
Clim here made a mistake by trying to pick and choose when to use CS, and he should have just used it immediately.
Mm.
まずゲージがあるよねこれを払いたいうまく
He has
払いたい
meter, he wants to spend it.
多分
He probably wants to use it well.
ゲージ払って回収からゲージ払うとゲージって溢れちゃうから多分先にゲージ払いたかったんだと思う
So he's saying that
だけど
probably my
自分
guess
が
is
ラウ
that
ンド追っかけてる状況じゃないですか
Clim
だからここ
wanted
は多
to
分リスク取らんとリターンを取らないでリスクを重視して先に CS を払うべき状況ですね
Okay,
だ
yeah.
か
So
ら
he's saying
まあガードスラストで
um,
もいいダッシュ C が見えたらガ
pause the
ー
video
ド
real
スラス
quick.
ト
Oh
押せ
yeah,
てた方がよかった
He's
yeah, go on.
saying from Clim's perspective, he probably wanted to use EX meter first and then CS, because if you CS first and then use EX, you essentially overflow on meter and waste some meter.
Mhm.
But since hold on, can you go back like 10 seconds or so? Just use the
で
arrow keys or
払いたか
something.
ったんだと思うだけど自分がラウンド追っかけてる状況じゃ
Hold
ない
on, hold on. Yo, thanks to the sub, Ryan.
Oh, big Ryan.
Hear me, Schmaden. Yeah, what's up, Pigwell? What's up, Briar? Thanks for the sub, bro.
だか
Appreciate
ら
it.
ここは多分リスク取らんとリターンを取らないでリスクを重視して先に CS を払うべき状況ですね
Yeah,
Nah,
okay. So
nah.
he says, so he's in the position where he's behind on life, and so with that in mind, you should think more about the risk than the potential return, and you should use CS here to try to get yourself into a more favorable position.
Mm. So he said, looking at the time, since the time is early, you shouldn't really be.
No, he's looking at like he's looking at the
This
time
time.
too, but
this
yeah.
time.
It's that, but also like the time is early, and Batista has the life lead. So
Right.
instead of trying to like optimize your return, you should be more worried about the risks that you're taking, and then use the lower risk option, which would be CS here.
Mm-hmm.
ガードスラストでもいいダッシュ C が見えたらガードスラスト
Yeah.
押せてた方が良かったぶっちゃけ
So he says like the ideal would have been to guard thrust after seeing dash C. That would have been like the ideal thing. Presumably because it's guaranteed, right? So
せめてここでチェーンシフトは打つべき。
yeah, so he couldn't do that. So at the very least, he should have CS in this situation.
打ってゲージ払ってチェーンシフトゲージ
Yes,
払えば
spend
多分
gauge. No,
10% は回収できてるからに 100% には維持できてるはずだから 100% 持って画面端に持っていけるからこれは絶対に抜けれる。抜けれてた。むしろ抜けれてた。
yeah. So he says, if he had CS there, he would have spent 100 meter and then gotten about 10 back from the CS. And so he would have gotten probably to at least 100 meter again, and that definitely would have gotten him through the situation, and he would be in a much better position than he is right now.
ここでそうこれシールド取って欲張ってる方が良くない。
Right. So don't try to. His mistake here is trying to be greedy with shields here. That is not the right play here, is what he says.
So use CS is what he's saying, basically.
He says Clim should have used CS like immediately to get himself out of this fucked up situation as soon as possible.
欲張った結果一番リターンがない CS 取って一番リターンがない CS を使ってしまって周期も取られてもうこうなったら終わりよ。
Yeah, so he says because he was greedy, he was forced to use CS in that extremely like mediocre situation with very little possible return, and he used it towards the end of the cycle, which means that he automatically loses the next cycle. And at this point, the round is over.
Like what? It's finished.
だから今ってゲージはあるけど周期はない。相手に周期
He's got meter, but he doesn't have CS. The opponent has CS. They have the health advantage.
うまく使わないといけない。ベイロフは打ちにくい。だから死んでしまう。だからこの状況にならないことが大事なのよ。まずね、そもそもこの状況になってしま
It's
った選
important
択
to
を
not
して
end
し
up
まっ
in
た
this situation that he's in.
Yeah.
This situation where like you might have meter, but you don't have CS. The opponent has CS. They have the health lead. Time's ticking down. You're not at a spacing where VO is threatening to the opponent. This is like not this kind of situation you want to be in, and you have the answer is to just not end up in this situation in the first place.
たことが間違いですね。まあこの状況でやれることがないのかというとそうではないんだけど。
It's not like you're completely hopeless in
ラッ
this
シー席の
situation,
CS 割
but
れてるね。投げでいいからね。CS 投げとか取れてるから、ここで離れてしまってて届く技がない状況で喧嘩をしてしまっている状況が良くない。これは
Anything? Or not?
he's essentially just reiterating like the biggest mistake was not getting yourself out of the situation in the first place when you had multiple opportunities to do so.
これはもったいないですね。これはめちゃく
This
ち
is
ゃ
a
もったいない。
waste.
まあとはいえ1セット持ってる側がクライムやったから強気に行きたい選択肢もわかる。
So he says like, oh well, Clim was ahead one game in the set, so I understand why he might have wanted to
あ
be
まりに
more
も作業
aggressive.
キャラやからバティスタが
Oh, do you see that?
ある。
He went for the ball with the charge
そ
fireball.
れはそれとして。やけどあまりにも作業キャラやから
yeah.
バティスタが
So
Oh,
he
yeah,
might could use it like that. Anyway.
こんちゃ
Oh
ん
my
こん
god.
にちは。おです。いやこれはねやっぱりね周期が見れてんのがフォックスやろうなって思う瞬間がいっぱいありましたね。
So he says there's lots of moments here where Foxit is clearly the one paying attention to cycle between these two.
ここまずこれねグラし込んでるでしょ。これグラし込むのが絶対にもったいない。
I
So
think.
he says OSing here is the wrong option, definitely.
だからグラし込む必要なくてフォノン側が。で気づいて投げに行ってるでしょ。これはやっぱりね周期見れてんのがフォックスって印象ですね。投げを通せれば最悪もともと取れてない状況の投げやから投げ抜けられても結局クライム側に CS がいってるし投げれてたらフォックス側に CS が来るからこれはやっぱり周期が見れてるなっていう印象ありますね。
Wait, can you go back like 10, 20 seconds maybe?
のがフォックスって
At this
A
spot?
little more.
Oh, okay.
A little.
周期取れてるのがクライムやからグラし込む必要なくてフォノン側が で、
Oh yeah, wait, go back one more.
Wow,
step.
okay, okay.
周期が見れてんのがフォックスやろうなって思う瞬間がいっぱいありましたね。ここまず、これね、グラ仕込んでるでしょ。これ
There's a fine.
Yeah, so he notes that that Clim was OSing here, and then he says he shouldn't do this.
グラ仕込むのが絶対にもったいない。周期取れてるのがクライムやから、グラ仕込む必要なくて、フォノン側が。で、気づいて投げに行ってるけど。
So he says Clim had the advantage in grid here, or like was going to have the advantage in grid once cycle turned, so there was no reason to try to go for a throw tech in that situation.
Yeah.
And then here he saw Foxov whiff the throw, and then so that's why Clearlamp is like, oh, so I can tell now that Foxov is the one who's paying attention to grid, because right now essentially the outcomes are the throw gets teched and Clim wins the grid cycle that he was going to win in the first place, or if the throw goes through, then Foxov wins grid.
Yeah.
これはやっぱりね、周期見れてんのがフォックスって印象ですね。投げを通せれば、最悪、もともと取れてない状況の投げやから、投げ抜けられても結局、クライム側に CS が行ってるし、投げれてたら、フォックス側に CS が来るから、これはやっぱり周期が見れてるなっていう印象ありますね。偉すぎー。
Anything?
He's very good job for mashing
フォックス
there.
理解度高い。マジで高い。
Really understands
ってい
what's
うか、
going
見てて
on.
わかるから、理解度が高いなっていうのが。
Yeah, you can tell just from watching is what Clearlamp says, that Foxov really understands what's going on.
Damn, Foxo is gonna be so happy if he watches this.
周期があるとき。偉すぎー。いやー、あれなー、A 勝利やねんな。いやー、
Yeah, A 勝利 would
難し
work.
いよな。リバーサルついてた。
I think.
ついてなかった
Maybe.
よな、多分リバーサルついてなかったよな。いや、クライムめっちゃ偉かったな、今の。
Yeah, so he said Clim made a really good
あ
choice
ー、リバーサル
here.
ついてないな。リバーサルついてないから確定してないんかな。
Yeah, he tried to ADP through
こ
the.
れはな。これはな、もったいないな。A
Oh,
勝利
it's
でもい
such
い
a
ねんけ
waste,
ど
he。says. ADP could have worked too.
Yeah. Probably better
リバーサル
option.
がついてたらあるいは
No
って
super
感じ
flash.
Yeah.
So he said there wasn't a reversal. It wasn't a reversal, so it
ゲー
might
初
not
心
have
が多い
worked
んやけど、フォ
anyway.
ノの
But
三振見て。
Oh, it's Hannibal, no?
it's dive invol is what matters, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, either way.
いや、これはね、どっちも偉かった。
Both of them made
アン
really
テ
good
に対して
decisions
チェー
there.
ンシュートを打ててる。てか、アンテに対して多分チェーンシフト打ってたんじゃなくて、派生に対してチェーンシフト打ったんやと思う。崩れてなかったから。
Oh, so he says Foxa probably didn't
こ
hit.
れ、ちょ
He
っと待
says
って。
Yeah, there's so much happening. So yeah, he says Foxa probably didn't hit CS in that situation in reaction to Super Flash. He was probably just mashing it because he saw that Clim wasn't opened up by the B drill.
Yeah. Makes sense. And then he's like,
And then he's-
Chotomate!
Yeah, and then he says something about this anti-air situation here.
Let's see.
なくて、派生に対してチェーンシフト打ったんやと思う。崩れてなかったから。偉い置きたいく。これ、ちょっと待って。これ、クライム褒めてあげたいポイント。
Is I want to praise Clim here. The way he pronounces Clim's name.
Lime.
クライムマジで褒めてあげたいポイント。ここね。
Yeah.
これ、
Really
多
wanna
分
praise
見てからじゃないです。置きたいくです。あ、いや、見て
So
からやな。見てからやな。見てから押
So
せて
he's
るな。
like, he says this is probably
見
in
てから押せてる
reaction.
わ。
I
反応めっ
he
ちゃいい。
initially thought that it was just like putting it out there, but
僕
he
なら多分
it seems like he
置きたいくを
probably
選択する場
reacted.
面ですけど、いや、見てから押せてるわ。
So Clearlamp says, if it were me, I would have just put an anti-air out in this situation, like not a reaction, just put it out just in case. But to him, it looks like Clim
reaction.
actually reacted with that FF.
このゲームって頭無敵6とかなんですよ。ギルティとかは確か 1から4とかそのぐらいなんですけど、このゲーム頭無敵6とか7とか、6から9かな ?6 から9。
This is so funny. He's talking about how like in this game head invol starts from like frame 6, sometimes like up to frame 9 or something. Whereas in Guilty Gear it's like frame 1 through 4 or whatever. But it's funny because it's phone on FF he's talking about.
Yeah, which is frame 10. Clim Clim believes in reaction FF. No, I'm not gonna say Clim. I'm not gonna say Clim. Wrong. More than any other phonon I've watched. I think he also won Psycho just before pressing. Yeah, he was ahead. Yeah, Clim was ahead.
Yeah, very nice.
Hey, what's up,
I've
Captain?
never heard a phonon talk about that move without getting upset.
Sure. So, -4 frame startup.
Yeah, because it's a 14 frame.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Because it's like 17 frame out of Vorpal or something, right?
I mean, the startup is not what matters. It's about the head invul, right?
Right.
So let me just search real quick. I'm pretty sure it goes from a 10 frame head invul to a 7 frame, if I remember correctly.
Oh, so it goes to 7 frame. I see. Okay.
Yeah, head is 10 frame and 7 frame. Yeah. So that was a bit better.
So Vorpal FF is quite good then.
I think he did it before. I think he got it after he hit him though. I might be wrong. We'll see. We'll see.
No,
yeah.
So 10 frame. That was 10 frame. He did 10 frame head invul move.
Yeah.
He
did that FF so early.
Yeah.
ギルティとかは確か 1から4とかそのぐらいなんですけど、このゲーム頭無敵6とか7とか、6から9かな ?6 から9なんですよ。で、テイクのアサルトがだいたい28フレとかなんで、22フレで対空を選択しないといけないんです。めちゃくちゃ難しい。
So he's talking about how like the earliest possible normal from assault is like 20 something frames ish. I don't remember the exact number that he said. So you have to like react very early if you want to actually anti-air like this.
Okay.
難しいんですよ、見てから対空って。
It's very difficult to do
基本
reaction
的に間
anti-airs
に合
in
わ
this
ないから
game.
仕込みであったり置き対空ですねをするんですけど、おそらくその
Generally you don't react in
バックジャン
time.
プ見てからですね、これはかなり偉い。かな
Yeah,
り
so
偉
Kyo's
い。
in chat saying he probably did that in reaction to the back jump first. So he did that facing that. Both of them are like, great job for
ゲージ
Clim.
回収かな
Clim
ゲー
praise.
ジ回収かな
Wait, what is he saying now?
そこや
Gauge Kaishu.
でもいいんか。
Oh.
せやんな、
お
バウンド足りへんねんな。これはね
Yeah, not too many bounces, he says.
これはね
Oh, you already
So-
knew before.
Yeah, well, he said Gauge Kaishu means like he's trying to get meter back.
Mm-hmm.
ゲージ回収かな
Yeah,
So he's saying, can you
He's
get
like-
meter
he's-
back?
yeah, he's trying. Is he going to get enough meter during this combo?
Uh-huh.
そこやでもいいんか。せやんな、バウンド足りへんねんな。
Yeah. So
これ
he
はね
says, oh, so I think Clearlamp was expecting Clim to use CS earlier in that combo to get the meter for the ender. And then once he does the CS late in the combo, he's like, oh, does that work there? And then he's like, yeah, no, I didn't think so. There's too many bounces.
Yeah. I think he should only do one record, right? And then go into it.
これはね、ちょっと待てですね。これバウンド足りてないわ。
Chotomate. Yeah, too many
ここやな、
bounces,
ここ
he
やな。
says. Here.
ここですね。これはもったいないな。
This is such a waste, he says.
ここか。ここやな、ここやな。ここで拾っ
It's here,
ここで
he says.
CS
So
回
this
収で
pick
ノ
up
ーバウンド
here.
やろうな。
So he says he should have CS'd here and then used fewer bounces, and it would have worked.
これはな。
I see.
バウンドさ、このゲームって縦バウンドが2回なので、
Alright, see you, Captain.
床バウンド2回してしまってるから、
Later.
せめてディレイかけて、あれでしょうね、B 調率やったらワンチャンいけてたんかな。A 調率3段 B 調率やったかな。
Choritsu?
いや、
Is that the
判断
name of
難
the
しい。
move?
判断難しいと思う。
Oh, he's talking about the
難し
Rekka,
い
I
け
think
ど、
is the name of that
こ
move.
の使ってるからやってほしかった。
Oh, so he
スピー
says
ダー
like,
スパキャンでもよかったね。
Yeah.
or yeah, he says or second hit Rekka into super. would have
Yeah.
worked. But yeah, he says either A Rekka, then B Rekka would have worked, or second hit of B Rekka would have worked. And he says like, I know it's hard, but he's a phone-on player, so he should know this.
No, it's real. Yeah. He should know it. Yeah.
I think Silent would have CS'd after the fireball, then done 6 FFC before the EX to build meter. He definitely would have killed there. Yeah. So what he was saying there is that he should have CS'd earlier after that fireball, and then gone into a non-bounce route into meter ender.
Mm-hmm.
うん、そうね。多分、クライム的に最終段までいかんと 100% 帰ってこうへん不安があったんやと思う。
Yeah, so he says probably Clim was thinking that he wouldn't have enough meter if he didn't go to all of the hits of the Rekka. and that's why he did that.
難しいか。バティスタ、ジャンプ B を選択して。
Yeah, I'll be uploading this to YouTube.
おいしい。いやー、EX 払うべきやろうな。
I don't know if I'll be editing it, but
やっぱフォックスよく見えてる。マジで見えてる。
yeah.
今の
So
前
he's
ジャン
talking
プ
about how
完全に
Fox.
投げつってた。
Oh, his forward jump was. Go back a bit.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
だから、おいしい。いやー、EX 払うべきやろうな。払われへんかったんかな。やっぱフォックスよく見えてる。マジで見えてる。今の前ジャンプ完全に投げつってたから。
So he's talking about something about the forward jumps. Yeah, we just keep going. Maybe it'll explain.
Sure, sure.
フォックスやっぱり周期に入れてるな。
Yeah, he's talking about how Foxov is very clearly paying close attention to the cycle, and something about that forward jump was specific to that. Nuggets did it? Something about either throw or throwing something out.
今のジャンプ B も割にいってるジャンプ B ですね。
Yeah, that jump B was looking at the end of the cycle.
長すぎるその6フレーム。
6 frame normal, that's way too big.
なかった。うわー長すぎる。このキャラ強すぎる。
This character's too strong.
なんで 2B3 回も出んねん。
Why does 2B hit 3 times?
誰やねん。誰やねん 2B3 回も出せるようにしたやつ。出てこいよマジで。いや、これはバティスタ強すぎるやろ。これはバティスタ強すぎるやろ。
Who gave it this third hit?
ちょっと待ってちょっと待ってクライム笑ってもうてるやん。
It's
He's like, wait, hold on, Clim is laughing. Look at this.
これはねバティスタが強かったよね。
This is just Batista is too strong.
二人とも笑ってるやん。
They're both laughing.
いやだってさ、これはクライム悪くないよ。123
He's like, yeah, like Clim. It's understandable that Clim got hit here. 1, 2, 3.
yeah, I mean, Clim doesn't play clear, right, that much, so.
2B は確か冗談のはずですね。冗談なんですけど。
Someone in chat is asking if it's a low, but he's like, nope, it's a mid, but it's gigantic.
冗談で、
Bro, Jordan sounds like joke, no?
2B、
Yeah,
2B、
it's a homophone.
2B っていう書いてて、これやばいんすよ。2でタイミング変えて、これ見てわかる通り、レンガじゃない。
But as you can tell, it's not. It doesn't have to be a true block string, or it's not a true block string, right? I think there's always a gap.
Yeah, there's always a gap, there's always a gap, yeah,
アッシュ。バカか。バカにしてんのかこのキャラ。
This character.
これはね、これは衰退っすね。
yeah. Alright,
ね、飛ばし中から戻ってきて当然だよな。
let's go to a different one.
この状況では打ちにくいっすね。サイレント、向こうで一番勝ってるフォノンじゃないかな。
He's like, I think Silence
チーズ
the strongest one on over
聞いた
there.
ことあるな。
Cheesy, I've heard of Cheesy, I think.
はい、最強。
He's like, that was the best. He's like that fireball was crazy good.
ありゃせんな。なんか最近必死型もコンボ伸ばしたし、わけわからんよな。みんなどうした？最近はアンダーナイトインバースなんか。まあ僕も。
Dude, Cheesy's so aggressive.
いや、
Oh my
これね。
So he's talking about like he was just saying just now like even Hishigata's been getting better combos lately. What the hell is going on?
待ってやんな。これマジでちょっと待ってやわ。
They just
これ
wait
ね
here.
多分見てからなんよな。これ多分見てからですね。多分見てからだと思うねんけど、見てからじゃ間に合わない。
Yeah, so he
周期があれば
says
間に合ったんかな。
he said that FF there was probably on reaction is his guess, but on reaction it's too slow. It's too late.
Yeah.
So it's wrong. But also, I think Clearlamp
I
is
doubt that's
misinformed as
Yeah.
to the head involved startup of Phone on FF.
Yeah, I think that definitely wasn't reaction. I think it was just him doing delay FFOS and then just getting bonked.
Yeah,
yeah.
The Silent had Vorpal, so it must have been like just a few scant frames off.
Oh, I think he just got Volpal. Well, we can
did you just get
see.
it?
We can see.
これ多分、こ
Yeah,
れ
yeah,
多分
he
見て
just
から
got
Oh
it.
yeah, by the
多
time
分
the
見て
startup
からや
happens,
と思う
yeah.
ねんけど、見てからじゃあ間に合わない。
It's always these
地
ones.
域があ
He
れば
just
間に合
got
ったん
it,
か
you
な
know.
Yeah.
But anyways, that
仕込まないとね
meatless even, I think. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
That's kind of interesting. So I guess that
このゲームの
implies
Mhm.
that clearlamp, like OS is fairly early in that situation. Because the fact that he
yeah.
thinks that that was on reaction means that he's like, oh, that's not OS timing.
Mm.
So I guess that implies that clearlamp OS is early in that situation.
Yeah, yeah.
難
Interesting.
しいところですね。対空を見てからでは落とせない。
Yeah, you can't do it on reaction. It's very difficult.
Mhm.
グラ潰しですね。
Trying to OS crush there.
はい。ちょっと待ってあ、これありがとうございます。ありがとう
Keeps-
絶対に許してはいけない。アンダーナイト絶対に許してはいけないシリーズ。
Here's like
起き上がりの
something you
栄
should.
翔竜。これ。
Oh, so okay. So he says this is one of the things that you should never let people get away with in Under Night, and that one of them is ADP on Wake Up.
Mhm.
Oh
無敵はありません。発
Has
生が
no
5とか
invul.
ですので、
5 frame startup or something.
コパンで
So
暴れ
you
ろって
can just
思うし、コパンを埋めろとも思う。これマジで良くない。これ
so you can just meet. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
ほんまに良くないから、みんな気ぃつけよう。
He's like, you definitely should not let people get away with
アサル
this.
トが28だから18絶対無理やな。絶対無理やな。
Yeah. Do you get that?
ハロー。いや、
Should I go back?
Wait, go back a bit.
起
Yeah.
き上がりの栄翔竜。これ。無敵はありません。発生が5とかですので、コパンでいいです。コパンで暴れろって思うし、コパンを埋めろとも思う。これマジで良くない。これほんまに良くないから、みんな気ぃつけよう。通常時頭10、頭10でしょ。アサルト
Oh, okay. He's talking about FF here.
18
Okay.
絶対無理やな。
Sorry. There's someone in chat talking about FF's frame data, and that he's like suddenly talking about that after talking about ADP's frame data. So I got kind of confused.
Yeah. Makes sense.
ハロー。いや。この番七瀬は強い。七瀬の栄翔
Wait,
竜。
did he stand tech? Hold on.
ハロー。いや。
I had to see
この番
that.
七瀬は強い。
Yep.
七瀬の栄翔
Yeah,
竜
that's a
強化されてて強くはなってるけど、起き上がりではないと思う。五分状況。暁と同じ使い方をするべき。
So he says, Nanase's ADP has gotten stronger in clear, but he doesn't think that it should be used as a wake up option. Instead, it should be used in the same situations that Akatsuki ADP Akatsuki ADP is used in, like situations where you're at even frame data.
So CS up close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
を埋めてください。それ。お
Please, meaty, he says.
まあ、コパンを埋めてたら勝てるから、これはコパンを埋めてなかったサイレントが悪いね。
Yeah, so he says, like, that loses to 2A meaty. So silence in the wrong here for not meeting and not showing that option first.
で、マジでパワーワードの調整やと思うねんな。下段を長くしましたってふざけんなよって感じがすんねんけど、長くしていいわけないやろ。
He's complaining about how Nanase 2B got longer in this version. So it's fucked up to make a low longer.
けど、中道せてる方が偉い。
So he says Cheesy made a mistake here by trying to press the offense in that situation towards the end of cycle, but he got the shields to get the cycle anyway, so good for him. Good on him.
だとしてみんな長い言ってましたね。もうなんか慣れてしまったけどさ、2尾長すぎ。マジで。
We've all gotten used to it, but 2B's too
8フレで
big.
すよ、あの技。
8 frame? No, it's 9 frame, right?
9 frame.
8フレームで出ていい長さじゃないよ。
It's too big for an 8 frame
8
reset.
フレームにしろ。じゃあ許したら。
Make Byakuya 2B 8 frame? No, please.
Oh.
Gotta learn your frame data.
Hell no.
Good 5A from Silent, he says.
今の多分ファジーですね。
That was probably a fuzzy mesh.
初心者初級中のリバサー A 勝利やめろ口酸っぱくめっちゃいいと思います。絶対それ言ってあげた方がいい。投げが足りなかったな。金投げ自体は悪くない選択肢だったと思うんやけど。ま 前の西6フレにバカ言ってんじゃねえよ。
So he says the TRM there wasn't a bad idea, but he hadn't been throwing enough beforehand to make it work.
Yeah, you should take this advice, Trip. When I was watching you versus Twang, and yeah.
西そもそも強いしな。受け身。これマジでよくあるやつやけど、こ
Taking out of
の
combos is what
ゲ
he's
ー
talking
ムは
about
ボタン
now.
押しっぱなしで受け身が取れるし、
In this game, you can hold attack.
これは受け身を取らへんかった方が悪い。こんにちは、リバサイ勝利打ちます。絶対殺してやる。おはよう。地位を覚えたリバサイ A 勝利。リバーサルの A 勝利は大事な場面があるんですよ。ハイドとかも5フレームなんで、マイナス5で A 勝利が確定する場面って実は結構あるんですよ。無茶気があろうとなかろうと。
So there's someone in chat who's like, just like, hello, I'm going to do wake up ADP, and he says, I'll kill you.
Wow. Alright.
But he says ADP does have its place as a reversal option out of block stun because there are some moves that are -5, and so you can use that to punish them. But on wake up, it's not good.
Yeah.
だけはない。ほんまに。これだけはない。言い切れる。マジでない。
Oh, so he says
リバー
like,
サルっていろんな意味合いがあって。
he's like, I'm 100% on this. It is not a wake up option. Like that I will like say it and like I mean it. It is not a wake up option.
Okay.
もちろんリバーサルなんですけど、相手の攻撃をガードして、最速で行動を出すこともリバーサルっていう。だから、リバーサルの A 昇竜が悪ではないんですよ。起き上がりの A 昇竜が悪。で、それを食らう方も極悪です。
So he says wake up ADP is evil essentially. He's like it is the wrong option, and if you get hit by it, then you also made a mistake.
ごめん、2A って言いたかった。2C6 フレーム、マジ壊れすぎ。もしかしてヒルダの 2B のでも 2B 長いしな。ヒルダの 2B 難しい技よな。2B からの 5B がマジでむずいんですよね。これはインバリ出てるんで、絶対にボタン押しっぱなし。
Red combo didn't tech. Yeah, he's like, please hold the tech.
これはサイレントメダパに食らってるな。ウバーハがいる。ナイスシールド。いやー、これはね、これは偉い。いや、これマジで偉い。これはね。
Good shield, yeah.
起き上がりイコールリバーサル。よくある話ですね。リバーサル表記とかって結構いろんなゲームでも出ると思うんですけど。
He's currently explaining the difference between wake up options and reversal options to someone in chat.
This is kind of elementary right now.
結構もうその意味が浸透してるんで、リバサ昇竜とかっていうと、起き上がり昇竜をイメージされる人が結構いるんですけど、やっぱ伝わらない人には伝わらないので、起き上がりとそのガード硬直解けた時、両方ともリバーサルなので、そこは多分伝える時にもしっかりと伝えてあげた方がいいとは思います。こんな細かく言う人いないけどね。これね、このシールドがマジで大事。
That shield very important just now.
これはもう投げがない状況じゃないですか。だから絶対に下段シールドが必要で、で取れると周期取れるじゃん。でここでシールドを押してない。
He says that situation, throw isn't an option. So that shield was essentially like that was the only thing he could possibly do to win cycle.
Yeah.
In that distance, yeah, in that spacing.
のもマジで偉い。本当に偉い。これはサイレントがゲームは。ランポ先生はちゃんと褒めない。これはでもね、やってほしい。これ真似した方がいいっすよ。
He says like this is
投げでも
you
死んじゃう。
should mimic
投げで
this
割れる
is what he
と
says.
死んじゃう状況やから。てか投げでも死んじゃう状況やけど、ここで1個打撃ガードしてるじゃん。で、打撃、
So he blocks one
キャンセル
attack.
投げってないから、
There's
ほぼシールドが
no
確定なんですよね、この後って。
yeah. So he
で
says there's
周
no
期的に
canceling
ここでシ
into
ールドが取れる
throw.
とグリッド差がつくから、ほぼほぼ確定で周期が取れる。で、かつ、自分はラウンド持ってますよね。相手追いかけるラウンドやから、ここ強気にいっていいところなので、ここのシールドは絶対に押した方がいい。これはマジで100点満点。
Pause here.
マジで。
So he said Silent doesn't want to shield on wake up because obviously if he eats a throw, then he gets grid broken, dies, whatever. But he blocks a single attack and it's a B button, and so it can't be canceled into throw in any way. And so shielding there is essentially, it's close to guaranteed, is what he says.
Yeah.
Shielding after the 5B, it's close to guaranteed. And plus, on top of that, in terms of the game situation, Silent is up a round, which means Cheesy is currently like, trying to chase after that. And so it's fine for Silent to try to take a more aggressive grid play here.
Yeah.
100点。ここはうまく使っていっていいと思う。もう荒らしに行っていいと思う。
Hello?
Hey, Seth.
Hey, Seth.
Oh, okay.
We're doing a stream. Clearlamp.
I see.
Translating clearlamps. What?
でも荒らしに行く。うん。いや、これはね、マジでサイレントがうまくて。
Yeah, Silent made great plays here, is what he says.
さっきの話と近いんやけど。
Similar to what I was talking about before, but so he's got CS
これゲージを持ったまま死にたいのよ。どっちかというと、このフォノン側がラウンドあるし、
So he says
相手は追いかけてる
Silent wants to, if he's gonna die here, he wants to die
どち
holding
らかといえば
that
もう
meter.
早く死にたいまである。さっさと死んで200対100でゲームを始めたいまである。
Oh, so he's saying like you could say that like Silent wants to lose this round as quickly as possible at this point, because that would lead into the next round with a meter difference of 200 to 100.
フォノンとしてはもうさっさと死にたい。で、周期はあるから、とりあえず1回周期使って崩しに行きたいな、だと思うんですよ。
Yeah, so he says, and he has CS, so he might as well at least try using it to try to open them up.
で、まあフォローができるよっていう状況にしてると思うんですけど、もうこうなったら荒らしていいんですよね。どうせ死んでたラウンドやし、で、相手体力いっぱいあるから。
Yeah, so he's like, at this point, you can just do whatever the fuck you want.
みたいな状況でも全然いいと思うんですよ。
Just go crazy, is what he says.
自分ラウンド持ってるからね。だから、
Yeah, you're a round up, and this is a round that you're pretty much already dead anyway. So he doesn't even bother confirming. Yeah, okay, so he says here, the fact that Silent just goes for that airstring and doesn't even bother hit confirming and immediately goes for the overhead, that's exactly what he would have done in this situation too. Because at this point, you don't care if you lose right now or not.
I don't know if I agree with it, but I can see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
他の人とか、まあこういう状況になったら、これは全然やっていいと思う。時間も40やから、でかいの2個いるんですよね、体力的に。だから、これは、周期を取った、周期を使って触りに行ったが、マジで正解なんですよね。これはマジでこれができているサイレントがうますぎるし、偉すぎる。で、触れたから、でかいの通しに荒らしに行くぜ。で、崩しに行くぜ。ですよ。
Yeah, so he's saying like this is great decision making. He says like I recommend doing this. Yeah.
Oh no.
You've got like 40 seconds left, so you need 2 big combos to be able to bring this back. So spending CS immediately to try to open them up is the right call if you want to try to do this. Is what he says.
Yeah, probably. I don't suggest the drop. Like dropping a combo.
Yeah.
But I like the using CS, basically being as urgent as you can be, because you need to kill them. You can't just do nothing.
状況整理するっていうのはめっちゃ難しい。で、これでかいの1個通したじゃん。多分ね、ゲージ払っていい1個は200あるから。僕なら
So he says, yeah, you can probably spend meter here. Clearlamp says he would spend meter here.
でもこれ足りるんじゃん。
Oh, but
いや足りへんよな。
This probably might. Won't do enough, he says.
やな。
Oh.
僕なら1個ゲージ払ったな。
I would have spent meter here.
これなんか通してなんでか知らんけど有利やったんは七瀬やったじゃないですか。さっきのラウンドって全体的に有利状況を取ってて、で相手の体力ミリで俺勝てるみたいな状況やったけど、なんかゼーハー言いながら取ったの七瀬じゃんってなると、3ラウンド目の開幕ってなんか知らんけどフォノンが有利なんですよ、この状況。
Wait, pause it here. So he says like, so earlier when I paused it, Phonon was definitely in the lead. She had pretty much all of her resources, had definitely had the life lead and was in a very comfortable position. But then the round ended with Cheesy just barely managing to take it. And so he says, which means for whatever reason, somehow when that third round starts, Silent is at advantage.
Hmm.
I think he means like mentally at least.
Oh, okay. Lid, you were saying Clamp said he would spend meter or he wouldn't. He said that Clamp said that he said he would spend meter. He would spend it.
Once he got the hit.
Once he gets a hit,
Like,
then yeah.
He was saying like there's two kind of lines of thought in that situation where Silent got CS when he was very low on life relative to Cheesy. One thing is that because the meter differential is so off, Silent, if he loses immediately, then he wouldn't really mind it. Because going into the third round, he has a much better resource advantage than Cheesy does. But once he landed the hit, he's like, well, you got 200 meter, so you'd probably be okay spending 100 meter there in that situation. And Clearlamp says, yeah, he would have done so.
Yeah. Alright. Let's see.
なんか知らんけど。さっきのね、多分足りてたと思うし、僕ならここ、補正切りじゃなくて EX で締めてる。僕ならね。僕ならここ補正切りじゃなくて EX で締めてコンセ取って 100% プラス CVO で殺せるよっていう状況を作る。お前ここで防御サボったら死ぬぞっていうプレッシャーをかける。僕。
So he says, here, what Clearlamp would have done in this situation is instead of going for the reset here, he would have just ended the combo with meter, then concentrated to get CS, so that he can put up the incredibly threatening situation to his opponent that if you fuck up blocking or your defense even once here, you die.
Yeah.
これはね、多分人を選ぶ。
But yeah, this is like a
選択
personal
肢取
thing,
れ
is
て
what
る
he
のは
says.
大事。でもこれ足りてたんじゃない？
But he says he probably could have done enough to kill
足り
here,
てるくない？
probably.
無理かな？だって
Maybe
これ
not.
多分
He's
3000
like,
I don't know.
200で赤体力でしょ。
That's a lot of
これ
HP.
足りてるくない？これ現場検証。これ僕フォンド使われへんから分からんけど現場検証がいる。これに
He's
関
like,
して
I don't really know because I don't play
鑑識を呼んできてくれ。
Phonom, but someone
鑑識を呼んできてくれ。
someone get the
ジャンプ
experts.
4B 指導やろ。多分足りてるよな。
J4B
これは
starter
足りてる気
probably.
がするけどな。難しい。まあでも難しい。悩むぐらいなら先にゲージ払ってもいいかなとは思うけどな。100% 使ってもさ、100対100スタートじゃん。僕はここやろうな。ここ1ゲージ払ってよかった気がするな。1ゲージ払ってコンセでゲージ取って、
100 meter
赤
here,
体力プラス
concentrate.
CVO やろ。で、リーチやん。にしてたかな、僕。
I mean, if you guys think about it, people in chat, if you went into 214C, it would have wasted a lot of time there. Like if you did a full combo in the 214C, and then you definitely win the cycle, like after. Instead of going for a reset in the combo.
1ゲージ払ってコンセでゲージ
Like at this point, you could do 3C, 2C, 214A, AA, and then go into 214C, and then concentrate. And it would waste a lot of time, and then you could just concentrate there.
にしてたかな、僕なら。あ、これはこれでよかったかも。補正切り通してるし。多分足りてるやろ。多分足りてる気がする。
Yeah, he says like in the end, this is still like a good option because the reset went through.
鑑識とはゆえ、この 2A って苦し紛れの 2A なんよ、七瀬側のね。もう死にたくないっていう 2A だと思うんですよ。
So
2A、2C が入ってるし。
that 2A.
多分 2A、2A じゃなくて 2A、2C やから、多分死にたくない 2A やったと思う。
Yeah, so he says, in the end, that 2A mash out from Cheesy there isn't an OS or anything. That was just something he mashed out in the scramble at the moment. He went immediately into 2C afterwards. So this is like, do or die kind of 2A, extremely stressful situation kind of 2A.
Yeah, yeah.
なってくると、これはラウンドうまく作れたサイレントがなんか知らんけど、この開幕有利なんよな。よく動けるやん。
Yeah, so at this point, he's like pointing out, like, yeah, Silence just moving right away. Like, Silence clearly at mental advantage this third round.
Ah, that's what you meant. Yeah, yeah, okay.
格闘ゲームの魔物やと思う。そう、精神的余裕がサイレントにある。マジで、スラムダンクみたいなセリフが出てくるんやけど、なんか、
It's like something out of Slam Dunk, he says.
って、七瀬が勝ってたのに、急に なんか、ゼーハー言うてんのが七瀬になってる。これはね、割と格ゲー大事だと思う。精神論だと思いますけどね。
Yeah, so he's talking about how mental advantage is very important actually in fighting games.
起き上がりの栄勝利なんかまさしくそうやん。死にたくないからとりあえず撃つみたいな。
Yeah, so he's like, yeah, that ADP is more
こう
proof
なった
of
らもう
it.
一生アサルトの投げ押すね。僕がこういう風に相手を揺さぶれたら、お前この投げ抜けミスったら死ぬぜみたいなプレッシャーをかけ続ける僕なら。
He says here, if I were in this situation where I knew I had this kind of mental advantage on someone, I would just be pounding assaults on them all day for the round, just telling them if you fuck up any of these OSs, you die.
Another with green shield. Bro, no TRM yet.
うん、そう、いや、
Yeah,
そうだ
he's
と思う
there. There you go.
やっぱりなんかこうなってくると選択肢って急に広くなって、で守る側の選択肢って急に狭くなるんですよ。こうなるとなんかね、これは
Yeah.
サイレントが強いんじゃないかな。これは
Yeah, so he says when a situation like this happens, like your offensive options open up and their defensive options just like they disappear all at once. So for whatever reason, that's just what happens. And he says like the fact that he was able to make this happen, he says like I think like Silent was the better player in that instance.
いや大会慣れしてる感じがするね。やっぱ
Yeah,
り
very clearly he's used to tournaments.
でもこの強いサイレントのフォノンに FT5 で勝った白夜使いがいるらしいぜ。
He's like, I've heard there's a Byakuya player who won in a first to 5 versus this very Phonon player, actually.
3.3k wish to throw, but wish throw is plus, I swear.
一体誰なんだ。一体何ランポな
What
一
lamp?
体何ポなんだ。しっかりと自分を上げていくことを忘れない。
Never forget to gas
おしゃれな
yourself up, he says.
一体何ポなんだ。
Know your hitboxes. Oh my god.
かからんな。ジャングラになってた？ちょっと待って。今の怪しい。現場検証。現場検証していこう。なん許して。ジャングラなってるな。ジャングラなってるわ。無敵はない。
No invul, it says.
Yeah.
一旦 CM でーす
The。Uni Classic. Dash up, nothing. Like, it's like
いい立ちで出せるね。
Really good
あ、キルティ
5As.
で、キルティではなかったか。いいダッシュガード。いやー、これはダッシュガード。早すぎ、こいつ、足。
It's too fast. Who made her faster? Or who made her this fast?
a lot of with green shields though. Oh my
出てきて、ウニ勝った人に全員
Nice.
10万円配ってほしい。
Wow.
この辺りはね、ちゃんと1入れ替えのコンボを選択できる、空き瓶先生とか、イカがやっぱり偉いよな。ワンゲージ、これは通せてるからよかったけど、多分これはね、コンボ選択は、やっぱ、空き瓶先生とかの方が偉いやろうな。ゲージコンボ
Comments
多
here
分払いた
that Akibing, or like other Phonon players, like would have like the better choice would have been to do an actual side swap combo instead of having to spend the gauge for it.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, it worked out in the end, but the correct option would have been to do a proper side switch combo.
Yeah.
たくないから本来は。これだってでけえのじゃないと死んでないから、まあ投げ通せてるからいいけど、プランニングはうまいな。
Good planning though.
割れてる投げじゃなかったら多分足りてないから。
Yeah, this probably wouldn't have done enough damage if that
あ
hadn't
れ
been a
は
good
1入れ
breakthrow.
替えをしっかり選択したいですね。まあとはいえやっぱ強いな。やっぱ強いと思う。
Yeah, regardless, Silent's very strong.
大会経験っていうのが出てると思う。
You can really see the tournament experience in his play.
足を速くして下段も長くしました。バカにしてんのか
I wonder what he's gonna say about Garmfield.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
考える
Oh,
おじさん大興奮ですね。直線でトナム側、まあ、
That might be Omni.
なっていう
Ooh.
That is the one,
Yeah.
because the one before this is Rikir, Rikir Omni.
これはネタだったかもしれない。マソマかなこれ、最近大会総なめしてる白夜の人。いいね、これ。
Introducing Masoma. Well, he's like, I wonder who this Lene player is.
オーストラリアオーストラリア
Australia?
マソマめっちゃ買ってるよね。メルブラもクソ買ってるし。
It's winning a ton in. Yeah, I was talking about Masoma winning a lot in Lumina.
白夜に対しては僕厳しくいきたいと思います。
He's like, okay, I'm gonna be harsh because it's a Byakuya player.
やっぱ白夜このコンボ選択するよな。
Byakuya players are gonna use this combo, he says.
まあいいでしょう。
He's
僕なら料理1回。
he doesn't like
あこれ
something,
ね
but he's
こ
like,
れ
I guess it's
白夜
fine.
使いあるあるなんですけどね。これこれこの機会にもう知っといてほしい。赤裸々に白夜の裏側を語るんやけど。
He's like, I'm
こ
gonna
れ
do
さ、
some
裏回って
backstage
立ち、
Byakuya.
しゃがみ立ち火やってるやん
This
か。
2B
これ
5B
竜巻 B 出てないだけなんですよ。
Oh, this is him messing up 214B.
これね、これ僕もめっちゃやるからクソわかるんやけど、これ
I
ダ
do
メー
this
ジ
all the
稼い
time,
で
so
罠
I
置いてるわけじゃな
understand.
くて、ただただ B
So this-
竜巻が出て
This isn't him trying to get extra damage, it's just him messing up 214B.
これね、白夜使いにしかわからない白夜のミスなんですよね。それとなく
Byakuya
コンボっぽ
mistake
く
that
見
only
せるけ
Byakuya
ど
players understand. It looks like a combo, but it's a
これはね、
mistake.
稀によくある。これはマジで稀によくあるやつ。で、打撃2個出てるか
Happens all
ら
the time.、
何気ない顔しな。
They,
打撃2個出てるか
they
ら、
come out of this
何
hack
気
so you
ない
can
顔して
pretend that you meant to
罠
do
置いて
it.
下罠張るんですよ。これマジで
And
よ
then
くあ
you do
る
the down web.
これね、ちゃんと埋まってるのが偉い。これはね、ちゃんと埋まるのが偉い。許してほ
It's
し
a
い。
good job for covering it up, he says.
これはね、ただミスってるだけ。この機会にはっきり言っとくわ。ミスって
I
る
just want to make it clear. I want to take this chance to make it clear.
やっぱリーサル食らってる時は落とせって思う信念はすごい大事。それはね、おじたちほど思ってることですね。おじたちほどその信念はあると思う。この崩しいるかって思うねんけどな、白夜。
He's like, I don't think Byakuya needs this way of opening people up.
いや、足りるかどうか迷ったんやろうな。わからんでもない。
Oh, he must have. He says like, oh, he probably didn't know if they would do enough damage, so I understand.
じゃんぐらいやね。
B20.
確定はしなかったと思うけど、これやばいんちゃうか。
I told you want to see Clim was Masoma.
言い抜け。B
Good growth, good growth, like he says.
わかる、これ。マジでわかる。B 編に
I get it. He says,
あはー、漏れてるっぽい。セーフ。まあ、とりあえずゲージ払うよね。みたいな
he called it out as an OS miss or
周期を
something
取り
like
に行く
that.
べき。これ、これは、アンダーナイトインバースをやる人には、ぜひ習得してほしい。このポイ
Is
ン
if you
ト。
play Uni, I want you to note this.
ここで、取れてるじゃん。打撃取って。ここで、
So he,
やるべきは、周期を取ることなんですよね。ダ
so if you get the hit here, what you should do is you should be going for cycle,
メージを取ることじゃなくて。
not
こ
damage.
の
Go
状
for
況は
cycle.
だから 2C でダウン取りました。無人入れました。これ無人やったらA 派生かな、吹っ飛ばしあるじゃん。吹っ飛ばしからの今世で絶対周期取れてる。絶対取れてる。
So yeah, he says like if Sugar here had done the B follow up that blows them across the screen and then didn't concentrate, he definitely would have gotten CS here.
Yeah.
もなくて、コンセントレーションで周期を取るべき。これは
Yeah. So that's what he should have
ア
done.
ンダーナイトインバースプレイヤーに習得していただきたい。
I want all Under Night Invert players to understand that.
なんでかっていうと、こうなったらさ、自分ゲージないじゃん。だから打撃を
Once you're in this situation, you have
で
no
も相手
meter.
200%プラス CS じゃん。こんなもん絶対に起き上がる CS なんですよ。本当はね。で、ここでさ、これ、白夜の人ももったいないなって思うポイントやねんけど、こんなところの周期って、白夜側って取ったわけじゃなくて取れただけなんですよね。だから、もともとない周期やから絶対払うべきなんですよ。 自分が取りに行ったわけじゃないから。
Interesting way of
中期
thinking.
拾えたわ。じゃあ、捨てるかっていうことを考えないといけないのよ。
So he said, pause here. He says, from Mosoma's perspective, he didn't work for this CS. Like this was like a CS that was given to him. So you might as well just spend it like immediately on Wake Up, is what he says. Interesting way of thinking about it.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah. So what he would have done is he would have CS'd immediately upon on Wake Up.
Yeah.
だから、ここは、白夜側は絶対に最速でチェーンシフトをするべきなんですよね。リンネもそれ分かってるか分からないですけど、まあ埋めてるじゃないですか。これ埋めること自体は正しいんですよ。埋めること自体は絶対に正しい。
So he says this media is correct, but it would also have been correct for the Byakuya player to CS as soon as possible and Wake Up.
Yeah.
こんなもん逆卓で白夜の立ち絵食らう方が絶対に良くないから、立ち絵埋めるのがいいんですけど。
Oh yeah, so he says the media is correct because it's better to eat the reversal than it is to eat a Byakuya 5A in the post CS mind game. That's interesting.
I don't think so because Lenny wins CS my game, like close up, because she's a 5-frame.
5-framer, yeah.
Yeah. But I see what he's saying. Like you don't want to take the hit, you want to take a reversal instead. But I can see what he's saying.
I think it's also the fact that it costs 200 meter for Byakuya to reversal.
Oh, 100 meter.
4.5 あるやんか。4.5 あるってことは 80% 回収できるんですよ。で、C 料理で置き攻めがついて 80% 回収やから、180% プラス置き攻めですよ。もうそんなもん絶対打つべきなんですよ。これがね、できてない人が結構多い。これがマジでできてない人が多いから、これは本当にやった方がいい。
So he says, from the Byakuya player's perspective, Wake Up CS do 236C, you're going to gain 80 meter back from the CS, so then you get Oki with your reversal with 180 meter to play with. Byakuya players should take that in a heartbeat.
Yeah. This is really good. I agree. Yeah.
起き上がりの CS は絶対に打った方がいい。
Wake Up CS, you should always, or you should definitely be doing Wake Up
有
CS.
効に使えてないじゃん。
And so you don't, so in this situation, you don't get advantage out of this.
And lose the meter.
何も確定しない状況で、チェーンシフト使って、ゲージも払えなくて 80% 捨ててるだけじゃん。めっちゃもったいない。
Throwing away 80 meter, this is such a waste.
めちゃくちゃもったいない。だから、こんな時は、EX が払える条件が揃ってんねんから、絶対に起き上がり最速でチェーンシフトを使うべき。
Oh, okay. So so the timing decision making here from Clearlamp's perspective is that because you're in a situation where you have more than enough meters to do all this, plus you're going to get so much meter back from the CS itself, you want to put yourself in a situation where you have the opportunity to spend the meter.
Yeah.
And so CSing immediately on Wake Up gives you the biggest chances of getting that possibility. Because now you're in this situation where you're not able to use your meter efficiently, and on top of that, you're throwing away 80 meter from your CS. So this is a waste, in Clearlamp's words.
リバーサルで打ててるのはすごい大事なことなんだけど、1個1って遅い。しかも自分がラウンド追いかけてるからね。僕はゲージうまく回していかないといけないから。
Oh yeah, so on top of that, he's losing by a round, so you want to be efficient with your meter usage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 5C probably would have destroyed that 5A, I assume.
He's not talking about dash blocking during Cougar Dash. That was really good.
本作の白夜は
Anyway.
2B マイナス8なんでね、強気に攻めた方がいい、こういうところは。
2B is -8 in this game in this version, so you should be using it pretty aggressively, he says.
僕と思考が合致した人はアンダーナイトがうまい。ここっていい。ナイス？よく見てる。見えてるな。あかんかったんかな今の。で結局さ、これさっきもあったけど、ゲージ1ミリも払えてないやん。これがね、本当にもったいないんですよ。
Yeah, so first he said, I wonder if Sihian would have hit there because then he would have been able to kill in that CS situation.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, he points out the fact that, like, yeah, in the end, Masoma wasn't actually able to spend any of that meter that he had saved up.
Yeah.
And so it's just a big waste.
200%抱えたまま一生ってゲージ使えてないってマジでもったいないから、やっぱりチェーンシフトは使えるときに使わないといけない。
Yeah, use chain shift when you can because it's such a waste to just hold these resources.
あれやねんけど、これでもやっぱりもったいないと思ってしまったね。結果論になってまうけど。
Hey man, you put me on the main stage, Mike. I'll side bet with someone behind me. I don't care. Nice hit.
Jesus. Looking real good here now, but
さあ、立ちくらいなんやろう。上入ったんかな。
He's wondering why he was hit there, standing.
Stand taking? Yeah.
He thinks he might have been jumping,
Oh, okay.
but
Yeah.
使えないからね。攻めるか。あ、いや、ちょっと待って。これバグ出たんじゃん。これバグ出たんじゃ
Oh,
ん。
he says this is a bug that happens here. Also, he points out that Byakuya can't use meter unless he's on the offense, so...
バグ出てる。バグ出てる。これはね、アンダーナイトインバースエクセレートクリアに存在しているバグなんですけどね。これマジで直したれよ。大会で出るのは良くないって。大会で、めくり攻撃とかから、こうやって、ここね、これ、めくり攻撃当てるじゃないですか。位置入れ替えた時の座標がなんか、記憶されちゃうんですよね。これ、瀬戸のバグ直す時に、他のキャラに全員残ったんやけど、これマジでクソやから、ほんまに直したってほしい。
So he says this is a bug that happens when you do an attack that crosses up into a combo out of the corner.
Oh, that bug. Like Hyde
Yeah.
does a combo which like crosses up 3 times, like in a combo.
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, Solo.
But
wait. Go on, sorry.
it will like he says like yeah the game like remembers what your relative positionings are for some reason and it like causes drops that don't normally happen.
Yeah. Solo, we got any knowledge bomb so far? So far it's been things we would know. But his mentality, like, I think he was talking about tournament, like, advantage, like having advantage in the mental
advantage.
Yeah, mental advantage and stuff like that. And also saying you should chain shift and wake up more likely if you have 200 meter. Or if you have, like, if you have the meter, you should definitely chain shift and wake up because chain shift is giving you meter, basically. So
Yeah.
you should put yourself in a position where you should spend 100 meter. Yeah, is what we got so far.
てこれがあるから僕ビャキャ使いたくないんですよね、この作。マジで。
Oh, he says like this bug is the reason why I don't like playing
これ
Byakuya
リンネ
this
1ミリ
version.
も悪くないやん。いや、これはかわいそうすぎるやろ。
Yeah, he says like this
こ
sucks.
れはな、ち
The
ょっと
Linne player made all the right
待ってやって
decisions and gets punished by this bug.
これこの後見たくないわ。リンネちゃんと勝てよこのラウンド。
He's like Linne better win this
あーよか
round.
ったよかったよかったよかった。
Thank
よか
God.
ったよかったよかった。いや、これはあかんよ。そうなんです。これアンダーナイトインバースのこの
Someone
バ
in
ージョ
chat
ン
going,
にな
come
っ
on,
て
eh?
このバージョンになってからずっとあるんで、もう2年ぐらい放置されてるバグなんだけど、
This bug's been around for 2 years.
これはね、本当にダメ。クリップして顔あれわかります。これはね、しかも大会の壇上ベスト16まで決めるところやで。こんなんさ、
Yeah, he's like, this is a tournament match going in the top
16.
16. Like, come on, this is not good.
Very similar situation to what Silent found himself in.
ちゃんと作って
Is Masoma a
Make your game
つ
right.
けていいバグじゃねえべ。
more so, can CapnSugar hold it? Masoma's such a prominent player. He's
マジで遅れちや。いや、本当にね、でもなんか、浜根さん自体もこのバグはもう認知されてらっしゃって、
spend the bar?
認識してらっしゃって、
That's yes as well. 4.1.
直さないといけない。
He was reading it. You can't do the TG.
いましたか今、皆さん、今、
He says,
や
did
っ
you
て
see
はい
that
けな
right
いこと
now?
をしましたよ、ビャキャが。
So the Byakuya
こ
player
れね
did something that he should not
白
have
夜
done.
に一生僕が口を酸っぱく技を埋めろって言い続けてる理由の一つで、
This is the reason why I always tell
これ
people
は
to
ね、
meet
輪廻の人
Byakuya.
が単純に偉い。これね、
The Lin
リ
player,
バーサル
yeah,
EX、
did the right
無敵
choice
なん
here.
かありませんし、でもこれ
Has
が
no
通ることっ
invul.
てリターンバク高いんですよね。だからやりたい気持ちもわかんねんけど、もう、うんちよ。こんなもん通す人は。いや、通ってまうねんけど、これ無敵がないから、打つならせめて EX 料理やねんな。なんかこれ別にタクになってないし、5A 押した方が強い。いや、そうやねん。5A 押した方が強いんよ。安定もするし。ゲージ払っていいことないし、っていうか、5A 通したらこれよりリターンあんねんから。
So he says, yeah, like the return from this is really strong. So I understand why Byakuya players might want to do this. But if you're going to do something on Wake Up, you might as well do 236C instead, because it just loses, because 623C loses to meaties. And then someone in chat, Katatobi, says 5A is better than this, and Clearlamp agrees.
Wow. Getting roasted. Okay.
5A の方が発生早いしさ。
Yeah, it's faster and doesn't have super flash. So.
じじ。
This next hit in the CS. It's a home splitter.
No open up.
With green shield.
マソマさん。
5A, there
いや、そう、これでいいのよ。これでいいのよ。
Yeah, there. That's what you should be doing.
コパンこすった方がいい。コパンこすった方が絶対に。
wins this next exchange or he loses the game.
多分こういうことをされてるんやったら、多分まだ日本人の方が強いと思う。
I have not seen that before.
And you're going back and
これをやっ
So he
て
says,
当ててる方が良くない。
he says, if people are letting stuff like this get by, then I think the Japanese player base is still stronger than American right now. Or
Wow.
North American.
Yo, what a claim. What a claim. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's true. But just just because of this thing,
I mean, he's been harping on the ADP
Yeah.
これをちゃ
stuff,
ん
so
と
it's the
咎める
same.
プレイヤーがいなかったってことだと思うんですけ
he
ど
gets。thrown, he loses.
Yeah, so he says like the fact that people are doing stuff like this means that there aren't any players over there that are like convincing them not to.
Crouching normally
Mhm.
get hit by any
これはちょっと待てポイントかなり高い。
and Masoma. He's back
Is Clearlamp always this candid doing tournament
あ、
reviews?
懐
I
か
don't
しいその
know.
ルート。あ、いや違うんか。
themselves in very similar situations.
what does
He's like,
Canada
I haven't
mean?
seen this route in a while. Yeah, like
へー
brutally
Oh,
honest.
brutal.
地
Okay.
獄。
Well, candid just means honest.
Mhm.
これは地獄です。
This is hell, he says.
Fail. This is going Masoma's game to take.
Oh my god. Wait, bear with the-
地獄です。
Hell.
Caught him sleeping, and Masoma not out of it
この世
yet.
の終わりです、あれは。
That's one of those things. If you
リンネはでも、なんとね、選択肢があるんですよ、リンネは。これはね、リンネのキャラ体不足ですね。
So he says
Lin
Linne
の場合は-
specifically has options against this kind of situation.
All right, let's see.
suddenly
なんと、罠消せるんすよ。
So Linne can destroy all the
こ
webs.
この読み負け、1回は
How?、
もう正直仕方ないから、
Scenario, back
ここの
to jail.
前罠
And this is
は
like Masoma
対策できるし、まず、そうな。いや、最速シールドを押した時点であかんねんけど、リンネの場合は、2B2C までガードしたら、下罠が消えるじゃん。下罠が消えた状態で、リンネの場合は、A 昇竜からキャン C 無人、C クーガーってやるんですよ。やったら罠全部消せる。罠
Oh,
全部
so
消せるし
apparently-
ターンが取れる。
He says what Linne can do is if she can get Byakuya to block 2B2C, she can immediately do ADP into EX Fireball and it'll destroy all the webs.
Dude, that's insane. That's insane. That's
He's like, that's the option.
Yeah, okay.
Holy
Hey,
shit! Who does that?
yo, Nef
He's like,
needs to learn
He's-
this.
he's like, you can destroy the ground webs with the 2B2C, and then you can just
Yeah.
immediately ADPC Fireball to blow up to destroy the rest of them.
Yeah.
Quick.
Sugar was in chat earlier, right? I gotta work, but I'll be coming back to this. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
ハイドの場合はベイカンでいいんですけど、リンネの場合は前に進めないから、A
Also,
昇竜から
Tom, you should
C
care about
クーガーを
getting
そうする
CSDP
と
on
A
Wake
昇
Up
竜
more
で
than
罠
you
全部
do.
消して C クーガーが白キャンに当たってターンが入れ替わる。前転もして
Yeah.
1
So
回入れ
she,
替わる。
so he
これは
says like,
リンネ
yeah,
のキャラ体
Hyde can just do vacant shift, which Rekka. I think that's the name of his.
Oh,
Rekka.
okay.
But Linne can't move forward with any of her sequences, so she has to do ADP, EX Fireball.
Mm-hmm.
これはリンネのキャラ対不足で
And this
す。
is looking like Masoma's game to take.
Oh my god.
そもそも強い白夜使いがいるなら白夜のセットプレイに対してのキャラ対策は絶対にしとく必要がある。
And Masoma
So yeah, he says it's the Linne player's fault for not knowing the matchup better. If there's a good Byakuya in bracket, you have to know this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
what a GameStop trade. What a game
Dude, I just realized Lamp has to listen to Cookie talk. Poor guy.
I don't think he,
Bro.
he can't even understand any of the words, so he's just
はい、今日
caught. Masoma's awake.
thank you. Too strong.
やっぱり僕の方がコンボ高い。にちゃ
He's saying, yeah, my combos are better though.
なんだよな、寂しいにえな。
Wait, his Linne combos or Byakuya combos?
Byakuya,
Byakuya
Byakuya.
投げ
combos.
おいいです。
Yeah, I agree.
He got
Okay, let's see what he
Ooh,
said
what a
before
pickup.
that. I don't know.
Masoma's awake.
やっぱり僕の方がコンボ高い。にちゃ
So dominant right now in this set. Nice block. Nice shield. And he got
これ
caught.
ダメなんだよな、寂しいにえな。
Yeah.
Masoma getting away with the mistakes.
That's just basically him saying you can't do that.
Yeah, you
right?
can't do
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, damn it.
Something by the 5C. And now Masoma has found his lead.
埋めて無敵食らうのがすごく嫌がる方結構いるから、埋めて無敵食らうとラッキーって思った方がいいと思います。
Oh,
白夜の起き上がりなんか埋めない方が悪い。ほんまにそう思う。
pause. So someone in chat is like, they're going back to that ADP thing. I don't know if you've been listening, BM, but like Clearlamp has been ripping a hole, like just like tearing into NA players for letting people do ADP on Wake Up. Like he at one point earlier he said like the fact that people are doing stuff like this is what makes me think that like NA is like still behind Japan in terms of uni.
Oh,
Bro,
thinking
we went
ADP
to
on Wake
that.
Up is okay?
Yeah.
Well, he was like-
yeah.
And like he's like, well, the fact that people are still doing this means that there aren't players out there who are discouraging this kind of thing, like making it so that people are afraid of doing this kind of thing.
Even
And-
even when the person doing ADP on Wake Up has CS.
No, he didn't say.
No,
he
he
said in
didn't say
general, like in general,
In general,
just,
okay,
in general,
sure.
just
In
ADP.
general, sure, I agree.
Yeah,
like there was a point where Masoma did like Wake Up
63C.
63C, and he was like, Clearlamp was like, never do this.
Never,
You're like, never
ever.
do this. He's like, this is a terrible option. Like, people should not be letting you get away with this. And then like Cheesy also did ADP EX dive at a few points, and he was like, Silent is like, he made a misplay by allowing that to happen. Like, this should never be happening. And so someone in chat just now said like, I think it's because people who are like afraid of like eating an invincible reversal or something, trying to meaty them. And Clearlamp says if you eat a reversal on their wake up because you tried to meaty them, then you should consider that a good thing because Byakuya has to use meter and stuff for his.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, yeah.
CapnSugar's down and out.
Oh, and that's the issue with 66C, the dead
やっぱ 2C は長いし 2B も長いし
All right, and CapnSugar finally found footing.
遅らせなきゃけどな、そろそろアサルト打っていいような気がする。うまい。
5B hit the tip of 2C.
う
So
まいけど多
can you
分
go back like 10
今の
seconds?
Oh, and that's the issue with 66C, the dead
やっぱ
zone right
2C は長いし
behind
2B も長いし
All right, and CapnSugar finally found footing.
遅らせなきゃけどな、そろそろアサルト打っていいような気がする。
So he says he notes that CapnSugar went for a delayed throw there, and Clearlamp's like, yeah, I'd probably start assaulting right about now, like at this point.
Mm.
Yeah,
If he was Captain Sugar.
yeah.
Mm.
He's like, now is around the time you'd probably want to start
うま
assaulting
いけど
more.
多分今の立ち火を押してるっていうことは
Yeah, and you're losing
多分使ってることを確認して押してないと思う。なんであっても多分立ち火を押す準備をしてたと思う。
Wait, what? He says that 5B probably wasn't a confirm. He probably would have hit that 5B no matter what in that situation.
Okay, because he hit him
I
with
think it's-
5BB on with
Yeah.
punish. He with punish him 5B.
Yeah.
差し返しを狙うなら絶対に 2B いや 2C やから白夜の場合は。
It's yeah. If Byakuya wants to whiff punish, he's always going to do it 2C or wants to do it 2C, not 5B.
いや足りへん。
Bro, my ears.
Yeah, dude.
What a dive kick!
Cookie streams.
Round, what is going on?
His top 32
めっちゃ元気。
Mecha He's like the commentator is so lively.
こういう方にはランプさんのマシュマロ見る。あー、見て。マシュマロ動画見てくれ。
Hello.
Yo.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, what's up?
あー、いい。
We're
リンネの投げ回りが長すぎて。ナイスガード。
talking about Linnea's grab range. We're currently streaming like a translation through of
リンネの
Clearlamp's
FF はなんと
watching Combo
1フレから
Breaker.
無敵がある。
Very cool.
最強。確定取りたいな、今の。
Oh, he says,
そろそろ遅らせ。だよな
あ。
だよな。通る気がする。これ
so he
ハーガースしかない
actually,
な。そうね。
yeah, he actually like perfectly called out
Ah,
exactly what
Sayana.
Sugar was doing there. He's like, I'm expecting a stagger or a gap here, and then it hit, and then he's like, yeah, you're gonna VO strip and then assault.
Let's go back. Let's go back. let's go
そ
back
ろ
to
そ
the
ろ遅
moment.
らせ。だよな。
Yeah, Okurase. So he's like, oh yeah, I'm expecting a stagger here.
Mm.
これハーガースしかないな。
Then Hagasa's VO strip.
あー、せやな。せやな。甘えたー。
Very good, Nash.
甘えたー。
And an upset in winners top 32.
God, Cookie.
I want to see his reaction. Yeah, Cookie's cringe, bro. In this commentary.
甘えたー。
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Hold on. Wait, I gotta see.
Yeah, I wonder what Lamp
Okay,
thinks
okay.
about this image, bro.
You have to
I mean-
translate it to Japanese for the Japanese.
I don't think he understands.
いや、
Oh,
あれはね、ちゃんと下段をガードした方が偉いんやけど、下段に対して CS をケチってしまった。CS 抱え落ちでしょ多分、白夜側。僕ならここまず FF。僕ならこの状況絶対フォースファンクション一発撃ってる。なんでか
Ah.
って、この状況ね、これ、パン通せてめっちゃ美味しいじゃん。
So you get your A button here, and it's really good setup,
罠3
right?
つ置くやん。
Throw your
僕な
webs
らまず
down.
絶対にフォースファンクションをしてる。
I would have force functioned here for sure.
なん
Is
でか
what
っ
he
て相手
says.
ゲージないから
As
ベロ
to
フ
why
Yeah, sure.
The meter doesn't. The opponent doesn't have
で、さっき下は
meter.
なく
There's
な
a
ってたから、
ground web,
で、自分が CS あるやん。
and you have CS.
6つ、5つか。で、100% やん。で、フォースファンクション CS ってゲージ回収の意味が一番でかいんですよ。
Oh wait. So he says force function CS. The biggest reason to do force function CS in this situation is to get meter.
Yeah, because look how much grid blocks he has, right?
Yeah, usually you get 100 meter from this FFCS if you do it right now.
ノーリスクの崩しやし。
You also want to get rid of.
Is
You
it
also
a
want to.
no
の
risk?
がでかくて、で、か
Go ahead, go ahead,
つ、
sorry.
周期状況が最高なんですよね。
So he says it's a no. He says first off, he says it's a no risk way of trying to open the opponent up, and on top of that, you get 100 meter for free essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And then play.
もしフォースファンクションが通ってても、回収補正が乗ったとしても次の周期取れるんですよ。この状況だと。こ
So he says in this
例えば
situation,
10
if you
とかだったら
force
僕
function
FF
CS
行ってないと
here,
思うんですよ。10時やったら
yeah,
FF、CS としたら多分相手に周期いっちゃうから取れないんですけど、午前中の時のフォースファンクション崩しって白夜マジ最強なんで、打ち得なんですよね。ガードされてたらゲージ回収だけ乗ってきて次の周期狙えるし、崩れてたらダメージ取れてゲージが回収できて次の周期が狙えるんですよ。だから僕が白夜ならここ絶対。
So he says, yeah, first off, FFCS, really good because it's a way of opening the opponent up. You get meter for free. And on top of that, with where the TS gauge is right now, like it's at like 4 o'clock or so, you can FFCS immediately, and then you still have a good shot of winning the next cycle. And he says like, so if the TS gauge was at like 10 o'clock or so, he probably wouldn't FFCS. But in this situation, it is the play because it's just super strong for Byakuya to be able to contest the next cycle while getting a bunch of meter for free.
Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah, and if you get the hit, then you can do damage, went to another setup, and then you can also contest grid both with the grid you steal during the combo.
ですけど、この選択肢自体はすごい良かったと思う。崩しに行くっていうことはね。これも言う
He's like,
てノーリスクに近いから、ベイロフね。
He's like, I think the decision to try to open him up in general was good, and this is like specifically no risk.
ただ、周期は払うべきでしたね。
But he should have used CS
周期を
here.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
should have CS'd it.
周
Yes,
期払い上げた
absolutely.
ら、
That's unsafe without CS.
キャンセルできてるから、攻め系できてるし。
Do you try doing delay CVO? Is that what you try doing? Or something?
No,
No.
I think
You don't know what you maybe messed up.
I mean, there's no reason to no cancel that, right?
I mean, like, no, the delay frame trap CVO. That's what I mean.
Oh.
That kind of thing.
that's
know.
just like if that lands, it kills. So maybe,
Yeah.
but like I think like you still got to play some sort of like risk mitigation playstyle. So like CS is just overall better.
Yeah.
Can you even
これ
CVO
は
that?
ね、もったいなかったっすね。
Masoma's
That was
also
the
just
worst,
not
he
that
says.
kind of guy.
To do the CVO.
テイク、
Yeah, that's something I would do.
わかんない。
He's like, what is this? I have no idea.
罠派生すると罠が1個消えちゃうからもったいないよな。
Oh, so he
テイ
says
ク罠貼る意味がなくなっちゃうから。
it's a waste to do that mix up because one of your webs disappears when you do it.
っていう結果から僕は罠派生の
That's wait, I didn't know that.
Yes, because it
I did-
spawns another web, so one of them goes away.
I did not know that. Okay.
Ah.
I guess that makes sense.
I thought you could always fling without creating a web. But I guess I was wrong.
No, because it's
You can-
IC214, right? So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what-
but the thing is, I thought if you fling
Mhm.
like IC2 and 4 while the web is already out.
Fling does not create a web. The C attack itself, the follow-up.
Oh,
creates
the
a web.
attack thing's it. Ah, okay.
See, I did. That was
Yeah,
what
I
was
didn't know
confused
that
about.
either. Yeah.
Oh, it's good to know.
このページは存在しませんって出てくる。
I hope he's talking about the commentary, bro.
He just said, "Oh, the commentary is very lively." That's what he said.
You can't even CVO C follow-up on blocks.
Oh,
so-
you can't. Oh, okay, that was definitely a mistake then.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
go
you should have
to-
CS.
All right.
Omni Rikir.
Omni, you there? Omni, so this is the first time clearlamp saw you guys.
He's laughing already. What's
Yeah.
going on?
Not a good sign.
よし。
I think he's looking at a link in chat. Or
Yeah, probably a
something.
Twitter link Rayo move sent.
Quick, somebody type it in, word letter for letter.
よしじゃない。実は僕。
Huh?
Oh.
トロフィー持ちながら見たくなっちゃった。
Damn, he pulled out his compliment trophy.
The flex?
Damn,
Awesome.
damn.
なんかちょっとトロフィー持ちながら見たくなっちゃったな。
He's like, oh, now I want to watch this while holding my trophy.
What a fucking chat.
What a flex.
なんかトロフィー持ちながら見たくなっちゃった。
Alright, let's see what he says.
いいやばれ。でも
Good
ね
match,
リッキー
Rikir.
やっぱね多分やってないんやろうなっていう印象がすごいあってっていうのがコンボがすげえ安いんだよな。
So he
最適
says
化され
like
てないからプレア版で。
so he says like I can tell that Rikir hasn't been playing the game because his combos are really bad. That word obviously. He says like Yasui, which means like, you know, very low damage.
Okay.
He's like he's got, I think he's gotten better combos in clear and he's just not doing them.
Yeah. It's true, it's true.
いい壊し。
Good match. Good
これ
2A
ね
says.
結構重いんですよ。
This is pretty heavy. He says while hefting the trophy.
いい投げでいい投げ抜け。
Good throw and a
ちょっと
good
待
throw
ってちょっと待っ
tech.
て
Huh?
Put the trophy down.
He's like, wait, this is actually important.
これはね、
Alright.
かなりレベ
Wait,
ル
he
高い
got
コンボが
the
あっ
he
て
got the Adidas shirt drip.
今この一瞬何気なかったけど、めっちゃレベル高くて、
Mhm.
So he says this moment seems simple, but it's very high level.
この時点で周期ほぼ5分じゃん。
At this point, they're like even on cycle,
リッ
or
キー
even
が
on
ゲー
grid.
ジがないから、ゲージが
And
なくて
Rikir doesn't have meter.
あ僕真面目やからね。根が真面目。リッキー側がゲージがなくて、で、グリッドを追いかけてる状況じゃん。だからこの周期って絶対にいるのよ。ないともう 時間もないから勝てないからこのラウンド。
Yeah, so he
だか
says
ら
like
絶対
Rikir
切り
doesn't
に行か
have
ないといけ
meter
ないから
and he's
ア
behind
サル
on
ト
grid.
で割りに行く選択肢を取ってるリッキー側。これマジでこの一手がまず大正解で、
So
多
pause.
分
So he says Rikir's behind on grid. There's not much time left, and he has 0 meter essentially. So Rikir has to win this cycle to be able to win this round. To have a decent chance at winning this round, and so he goes for assault here. He says this choice is exactly the right choice. This is a good choice.
トナム側はそれ分かってるんでしょうね。シールドとか押してないじゃん。
The Outland player knows that, isn't shielding.
アサルトに対しても。だから周期を守る前提の行動をしてるんだよね。これはトナム側がクソ偉い。この攻防がまず一つすげえ大事。
Yeah. So pause. And then so he says the Outland isn't doing anything risky, is essentially just taking actions to keep the grid lead. Like essentially the defender in the grid fight that's happening right now. And that is also exactly the right choice. So he's saying like this Outland player is making like exactly the right choices in this grid fight.
Hey, let's go Omni.
Pog?
で、アサルト見とるわ。だから遅らせでいってるでしょ。遅らせ打撃におわせて投げに行ってるんですよね。これ2手目がめっちゃ偉い。これクソ偉くて。
The second choice here is Rikir sees that the assault was blocked and goes for a dash up delay throw. And Clearlamp says that is an amazing decision to go for. Incredibly good as a second option after that. And yeah, then keep going.
最速投げ抜けじゃないんですよ。トナム側が。
Oh my god.
ここね。
Level 1 goblin.
アサルト遅らせ投げ抜けしてるんですよ。最速投げ抜けじゃなくて。だから多分仕込み系でなんかやってるんやと思うんですけど。
So then he points out here that Omni doesn't just tech the throw. It's very clearly a delayed throw tech OS.
Yeah.
Which is, again, the right choice in that situation.
Yeah, good stuff, Omni.
これがクソ偉い。マジで偉い。
This is incredibly good.
投げ抜けたら投げ抜けた側が有利じゃん。だからトナム前に出れるよ。で、前に出て、こいつ周期意識高いわ。仕込むやろっていう、これグラつぶし中断なんですよね。
So he says, so your plus after throw tech, so you go to enforce that frame advantage, and then you know that Rikir is trying to get cycle, and so you do the overhead to try to break the throw tech. So you go to do the dash 2A, and you know that Rikir is looking to try to secure cycle, and so he's probably OSing in this situation, which is why you would go for the overhead here in this situation.
Yeah, because what Omni actually did there, I don't know if Omni was, I mean, I'm sure Omni was thinking about it, was that 2A, 6B, when you do dash into 2A, when you tick throwing people, their shield pops out if they're 1ADing. Or if they're doing 1FFOS, right? So doing dash 2A, then 6B, you're basically potentially crushing the 1AD in that situation if Rikir was OSing. So that overhead was good for that. Is what Clim is saying, right? Basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
グラつぶし中断してるんですけど、これ
Yeah.
をちゃんと
OS crush overhead.
Yeah.
なん
Yeah.
か多分ね、仕込みのタイミングがリッキー側が早かったんやと思う。でも中断見てからちゃんと立ちができてるんですよね。で、ここが偉くて、で、これで周期取れてる。ここまでのこのワンセットの中で、これむちゃくちゃレベル高い。これマジでレベル高い。
So pause. So he says, yeah, Rikir probably OS'd early in this situation, which is why that 6B didn't actually grid break him.
Mm-hmm.
And was able to stand block in time to block the overhead, and thus he won grid. So he's saying here, like, that one sequence of events is extremely high level in this set.
Yeah.
これだけで、この2人、ウニ力高いなっていうのがわかる。
That one sequence tells him
大事さ
that
分かってほしい。
yeah, that one sequence tells him that both of these players are very good at playing Uni.
I
Like,
see.
they understand how to play Uni.
Pog
もう一回
champion?
行くでもう一回行きます。もう一回行きますね。
He's rewatching it.
投げし削り、遅らせ投げ、グラつぶし。 で、対してシールド取って周期が取れて状況有利を取っていく。これマジでレベル高い。理想を言う
very, very high
と、
level
トナム
of this.
側としては多分攻めなくてもよかった。理想を言うとですけどね。
Yeah, so ideally, the
た
Elton
だ、
player
これダッシュ
wouldn't
2A
have
は
done the
やっぱ
pressure in
有
the
利
first
取ってる
place
か
to allow
ら、
that
打ちに
shield.
行く気持ちもすげえわかる。だから、トナムがめっちゃ悪い選択肢をしたわけではない。この
So
時点
it's
で
not that it was a
周期を取ってるんだ。
bad thing that
で、か
Omni
つ
went
時
for
間
that
が
dash
微妙で、
2A
ここ
after
で
taking the throw,
Yeah.
because you're at advantage. But ideally he shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Or ideally, like that would have secured the grid for him if he hadn't done that.
I think a better choice here for Omni would just be staying back or pressing one button because you don't want to risk a blue shield here. I think that's basically what clearlamp is saying.
Enough.
Enough.
選択すると、仮に延期動画が荒らしに来てたら負けちゃうから、ここの
Or
ダッシュ
or even assault. You know, assault here would be amazing because
Neff, bro.
if they're trying to simp for the grid by just like crowd shielding, then you just completely crush the 1D here. So assault would be really good here too.
And he wouldn't FFOS either because he also loses grid.
I mean, he wouldn't be thinking of FFOS from this range, right? Like when you just
Right,
take
right.
the pro. Yeah, yeah. That's
But that
block
too,
nothing.
like assault would cream him both ways because even if he did FFOS, he wouldn't win grid, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. Dash block nothing. Dash block nothing is good too. I just feel like it's risky in case Rikir is gonna stand tech and throw him. That's the only situation where it's risky. I think you don't want to be close to your opponent if you're baiting things. You want to be a bit further away from them. Yeah, Neff is just repeating what I'm saying in chat. So yeah, listen to Neff as well.
2A っていうのはかなりリスクが少ない選択肢。しかも周期も取られにくい選択肢やから、ここのダッシュ 2A 自体はすごい。め
So
っ
just
ちゃいい。
that
で、か
he
つ
says
グラッ
dash
プル
2A
の
here is
中
really
断が
good.
選択できてるっていうのもめっちゃポイント高い。めち
Yeah,
ゃ
so
くちゃ
he
ポイント高いね
says
んけど、
the fact that you went for that overhead here is really, really good. But it just didn't work out in this situation.
Yeah.
ちゃんと反応できてるリッキーが偉い。これはくっそ偉い。これは2人がマジで偉い。2人と
Both
も
of these two are really good. They made all the right choices.
これ多分な、でもな、足りへん。いや、足りる。いや、足りへんな。
This is really close.
足りへんな。
Oh.
これはな、昇竜でよかったんじゃないかな。昇竜かベイロフダメやろうな。
He's probably, yeah, he's like, he probably could have DP'd or VO'd here.
こんな。
VO?
Yeah.
Did he have enough
I
HP?
think he had the life lead here.
That's hard to tell, honestly.
That is tough, yeah.
Because Enkidu has more like some of the highest HP in the game, right? So he's like
Yeah.
full fires. That's hard to tell.
He's tied for second, I think, but yeah.
Yeah.
3秒、2秒やろ ?1 個ガードしてベイロフかな ?2.5 秒ベイロフで耐えれるから、これは僕ならベイロフ選択肢だったと思う。
So he says
ガン
what he would have done is blocked one attack and then mashed VO.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because at 3 seconds, that's not enough time to hold VO.
Yeah.
You need to wait at 2 seconds. That's your like highest time you can wait.
Mm-hmm.
ガードか、ガンガードかベイロフ。VO ぐらいでもいい。
Yeah, but actually, I think Rikir, it's like checkmate for Rikir here, like on Rikir's side here, because he went for the gapless into the BBB CCC, which does a lot of chip, right?
Hmm.
So Omni would have had to shield that on Wake Up and then go for the VO. I'm not really sure if he would have had the life lead if he hadn't shielded the... Oh no, because 5B doesn't do chip, but the BBCC does.
What he could do is just block one normal, then guard first.
Yeah.
As well. But I would just DP and Wake Up. Like I said, DP or VO.
Yeah.
I think
DP
DP
on
is
Wake
a
Up
really
would work.
strong option in that situation. Because he needs to guess between meeting you or not. Right, so...
後半の攻防はむちゃくちゃレベル高かった。細かすぎて伝わらないと思うんですけど、これはすごい良かったと思う、2人ともが。
No, if he blocked DP, I think he would be dead.
Yeah, you die.
Yeah.
You just bet it all on that situation.
えらい、3シーン仕込んでたっぽいね、さっきも。
Yeah. Good 3CAD.
6B 立ったのがマジで偉い。すべてだと思う。
Yeah, so he says like the be all end all of that grid situation from earlier is the fact that Rikir stand blocked that 6B.
今、腕組みオタクしてます。 これはなあ、周期取りに行きたかったやろうな。難しい。
Yeah, he's like he must have wanted to win cycle here, but it's tough.
ナイスガード。
Looks like I was parrying the CS there from Rikir. Oh, 6-6
Oh yeah, he does play a little bit of
で
Enkidu,
も
yeah.
周期取りに行かなあかんな。今の 2BCCC かな。
Oh,
コンボブレイカーの最後の予選これ見てない。見に行こう。これはもうガンガードですね。僕ならガンガードを選択。そうね、周期取れる。
Yeah, so in this situation, I would just
う
block.
足りるか。
Get CS.
やっ
Does he do
ぱ
enough
ね、で
damage
も
here?
一気
No, that shouldn't be
こんな安い
enough.
気がする。
No.
うん、安いよな。安いよな。
Yeah, he's like, yeah, Rikir's combos just don't do enough damage.
多分コンボが最適化されてないから、アンダーナイトインバースエクセレイトクレアをそんなにやってない。多分ウニ力で戦ってる。
He's
この
playing with
男は
just uni fundly. Is what he's
こ
saying.
の男はウニ力で戦ってるな。オキャラダウン50回ぐらい。マジで。これ後で見に行きます。
I can't tell if that's like focus or murder face.
damn Omni shirt advertising mix-ups.
3C ぐらい2回目入ってますね。それ読んでちゃんと立ってるのは偉い。
It's a shirt
で
from Guess.
いや、これ、
Uh,
ちょっと待っ
Forget
て。
it.
いや、これね、2人ウニ力高いわ。これはね、この試合多分じっくり見たらいいと思う。これ多分今までの中で一番ウニ力が分かりやすく出てる。
So he's saying like this match out of all of the ones that we've
ここ
watched thus
こ
far
こ
is
ね
the one that best illustrates how to play
1 セ
uni.
ット目と2セット目で 3C ぐらい2回食らってるんですよ。
Let's go,
だから
Omni.
リッキー、遅らせ打撃じゃなくて、遅らせ要素見で何仕込んでんのか見てるんですよね。で、3回目に
pause.
3C ぐらい入ってる。
So he says in the first like twice in that last set he's eaten a 3 CAD. And so at this point Rikir does a dash up and to just block just to figure out what Omni's OS is.
だから、
Good play.
あ、
Yep.
こいつ毎回 3C ぐらい仕込むやんけっていうのをインプットしたと思うんですよ。このガードでね。
Yeah,
こ
so
こ
at
が
this point
めちゃくちゃ偉くて。
at this point he says my guess is that at that point because he dashed up and then blocked a 3C, he clearlamp guesses that Rikir thought to himself, "Oh, he's just always 3-catting the moment I dash as soon as I dash up to him."
yeah.
で、次、これでアサルトで次、もう一回 3C ぐらい釣りに行ってるんですよ。このアサルトって崩すんじゃなくて、お前次投げに行くからまた仕込めよっていうメッセージなんですよ。多分リッキー的には。俺はまだ投げに行くぞっていう意思を出してるんですけど、に対して、これ金投げ選択してるんですよ。お前 3C やったからどうせ仕込むやろっつって。赤くなれよ。
Yeah. So he says here in that sequence that assault JC is him telling he's like yeah, this is Clearlamp essentially trying to put himself in Rikir's shoes, but he's like, that assault JC is me telling you I'm still gonna try to go for grabs even though I saw your 3-CAD. This is me telling you I'm gonna try to throw you again. And then immediately afterwards he goes for the TRF, and in Clearlamp's words he's like, this is Rikir saying you better turn red from this because I know you're 3-CADing.
に対して仕込んでないんですよね、この
But
トマ
he
トが
isn't.
これは2人めちゃくちゃアンダーナイトうまいと思う。これは
Yeah, both of these
これはね、
players extremely good at Under Night.
伝わってほしい。このアンダーナイトのうまさがこの2人の。
I want people to
これに関
understand
しては
just
伝
how
わって
good
ほ
at
しい。
Under Night these two players
これ
are.
は2人ともが
Plush.
かなりうまい。かなりうまい。
Yeah, you definitely want to hear Umai.
アル
That's
カ
good
プ
shit.
の後で見ますわ。いや、これはね、
うまい。
2人クソうまいと思う。
So much.
No throw on the JA though.
Hmm.
Another parry.
スターカー取りたいな。
Oh,
2D は。
he's like, want you to, and he's like, oh, you should have whiff punished that, or like, wish you could
こ
whiff
れも
punish
ね
that, whiff
多分
that,
グラッ
yeah,
ツで
whiff
す。
punish that.
That 2B.
ここね。
Oh my god. You wanna see those?
これ有利
So he
じゃん
says,
で、ダッシュからダッシュ 2A とさっき金投げもやったじゃないですか。だから結局これもグラつぶしの読み合いをしてるんですよ。リッキー側、延期動側が。グラつぶしの読み合いしてて、これ 2A 最速ため立ちし、これ中段なんですけど、これ仕込んでる
charge
と割れるんですよ。
this is
仕込んで
probably
る
an
と
OS
割れる
crush.
からお前次仕込んだら割れるぞっていう意思の崩しなんですけど、に対して仕込んでなかったんですよね。
But yeah, Omni didn't
これ
OS
は
here.
仕込んでなかったか状況を見てたかなんですけど、まあ崩しが兼用になってるからかなり延期度の強い行動なんですけど、これは、
Yeah.
いやこれはね割れてもないから エルトナム側はかなり偉い防御をしてたと思う。立ててたら100点だったんですけど、これは偉い。割れてないからマジで偉い。
Yeah, so he's saying that like it wasn't a grid break, so he's saying that Omni still made the right choice there. It would have been 100% if Omni had actually stand blocked that charge 5C, but regardless, it wasn't a grid break, and so Rikir's like main goal of trying to grid break with that charge 5C didn't go through.
Ooh.
これはね、2人ともうまいな。いや、これはね、
Saying both players are good
にっこり
again.
してしまうレベルで2人ともうまい。
Both players are so good I can't help but smile watching.
Floosh?
これはね、いや、これはね、かなりうまい。マジでうまい。おじがニコニコする。これはね、アンダーナイトオタクにっこりする。
He's like an under night otaku who will smile seeing this.
知ってほしいポイントが。これな、足りてたやろうな。
Oh.
ミスやな、しゃあない。で、ここでさ、
Yeah.
周期取ってるやん、リッキー側が。
So Rikir's got cycle
これが
here,
マ
or
ジで
like is about to win
っ
cycle.
ていうのが、今0対3なのよね。
Yeah, zero blocks to 3 in grid.
で、まあ9時回って10時ぐらい。だから、これリッキーって多分アサルトと中段ガン見してんのよ、この状況。
So in this situation, Rikir is looking out for assaults and
押してないで
overheads.
しょ、シールドを全く。
So he's not
全く
shielding
押し
or
てないでしょ
anything.
上を見て
No
る。
shields.
割れへん
He's looking
かった
upwards.
ら、相手の体力ないし、俺の体力あるから、まくられることないわっていうガンガードなんですよね。
Yeah, so this is just him crouch blocking, looking out for overheads, no shielding involved, because he knows that if he wins this cycle, he's got this round.
で、投げ通しても、多分ね、気持ち的には取れてたと思うねんな、周期。僕もこれ取れてたと思う。けど、たまたま入れ替わっちゃったけど、この投げを通してるっていうことは、リッキーが防御うまいんですよ、これ。通していい投げやったと思う。
So
まあ
he says he says Rikir was probably expecting to be able to take a throw and still win cycle, and it just so happened turned out that that estimate was wrong. And clearlamp says that he thinks he would have won cycle too, but he also points out the fact that Rikir took the throw in that situation is telling in that means that he's good at defense.
Yeah.
That he wasn't OSing at all because he was relatively sure that he would win cycle even taking the throw.
Yeah.
かんかってんけど、結果としてはダメだったんですけど、ここでガンガードを選択できるリッキーはマジでクソ偉いと思う。
Yeah, just being able to hold down back in that situation makes Rikir a really good player.
Oh.
これは痛い。
Like best starter, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
これはブレイク。
One more combo. Oh.
あ、やっぱりな、リッキーがうまい。これはね、リッキーがうまいけど、やってない、やっぱりゲーム。
Omni's
こ
so
れは
sick.
ね、リッキーがやっぱりうまい。
There you go.
He says Rikir's the better player, but he lost because he hasn't been playing the game.
いや、このとこやっぱりベスト8やな思うわ
Come
こ
on.
の状況で、熱波が選択できてるの
Thank you,
が
fanboy.
本当に偉くて。
Oh, so he says the delay wake up here
やっ
is
ぱり
the
周
right
期取られ
choice.
やすくなっちゃうけど、熱波選択して時間稼いで周期取れてるでしょ。いや、これはね、意識めちゃくちゃ高い。
Killing
マジで
time by
高い
delaying wake up here to win cycle is really good on Rikir's part.
これな、状況見れてなかったな。
Yeah, this situation he just wasn't paying attention.
C3 解消って弾無敵やから、そ
So 236C is projectile invul, so it's supposed to hit. Yeah, it's supposed to work,
あれ
but
じゃない？難しいな。C 点率やったら勝てたんかな。
C parry
やっぱ C
might
点
have
率だよ
won.
ね。214C だよね。
Yeah.
うん
Yeah,
He
C
says
parry would have won.
C parry would have won.
Yeah, C parry would have won.
そう今作からなんですよ C 点率って強くなってるのが。だから多分
He's
な
talking about how
対戦
C
してな
parry
か
got
った
much stronger in this
と思うねんな。
one, so he probably just
なんや
hasn't
け
been
ど
playing,
なんや
doesn't
け
have
ど
that
これ
muscle
は暗転を
memory.
返したエルトナムが偉い。これはちゃんと暗転返しを
As
想定してる
Good on the
エルトナム
Utnam
が偉い
player for getting that 421C or the EX cutting sync after that super flash.
Yeah, that was sick. That was really sick.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably what he was looking out for by doing gunshot in that situation. I assume it just creates a gap no matter
面白いで
what.
すよ、この試合。
Yeah.
この試合は多分かなり面白い。
It's like this match is really good. Both players are very good.
ランポ先生思わずにっこり。
But in the corner, Rikir.
おいしい。
Oh, yeah.
もう
美味しい
このゲームって暗転20クレームやから、それを暗転返すのはめちゃくちゃうまい。
Yeah, he's talking about how like it takes a good player to be able to react to super flash when it's 20 frame in this game.
The parry timing. Yup.
これはな、やりすぎや。
That's not a true block screen.
It's too much.
カウンターヒット確認ができてなくて。
That's plus. No fear.
遅らせ投げ抜けですね。
That's
いや、
like
いい
shit, thank you,
いい
Sick throw.
Literally
Oh,
Chapin could do.
で、周期確定してるから前に出る。これはね、
That was wild.
崩し
Uh,
No 3 COS.
He doesn't care about this at all.
もうこれ何もせんでも俺に周期が取れ。いや、これはね、アンダーライトがうまい。これはね、アンダーライトがうまいと思う。
yeah, they're talking. He's talking about how like Rikir's very good at Under Night. Just no matter what, he gets cycle at the end of that round, so he just
ダッ
was
シュワー
willing
ド
to
と噛み
stay
合った
put.
な。
Gonna be a half health lead.
Caught dash block.
Omni looking to go to game 3, and Rikir looking to close the set early.
ああ、いい。よく見てる。
Great way to start it.
Very good. Very good reaction.
よく見てる。
It's no longer on the
ちょっと待って。
Wait, he fucking
見てま
pressed
したか
that
皆様
button.
今の
Dude, do you see him
今の
slam
素晴
that?
らしさ見ておられましたでしょうか。まず、
This is like, did
ま
you
ず
see that just
こ
now?
こ、
The first.
これ、緑確認して投げてますよね。
Yeah!
Green confirm.
Green check.
だと思うんですけど、いや、入れ込みかな、わからんけど、まあまあ、結果としては割れてるから、
He says like it might have been something he was planning on doing anyway, but regardless, it worked out. This is
ガー
really
ドシール
good.
ドを漏らさせて、投げを選択して、ブレイク取ってる。めっちゃくちゃ偉い。で、
Yeah, very, very good.
トナムのこの後の選択肢ってすごい丸くて、まずアサルトから触ってるじゃん。これ多分 VO 下げてるんだと思うんですよ。1回目。
So this
やっぱり割った直後、割れた直後って VO で、ブレイクを回復させたいから、ベイロフって一番ちらつくんですよね。ゲージはあるし。ゲージはあるから、ベイロフがちらつくから、多分早めのアサルト重ねてるんやと思うんですよ。これ
yeah. So he says in that situation, Omni probably went for that early assault, like that non-delayed assault meaty, because he was looking out for VO because he has a decent amount of meter and is grid broken. So that's probably the most obvious option to go for. So that assault meaty would have essentially safe jumped to wake up VO. So he says that's good,
早
and
めのアサル
then
ト重ねて、ベイロフないかっていうのを確認してるんですね。これはマジでかなり丸い選択肢。すげえ大事なこと。で、その後に 2A2B まで行って、リッキーがもうしっかりガードしてんすよ。
2A 2B
俺は
Rikir
ベイロフ
blocks.
打たんぞと。俺はしっかり耐えてやるぜっていう意思表示しながら、中段見てからベイロフ打ってるんですよ。これ確定してます。これがね、くっそ偉い。
Yeah.
これ
So
マジで。
he says, so he blocks the 2A 2B, essentially telling Omni, "Oh, I'm not gonna VO. I'll take it. Don't worry." And then the moment he sees the overhead, mashes VO, and it's guaranteed.
I don't know if that was reaction, but you know,
I don't know
I think
either,
I think
but-
he's giving him a lot of credit.
A little more credit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
で偉い。これできる人少ないんで、これはやった方がいい。中段がちゃんと見えてる証拠ですね。ベイロフって
He's-
しゃが
He
み
says
ガー
there
ド
aren't
見ながら
many people who can do this, who can react to overheads with VO.
No, he's going more on it.
なんで OK なんで、立つより簡単なんですよね。で、
Easier
さ
than
っき言って
standing up.
しっ
So
かりと中段取ってたし、多分反応かなりいいから、これはちゃんと見てからできてる。これはね、くっそ偉い。
JA is no longer on the table. You've been hit. I like it. Why every time, bro? I
2
keep
ゲージ
getting
払え
on
そう
the table and they
シーズ、いや、2ゲージ払えたやろうな。シーズ3回入った気がする。
combo 4.4, but he's got no meter. What a 2B.
交流漏れか
Firm off of it, unfortunately.
He got 2A.
ついに通ったサルト生通り。
Because the verbal cycle is coming to a close. Let's see how Omnideag plays.
あはー、これ足りるな。
You're getting overwhelmed and you're losing the game.
うん、ダン。
Bye.
うん。あー、それあかんとちゃう。
He knew already. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, he knew. He knew it would.
I knew as well.
Yeah.
This is something only Enkidu mains would get, honestly.
Dude, I think it was Dylan who like tweeted like I never knew CVOIW could miss. I was like, dude, I've been dealing with that since fucking ST.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
わかるそれ
I had no idea other characters could just like mash ABC for their CVOIW confirms. We're watching Melty now?
Did he just say this is Melty?
Yeah, man.
I don't know what he's talking about.
これさっきの隣の人か手前サイレント当て身も頭無敵も7フレ神の技入るか水月飛び道具を取った後完全無敵を残ってますなんかそんな
Dude,
感じがし
Garfield
ま
with
した
the
ね
cursed right hand direction buttons.
Yeah.
必殺技キャンセルす
The
ると
southpaw
無敵って言
hitbox.
ってるんで
Yeah, it's so crazy every time I look at it.
I did not know that's what his hitbox looked like until I saw it in person.
サイドの人あれですねさっき見てた感じあんまりグリッドの意識高くないから
You play Akatsuki? Oh, I see.
So what is he saying so far? Nothing?
Go back a bit. I can't tell if what he's talking about is like a
切れてるんやと思う多分それ系遠軌道でもあるサイドの人あれですねさっき見てた感じあんまりグリッドの意識高くないからグラ潰し遅らせのダッシュビーですねチャガグラが潰れるジャングラも潰れるめっちゃ強い
So he's saying he must have talked about this in the Noctis set, but he's like, oh yeah, like the last time I saw this guy, he doesn't really seem like he's paying that much attention to grid.
Oh no! Alright. Let's see.
潰れるけど相手がブレイクしてるから多分ジャングラする意味はあんまりなかったけどジャングラ潰しかそうする必要はあんまりなかったのプラス最強かよコンボ高い
Good combo damage, that's what he said.
これ 2C の方が高かったっけ
Because I think 2C would have done more
昨
damage.
日の大会でサンダーバードトライガーの確認して投げたんですかサンダーバード
Isn't he making a joke
投げ
about
は
Guilty
ね
Gear?
使ってほしくないっすよね
I
そこ
don't know what he's
He said
talking about.
Thunderbird or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's talking about Gold Lewis.
Oh, I see.
多分サイレント側としては割とゲーム捨てた崩しに行ってるんやけど今の
What are you saying?
Game of...
体力状況的に時間状
I'll
況
go back.
多分サイレント側としては割とゲーム捨てた崩しに行ってるんやけど今のって
Oh, so that's...
時間状況的に
He's like, I think that last round, the end of it was silent, just essentially like trying to open Garm up without really caring that much if he lost the round at that point because of the life lead.
Okay.
でもまだ捨てる時間じゃなかった気はするけど
So he says, I don't think timer wise, it was really the right time for that, but that's what he thinks.
緑これはファジーとかではなくて単純なジャンプ
It's not a fuzzy, but it's just a jump A.
Yeah.
に強くない
Wait, could you go back real quick?
We'll go back.
ではなくて単純なジャンプ多分行動としては別に強くない
Oh, not that strong of an option in general.
Oh, okay.
けどまあ通してるからいいよね
But it works, so it's whatever.
多分仕込むそうやんななんかこの人が見てる感
Probably
じかなり仕込んでる人やから
Yeah, he's like, as far as I can tell, it seems like this
多分
Hyde player is
投げ
OSing a
た
lot.
このハイ
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he says like, yeah, you could probably
僕なら一生アサルト押すわ
TRM a lot versus or assault a ton versus him.
Oh my god, dude, God's getting ripped. What the hell? He's winning and he's getting roasted. It's actually to us.
優しい優しいルド
Actually, so I'm a
いや
little
試合時間長いね
pause a bit. So this isn't like anything he said, but I'm a little confused as to why he says I would just assault him a lot if he's OSing. Like,
Maybe it means 180.
do people not 3CAD in Japan? Like,
Yeah.
No, I think
No.
he means mid-range assaults.
Yeah,
which is-
because
oh, I
wow.
see.
right, because if you're locked into like OS like mindset, you can't really react and punish
Yeah.
accordingly like far stuff.
Okay.
I guess.
I don't know, because whenever like he seems to be operating on the like assumption that like 1 AD is like the default. But like I know a lot of people in like NA, well, 3-cat as a default, right?
The default is 4 AD in an A, bro.
A lot of the better players will like
True!
right? Like
All right. True.
3-cat or like, I mean, I FFOS by default. I literally only I either FFOS or I don't OS is the way I go.
I
about
think
it.
I think the that's why he was so impressed with Omni, because Omni did pre-CAD every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just interesting to me that like that's the, because it seems like that's the default for him. Like he just like, because assault is apparently just a very strong option for because he just mentions it as an OS crush option in general.
It crushes 4 AD and 1 AD. That's
Yeah.
pretty much it. And mashing, I guess. Yeah.
ゲームなんでこんな長いんやろうな。コンボ減るしさ、3コンボで終わるゲームやねんけど、マジで時間使うよな。
He's like talking about how like, why do uni games take so long anyway? It's a 3-touch game.
He's just asking himself.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like kind of puzzling over it.
ライベント刃つった。いひうん。5と違う。
Come on, right up
試合じゃない
to AD Nation.
うん、そうですね。ダッシュもあるし、崩しも豊富やけど、安静バトルになりやすいっていうのは、まあそうか。攻める側と守る側が結構しっかりしてますもんね。
Anything?
They're just talking about
Okay.
uni stuff.
それもある。まあ崩しの起点が基本投げやからな。うん、やっぱこのハイドの人が、そうね、さっきから一生仕込んでるから、サイレントも金投げあって、遅らせ打撃あって、ダメージ取りに行ってるから、これはハイド側が気づかない、しんどいと思う。
Yeah, so he's saying here like, oh, the Hyde player is just OSing all the times, which is why I understand why Silent went for that TRM there. And like he's like, things could get rough pretty soon if the Hyde player doesn't start adapting.
Okay.
で、それに対して多分、もう付き合いたくないわっていう上りジャンプやな。
And it's like, yeah, it's just a mash out JA just because he didn't want to deal with it anymore. He says, I would have done 3C
全部
there.
殺したるわって思いながら 3C とか言って。
He says, I would murder all of your options and just hit 3C.
落ち着け。
Calm down, calm down.
コンボしっかりしてるのは偉いな。
Got good combos though, he says.
Hey, combo hide?
Combo high?
Combo Hyde?
That's literally the only positive thing, bro. It's like,
Yeah.
Goku
He's
combos,
like,
though.
damn, your combos are good.
Dude, he's been roasting you, Goku. I don't think he roasted anybody else winning like this.
なんか、ピカって
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah.
Can you go back?
Okay, go on, my bad.
このゲーム、イグジスはもうちょっとモーション凝ってもよかったけど。なんか、ピカって終わりやからね。
Oh.
フラパンあるあるかもしれない。ダッシュ歩いちゃったな。
Oh, you walk back.
ナイスシールド。
This is a nice
これね、ダ
shield
メージを
to
もらう
win
ことが
cycle.
悪くなくて、シールドで周期取れてることが大事。いいじゃないな、今の。
He's like, it doesn't matter that you took damage there. Yeah, clearlamp says like, yeah, against this guy, I think you could just TRM for the rest of the set.
Oh my god, dude. But there. Alright.
Bratty Garmfield. You need TRM correction.
Yeah.
遅らせ。うん、そうやな。やっぱ、多分、3C も出てないから、投げしけか、いや、赤くなってるからコパぐらいやろうな。多分コパぐらいやろうな。
He's saying that your OS is probably either 2AD or like he says like I didn't see 3C there, so he thinks your OS is like 2AD or something.
That was 3C. That was
3C も
3C.
出てない。
Let's go back.
そろそろジャン
I don't know
プ
if he
や
did. Yeah, see? That was 3C. Wait, could you guys not see? Wait, hold on.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that. I
maybe,
saw
maybe
it.
I'm, you know, superhuman in this in uni. Hold on.
Right now.
Yeah, I'll do. Hold on.
Dude, I got my fucking 3C WAP so many times I could see the first frame.
Yeah, see that?
Yeah, that was definitely 3C.
Wow. Yeah, I could see the
Clearlamp
frames.
didn't recognize it then.
Yeah, I could see the frames.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
うん、そうやな。やっぱ多分安心も出てないから投げしけかいや赤くなってるからコパぐらいやろうな。多分コパぐら
Yeah,
い
so at first he thought you were stand teching, but he's like, oh no, you turned red, so it's probably 2A, but yeah, he didn't recognize 3C.
Bro,
I
he
guess.
gave nothing to Gom, bro. I want to see. This was a nice. I want to see a proper like. Bro, where's the Noctis one? Because I bet you roasted him in the Noctis one. Hold on.
Oh, for sure. I don't
Wait.
think I was playing too well versus.
I mean, to be fair, you both were dropping. Do you want to watch it or not? We can go to the top 8
Sure.
if you want
I
to.
mean,
Yeah, which
I'll
one?
watch
Okay.
the Noctis.
Okay.
It's before.
Getting analysis from Clearlamp is probably very cool.
Yeah.
すげえもったいない。投げに行
Oh,
って
here we go. Okay. Already.
Even if he's roasting me, dude, I'd be like, yo, true.
And he's been.
ヒットボックス
No, I get it, but like, I feel like it was like.
He's like, there's
It
so
wasn't that
many
helpful,
hitbox
you
Big
know?
players.
Tricksっ
I don't
て
know.
これめっちゃ良くてこれ
Just
ちょっと
just
ランド
good
で
fight
喋
overall,
らせてこれ
I think the most
多分
helpful thing he said to
ビッ
you
グトリックスっていうアーケードコントローラー使ってるんですけど
was you were wasting too
これ
much.
多
That's
分
it.
ハッピーケイオスの胸のタトゥー刻印してるんだと思うんですけどこ
I
れね
definitely
海外
noticed
大
him
会で
when
め
I
ちゃ
got
くちゃ
nerfed.
羨ましいのがビッグトリックスってブース出してるん
That
です
first
よ
in
海
the
外
chat.
大会に
I want to pro
Oh, he's
land
海外大
talking-
会にブース出して、
He's
で
talking about how he's
ビッグトリックスを持
hella
っていくと
jealous
好
that
きなイラストとか好きなロゴとか
that
を
like the
刻印
Victrix
レーザーで
booths at tournaments in
They, like,
NA will like
engrave, right?
engrave, yeah, laser
Yeah, yeah.
engrave stuff onto your stick for you.
刻印してくれるんですよね。そう、ランスさんが言ってると。
そう
刻印してくれ
I didn't even know
るんですよ。なんかイラストとか画像を持ってきて、これで、
Yeah, he's like mad jealous of like the happy chaos symbol on Noctis's
こ
Victrix.
れ、ビクトリックスって天板が鉄製なんですけど、
Does Noctis play
刻印し
Happy
てくれる
Chaos? That's
刻印やからハゲへん
that's
し、
wild.
It is
これ
kind of
はね、
surprising.
マジでいいサービスやと
I
思う。
want to throw lamp 50
So
times. Yes, Neff.
エボジャパンでも
Bro, Neff
やってたし、エボでもやってたし、コンボブレイカーでもやってるし、このビクトリックスが協賛してるブースを出してたら、
Oh yeah, earlier in the stream, Clearlamp said that he wants to go to America for climax. This
Yeah.
year.
He said he wants to go climax. So like, hype. If we can
What?
go, then
What?
everybody's coming, and then it's gonna be insane.
ビクトリックス相当欲しくなる。
BM, you're going, right?
相手の方ヒット。
I
しかも
plan
多分
to,
これ
yes.
自作っぽいですね。
E?
やはり時代はヒットボック
Alright,
ス。
bet.
Bro, Neff's gonna go for a throw, and then Clem's gonna J2C and just kill him,
いいよ
bro.
ね
I can already see it.
いいよね
I can already
Oh,
see
no.
it.
I
They're
can
gonna
see
be
the
like,
frames over there in Japan, bro.
Yeah.
It's actually so funny the thing where he thinks Rikir was reacting to the overhead with Vito.
You know, the only person I know who did that to me was Tokaz. With IC5C, mix with Enkidu. You know what you can do offline? You can just look for a 5C and just mash VO. When you see
Makes
the animation
sense.
of a 5C, yeah.
Yeah, but the 5C is easier to react to than like Eltman 6B for sure.
Yeah.
で、17やろ
But
やっぱ向こうの強い人大体おるな。ヒットボックスっていう
Dude,
の
I'm
キーボードを
slouching.
使おう。キーボード
Yeah, Clim said that too, isn't that right, Trip?
先駆けを
So what?
He said Gom slouching, right?
Slashing? No, he didn't say
Oh,
that.
bro.
いや、これマジでいいな
Say
これ
it.
これ
I'm sorry.
しかもビクトリックスってメンテナンスめっちゃやりやすいんですよ。
True.
ワンボタ
Dude, I
ン
remember went to that random Smash guy, and I was like, gamer hunch
やから
on the stream.
めっちゃ使いやすい
That was really cool.
なんかスティックがリンク2っていう独自のやつなんですけど、取り外しがワンクッションでできるから持ち運びもしやすいし、まあリンク2が嫌なんだったら普通に
Hope he doesn't talk about the Victrix the whole set.
Is this all he's
That would
talking
be
about this whole time?
Yeah,
Oh
he's just
my
been talking
God.
about the Victrix this whole time. No, he's been talking about hitboxes a bit too. But
目が
Oh,
こう
he's-
からちょっと厳しく
he's like, hide Gordo, I know this matchup, so I'm gonna be strict.
Oh, okay. That's
Oh,
good.
shit.
Damn, no love. Shit.
It comes down to really good matches and really good rebeat checks, but Hyde has some pretty
He's smashing now.
今のところ別に言うことがない
I don't have anything to say right now, he says.
あ やここな、いやハイドには攻めてほしかったな今の。やっぱりベスト32でしょ。ベスト32やから、まあ、コンボできるのはまあ言うてほぼ当たり前やと思うんだけど、グリッドの意識はやっぱり低いよな。
I'm sorry, Gar, but he's roasting the hell out of me.
Wait, I need to hear it. I need to hear it.
He's like, it's only top 32, right? So like, it makes sense that people know their combos and stuff, but it also makes sense that people just don't know know how to navigate grid at this point.
Oh no!
I think he because he went when you did FF toward the end of cycle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Around here, he's saying here like.
いや
Oh sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
this was kind of yeah.
やっぱりベスト32でしょ。ベスト32やから、まあ
Dude,
コンボでき
these
るのは
actually ripping
まあ
me.
言うてほぼ当たり前やと思うんだけど、グリッドの意識はやっぱり低いよな。低いと思う。
Yeah, top 32. There isn't much in the way of grid play here, is what
いや
he's
これ
saying.
はでも
Bro, I won the next
向こ
cycle.
うでも2年経ってるゲームやから高くいってほしいですよ。
I'm gonna win this cycle too.
So he says they've been playing this game for 2 years.
愚策やから。
Okay, so he says they've been playing the game for over 2 years at this point. So I'm hoping that they'd be better at this point.
Oh my god!
Ouch.
that's
Then he
crazy.
said going for the throw at the end of that cycle was a terrible option.
Oh! Dude!
でもほぼ当たり前やと思うんだけ
Oh
ど、グリッドの意識はやっぱり低いよな。低いと思う。いやー、これはでも向こうでも2年経ってるゲームやから高くいってほしい
Yeah,
ですよ
in
ね。
2 years.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
was
yeah,
actually pretty bad though.
I feel like okay, so what you should have done here is I know Reclaim's roasting you. I just want to say, I think you should have just concentrated or run up like one button, concentrate, because you get grid when he like backtechs, and he's gonna backtech off your DP like mid screen.
Yeah.
いやー、
So
これはでも
you know, I think going for pro wasn't the worst
向こう
option.
でも2年経
It's
ってる
just
ゲームやから高くいってほしいですよね。
I think it's pretty simple here.
It's pretty like you can get grid just by not doing this risky option here.
Yeah.
Like you're really close, you know. Like I think assault would have been better, just to
The
gain the
mark for
grid.
my grid farm.
ここ
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It could have been the mark
Yeah,
on
so
the
you-
good farm.
Yeah, so he says right here,
こ
and
いやこれ
then
投げるのマジで愚策や
That
か
was
ら。
pretty bad.
and he actually uses the word gusaku, which means like it's just stupid to do this.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Like it's just terrible idea.
Mm.
ここね。
いや
フォックスが抜けてるね。ここを使って昇竜じゃん。で、
So you
こうなっ
DP
て
and
さ、
then
後ろ受け身してるゴルドはかなりもったいないのよ。まあ正直周期があったから取っていい部分ではあるけど、後ろ受け身自体を。
He
サイドの投
says
げって
Noctis makes a mistake
後ろ
here
受け
by
身すると
backtaking after
目がついて
DP.
こないから後ろ受け身を選択すること自体は悪いことではないんやけど、
So it's not a bad idea because he has the advantage in
こうなっ
grid,
た
but
時にさ、
this
サイド側って
backtack
絶対
is a
に周期取り
mistake.
に行きたいから、
And the hide player is
Eh.
definitely going to go for grid here.
重ねるんやったら
So.
金投げやし、この後って投げじゃなくて多分アサルトやねんな。
Yeah, so he's like, if you're going to do this 5A here, you wouldn't. He says like probably not throw. Assault would have been the option.
Exactly what I was saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
だってアサルトを打ったらそもそも多分アサルトの周期増加で取れるんだよね。
Yeah,
グ
he's
リッド
talking about you can get cycle here with just the
What about
assault,
the
the
game?
grid gain from assault
投
alone.
げに
So
行って
this is
る
a
から
huge
ゴル
waste
ド
on
に
for throw
ゴ
here.
ルドってこれ投げられてもええわやねんけど、だからこれ抜けてるゴルドも本当は良くないんだよな。
Yeah, so he says like the Gordeau also here is not making the right choices for throw teching in that situation because he would have won grid anyway.
What do you mean?
He says here unpause and maybe I'll explain a little
僕が
further.
ゴルドなら絶対に抜けてないと思う。僕がゴルドならアサルトを落としに行ってるから僕がゴルドならね。僕がゴルド
So he
なら
says if I were the Gordeau here, I would have just tried to mash out on or like I would try to counterplay assault instead of looking for throw there.
He could have been OSing like anti-OSing though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think he's thinking about anti-OS in that situation.
アサ
Mhm.
ルトを落としに行く
I think OS to him means crouch tech.
Yeah.
昇竜からのコンセでもいい。いや絶対にコンセでもいいし 22A でもいい。
Concentration would be good there or 22A.
22A っていうか A オービターか。A オービターで
Or
緑を
A
させて
orbiter.
コンセでもいい。
If
Fabian.
you know.
I'll see, bro.
Oh, later. Oh, he
コンセで
says
もいい。いや、絶対に。コンセでもいいし、
Mm-hmm.
or
22A でもいい。
22A or A orbiter to try to
22A
prompt
っていう
green
か、
shield.
A オービターか。A オービターで緑誘発させてコンセでもいいかな。これは安定のタコを取りに行かないといけないハイドですね。ハイド側
So
が
Hyde,
選択肢を
Hyde should be going for a more consistent option to try to win grid here, or a safer way to try to
で
win
ゴルド
grid.
側も投げ抜けてるのは偉いけどもったいない。
Yeah, so it's good that the Gordo teched the throw here, but it's still a bit of a waste.
これ僕がハイドならコンセかアサルトなんで、これ仕込み何を仕
If I
込ん
were
でるか
playing
わから
Hyde
ないん
here,
で
I would
す
have
けど、この
concentrated
速さ
or
は多分
assault.
コ
I'm
パグ
not
ラ
sure what the OS here.
多分コパグラやから、
Interesting. Okay, so he doesn't know how innate Gords play. So he says, I don't know what OS the Gordo player is doing here, but with how like immediate it is, it's probably like a 2A OS or something.
No way.
We know what Gordo players
Bro,
are
he's
doing.
stand decking, bro. He's stand
We
decking.
know what Gordo players are doing.
Oh, 1AD. Yeah.
偉いけど
No,
もっ
they're
たいない
fucking mashing
僕なら
2C
この
when
ゴル
you're
ドを
like
借れる自
a
信がある。
character distance away.
Yeah. Could be that
これ
too,
は
yeah.
グリッドで借り取れる自信がある。厳しく添削していこう。昇竜からのコンセでも正解。っていうか昇竜拳からのコンセントレーションが一番の正解ですね。片飛びマンが
He says,
100
like,
点満点やと思
The
う。
most ideal correct answer is after the DP, you would
ランプ
concentrate.
先生の
Yeah.
添
It's
削
the best in the world.
ちょっと待って。シャガグラやね。やっぱりシールドが漏れてるタイミングが早いから、普通にシャガグラ入れてるんやと思う。じゃ
It
あ、
says, I knew it, shielding.
Yeah, I saw the shield, so he thinks he's going. He's like, this guy's probably doing 1AD with the timing that you're seeing the shield.
このゴルドーとかと対戦したら、西根さんとかが対戦すると多分一生遅らせジャンプしアサルトで重ねてると思う。多分ね。関西で
So
やると
he says if like Nishine were to play against this Gordo, for instance, he'd probably spend the entire match doing delay assault JC meaties.
Just to crush 1AD.
Yeah.
多分そうなると思う。
Delay is risky though.
これはそのまあ極道組が偉いというか、やっぱりちゃんとやってる教訓とかが偉いっていう感じかな。どちらかというと。か、その今世周期状況を意識してるイカとか自由人とかがやっぱり偉い。
Yeah.
He's talking about like Gokudo-gumi? I'm
go
not
back
quite
if you
sure
want.
what that means. Like Gokudo is like the
これはその
Japanese
まあ
word for
極
like
道組が偉いという
Yakuza.
か、やっぱりちゃんとやってる教訓とかが偉いっていう感じか
He's
な。
talking about
ど
the
ちら
high
かというと。
Yakuza.
Yeah, I
ま
think.
あその
Is that a thing?
周期状況を意識
I
してる
guess.
It's like the hive mind.
Yeah, so
イカ
he's
とか
referring
自由
to
人
like
とかが
he's referring to the fact that like he's like if I like when I play like the people who I play the Hyde players that I play against like Ika and Jiujing like they make the correct choices in that situation and Kyo in chat is like this guy must be playing too often against the Yakuza. I'm not quite sure what that means exactly. But
What the hell? He's talking about Noctis?
yeah, I think there's like it's kind of vague,
Muddy.
but
It's
Wait.
yeah.
Don't tell me he's playing badly because of the Yakuza, like that kind of thing. Or,
no,
or not
it's
like
like I think there's like there's a faction that they're referring to as the
okay.
Yakuza, and I don't know what it means exactly.
Yeah.
がやっぱり偉い。
The high Yakuza.
うますぎ。これはかなり偉い。
Very good. It says that was really
コ
good.
ンボが安
Yeah,
い。
the laser.
いや
But the
高いんや
combo
け
is
ど
good
高いんや
enough.
けど十分。
Huh?
Yeah, my
やっぱ
laser
り
combo is.
いやーこれはねこれはねもう目が超えてしまってるよ。自由人と語彙なしが悪い。これはもう自由人と語彙なしが悪い。本当に悪いと思う。
He's saying like it's Jiujing and Eve are at fault here actually. I think he's referring to himself. Like he's like, oh, I'm like mega
Biased?
freaky. Yeah.
He's harsh, so harsh because of Jiujin and Eve.
No. I think he's saying biased, not harsh. Like,
yeah.
I think what he's trying to say is like his idea of what should be happening is biased because he plays with these players and they like
I think
develop
yeah.
their own like layer of like what's good and what's bad.
Fucking Yakuza.
目には
Yeah.
日本強すぎる印象ありますけど、どうですか？日本が強い
The
です。やっ
6B
ぱり。
was.
Damn,
見てる
no
感じ
Umai? The
これは
fuck?
日本人が言ってたとしても、
It was aced.
ベスト
I didn't
30に
get
は
a
入
force
れてる
function.
でしょう。
I think actually if I got force function I could have killed.
You could have,
Maybe
yeah.
仮に言ってたとしても入れてると思う。日本が、まあやっぱり今ってちょっと下火だと思うんですよね、アンダーナイトって。アンダーナイト下火だとは思うけど、それでも多分日本行ってたら勝ってると思
What
う。
is Stabby?
Bro, Trip, what is it?
Shitabe means like it's like on the, it's not super popular, like it's on the back burner, it's like on the, like the popularity is waning, it's on a decline is what Shitabe
So
means.
is he saying
okay.
Japanese uni is on a decline? Is that what you're
So
saying?
someone in the
Alright.
chat was like, I feel like if it feels like Japan's really strong at uni, but what do you think about that? And clearlamp's like, that's true. Like Japan is very good at uni. Like it's not super popular right now. Like the scene isn't incredibly like really alive.
Mhm.
And then I don't know what he's about to say. so-
Okay.
まあここより上に行けてるかどうかって見てないからわからないけど、見てる感じ、例えばこのハイドがイカなら絶対に勝ってるから、
So I mean, I don't know why he said it like this, but he's like, if this Hyde player were Ika, I guess that's Eve, right? Ika.
No, Ika, is it? Oh yeah.
Ika
yeah.
is Eve.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, he's like, if this Hyde player were Eve, he would have won so easily.
Okay.
I agree.
Bro,
Garm.
why do you
If you
get
were-
grilled? He's getting grilled.
If you were
bro.
one of Japan's best Hyde players.
You would have went easy.
Yo, if you're Eve, the person
I
who
agree.
cleans clearlamp like in the 1v1s, then yeah, you'd win easily.
With like 3 different characters. He would have won so easily.
自体がコンボ火力上げすぎ問題。いや、それ、ほんとそれ。無敵ちゃんもやっぱりコンボ高いし、意識が高いから、ハイド使いって、それが偉いんですよね。意識が高くて、で、それをちゃんとやろうとするのが本当に偉い。
What are you saying?
So he's saying like the thing about Hyde players that is good is that they're always thinking about how to optimize their combos, like how to get the most damage out of every situation, and I think that's great. Like that they're aware of what confirms to use in what situations, and they do it. They try to do it.
というよりも、これ格闘ゲームあるあるなんですけど、そのキャラ使いの人がサボってないのに、そのキャ
Dude,
ラを
that's
使ってる
exactly
人
what
が
I
サボ
said
れるわ
when
け
I
ないんですよ
fucking
That's Herbie said,
was
bro.
watching
意
this.
識型とかが
Yeah.
マジで典型的な
Like,
それ
dude,
で、
It's cat.
あと自由人とかもそうですね。あの二人とかが
NAVO.
1ミリもサボってないじゃん。やれることを理論値で出そうとするから、同じキャラを使ってる人からすると、サボれる要素がない
There's
ん
a
です
lot
よ。
of VO costume in this game.
そのキャラ
Yeah,
の
so
ト
he's
ップ
talking
が
about how like those players that he was describing, like Hishigata, Jiujin, when it comes to what they're doing, they are like they never take the easy way out. They never like slack off. Like when it comes to combos routing and everything that they're trying to do, and so it makes everyone look bad in comparison.
Okay.
サボってないのに、サボっていっていいわけがないんですよ。
Dude, what is
Was
that
it cookie?
commentary? Yes.
Okay.
まあ、で
Okay.
きるできないとかあるし、狙える範囲、狙えない範囲があるのは分かるから、
あー
自分に見合ったと
I
こ
think
ろ
it's too
から
far
練
for
習していくのはもちろん
Whoosh.
正しいんです。
What did Noctis do?
まあ、できるできない
I
と
guess
か
he
あ
was
るし、
afraid of the throw.
狙える範囲、
Impressive.
狙えない範囲があるのは分かるから、自分に見合ったところから練習していくのはもちろん
I assume this is
正しいんです
Stantec.
けど、
Yeah.
It's Santa.
やってる人たちがね、マジで際限なく理論値出していくの
Oh,
は、
this back dash.
これはね、
Backdash.
ある
Television
意味同キャラ使いとしては
Not- not
辛いところやと思う。
Bro, let's say what Clam says, bro.
やっ
He
てる
didn't
人
say anything about it.
Oh, okay, good,
際
good,
限
good.
なく理論値出してい
You
くのは
zooming?
Yeah, he's just talking about other uni players right now.
Wow, really? He's just ignoring this shit. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. I
yeah.
mean, this is top 32. People don't know how to play Grove.
僕が七瀬とかハイドをガチでマジで頑張っていくってなると、あの二人
Dude, Noctis is.
と同
Nice.
じところに
Oh.
行かないといけないと思うと、かなりやっぱりハードルは高い。いや、マジでサボってほしいと思う。
That's
Well,
nice.
juice?
ほんまにサボってほしいと思う
The
ね。
empty
I'm
juice.
サボれる要素
Oh,
が
I'm
1ミリも
cringing.
ないねんな。あいつらがサボらんから。
Not bad.
あ、でも、その、やってる人がおるっていうことは、それを真似するだけだから、
Bro.
それはやっぱりちょっと楽だよね。そういう意味では楽はさせてもらえてるから、いいことではある。いい確認いい確認やねんけどな、今の。
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to say about this, really, right?
Well, he said that was a good confirm from Noctis just now, and that was
Oh,
close.
多分な、ワンバウンド残ってるやろ。 これワンバウンド残ってたやろ今の。
He's like, there's another ground bounce, isn't there?
コンボ厳しくいこう。
He's like, I'll be strict about
あー、
combos
2番か。
too.
なるほどな。
Oh no, that's
なんでないの減ってない気がするけどな。
he's like, that
勝
didn't
利
do
頑張
nearly
ってし
enough
ます
damage that
こ
I think
れ
it
こ
should
れ
have.
これ覚えときましょう。これ
Oh, he said we should remember this.
僕ハイド隊には厳しく。
So he's like, I'm gonna be strict to hide players here.
Oh, yeah, the
これ
side
これ
switch.
ハイドの 6B2 段目は通常技キャンセルができません。できなくてマイナス8フレームです。しかも
Oh,
シ
yeah.
ールドも
So-
Yeah, he's talking about
EXTP from Gordo EXTP, yeah.
なんなら
Yeah.
シールド取り込ん
Yeah,
で4フレームで
But I think to gapless 2-2-A here,
絶
like,
対
I
に
can't
行った方がいい
gapless
しかも周
2-2-A
期
here.
You can,
は
yes.
線コース足りてる。ゴルドが悪い。
I was pretty aware of that, and Noctis didn't even show it, so.
I think he tried to do it because he was
しか
standing.
も周期もある。
Oh,
線コース
maybe.
足りてる。
Yeah, look, see, he's standing there.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe he was trying to backdash. you
Dude,
know?
look at this guy green shielding though. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's
it's so
kind
annoying.
of. I just. It's really risky.
いや、このゲーム、マジでフレームに厳しくいかないといけないから、
Okay, I get creamed
確
here.
定状
Right?
況はちゃんとおさらいしていった方がいいと思います。特にハイドとかはマイナス8とかの状況多いから、
Yeah,
8フ
he's
レームの
saying
敵
like
技を持ってるキャラは絶対にさらっといた方がいい。
characters with 8-frame startup involve moves should
あれ
definitely
は
need to
マイナ
know
ス
about
8
this
なん
kind
で
of
必
stuff.
殺技キャンセルしか効かないんで、連続ガードになるためのエースケアが下段で、
Especially Gordo, because I can't even recco
と
over it.
だから
Yeah,
勝
his
利
is really good.
1P 側で言うと623で、勝利を入れると下段がガードできてかつ最速フレームで出るから、ああいう時は絶対に入れないといけない。逆に波動系236
Yeah, so he did mention that 2-2-A is gapless there,
ヨ
but
ガフレームとかを入れるキャラは入れた後に3入れてボタンを3じゃないな、3入れたら初流が出るから難しい。そっち系のキャラだったらエースケアはケアしないといけないから正しく入れないといけないけど、それでも8フレーム系は絶対に打った方がいい。ハイドに対しては絶対に打てた方がいい。6B よく食らうからね。ゴルドはしかも昇竜やから3入れっぱ C でいいから絶対に打てなあかん。
yeah, he's talking about how you can still block 2-2-A gapless if you do Gordo 6-2-3 because you can just hold the 3 input before hitting C.
Oh, that's interesting.
目がねクイッ。ちなみにシールドはなくてもいいです。マイナス8フレームなので。必殺技キャンセルしか効かないマイナス8フレームなので、しっかりと昇竜拳を打っていきたい。これ今世です。もうこれさっきと一緒ですね。この
He's
この
like,
パターン
this, you should concentrate here.
コンセント
Okay, yeah.
Really though, I think he's won already the cycle, so he should just
Yeah,
pressure
I think he's shown.
Noctis. Oh, not pressure him, but like he should like force Noctis to guess between shielding and wake up or not. Basically,
Mhm.
I think this is fine option because even when you're running here, you're gaining grid by moving forward.
Oh, yeah.
ト
Yeah,
レーション打てないといけない。
but look, this is a bad idea. though. This is a
Oh,
bad
yeah.
idea. Yeah, yeah. Because here, you know, Noctis' first impression, like feeling is I want to shield and wake up, because he's
これは
behind.
シールド張ってるゴルドが偉い。いや、これはね、圧倒的にシールド張ってるゴルドが偉い。
He's praising
これは
Noctis
ゴルドを褒めてあげるべき。
for shielding on wake up. Look what you've
これだっ
done.
て
For simping,
Let's
bro.
go, Noctis.
Yeah. Praise Noctis after he backtechs after that DP, by the way, when he's about to lose the
だ
cycle.
からどうやったって普通にガードしてたってゴルド側に CS っていかないんですよ。でラウンドの開幕じゃないですか。でラウンドの開幕っていうことはまあ痛いもん食らってもいいんですよ。投げでもし仮に割られてたとしてもまあまあええわでいいと思うんですよ。でシールドを張って相手が打撃重ねてたらラッキー取れるわやんですよね。だからこれはマジでゴルド側が偉い。シールドを選択
So he's saying like, this is pretty much round start, so you can afford to take a nasty hit or take a grid break if you really want, like if you have to. And if you shield on wake up and win cycle because of that, then your risk return was just way, way better essentially because it was the beginning of the round.
Yeah.
And so he was correct isn't the right word, but like it was a good idea for him to shield on wake up in that situation.
Yeah, I don't agree with him saying concentrate, but I do agree with the fact that you need to assault there.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, or throw them even. But throw is risky because they could be teching on wake up. Assault is just such a good option because they're not gonna stand shield on wake up. You know, like there's not a lot of situations where you get punished for assaulting her. Is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Especially with
起
a
き上がりの
non
シールドってリスクの塊なんですけど、そういう
non-meterless
部分
DP
で言うとリターン
character.
が先行するんで、起き上がりのシールド自体はかなり得。でもなんで簡単になってるんだ、
Yeah,
それは多分シールドからしゃがみ B、しゃがみ C コストなんかな。多分、意図的な話をすると、CS 周期を意識してリバーサルシールドを押せてるんだったら100点満点なの。そうじゃなくて、なんとなくのシールドでも6かなり得。でもなんでカウンターになってるんだ、それは多分シールドからしゃがみ B、しゃがみ C コストなんかな。
So?
No, keep going.
多分、意図的な話をすると、CS 周期を意識してリバーサルシールドを押せてるんだったら100点満点なんだ。そうじゃなくて、なんとなくのシールドでも60点はあって、で、シールドを取ったらマイナス3フレーム、というか相手にプラス3フレームがつくんで、暴れが通りやすくなるんですよ。だから多分このゴルドの意識としては、起き上がりシールドから打撃を起こすってリターンが取りたかったんです。だからカウンターヒットしてる。
Yeah. So he says, from like the perspective of like motive on that wake up shield attempt from Noctis, if the intent was to wake up shield specifically to win grid, 100 points, like 100% perfect score. If he was just kind of doing it on wake up, it's still 60%, not bad. And he thinks that most likely the actual intent was that he wanted to shield on wake up a bunch to lower the block stun and then mash with 2C afterward.
No way. It was a
Cycle sync.
like how NA players think is like, okay, I got the grid lead. This guy's gonna do nothing. I'm gonna take my turn back. That's basically what Noctis is thinking.
Right.
And that's why the frame trap worked, I think.
Is there anything else? Is that it?
Nope, that's it.
And he's saying that option, that mashing option, is bad. That's what he's saying.
Well, he's like that's what he thinks the intent is.
Okay.
I don't think he said anything about whether it's good or bad.
このゲームってね、見てると分かるんですよ。ここら辺で、多分しゃがみ C こすってるんだと思います。
Well, that's
Yeah.
why he's analyzing the
That's why he said
situation.
it's mashing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I think he was mashing 2C
だから
here.
グリムではない。だから多分しゃがみ C。しゃがみ C をこすってる。だから
Probably 2C.
隙間
Yeah.
のある 2C を食らってるって感じですね。選択肢としてはゴルド側はこれ多分シールドから 2C こすってるんだと思います。
That almost
It's
cost him a
probably trying
cycle.
to shield then 2C.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it is.
So you think he's saying it's like a good choice for the wrong reason?
見てると相手の仕込みが分かるし、
He's
何を押してるかが分かる。
he's like
All he's saying is,
that's just
that's
like
what he's doing. That's what
yeah, he's like that.
Then,
I think he
then what's the
practiced either.
100% thing? I don't
The
understand.
100% is just shielding doing
If
nothing.
he
If he was
the
shielding
100% was if he had just shielded that 2A,
For the grid.
just trying to get grid.
No.
But
Okay.
he thinks that the reason for the shield was because he was trying to make the gap bigger for mashing 2C.
I see.
Yeah.
So
Still
you're,
0
you're-
points.
Yeah, that might be
Yeah.
0 points, honestly. When I
Yeah,
think
no,
about it.
that's what I'm trying to understand.
Yeah.
He's not saying that though. That's the thing. But he's
He
assuming
hasn't
Yeah.
said
it,
it. But
I guess.
yeah.
So he's basically just like implying that, like, okay, it was the right decision, but for the wrong reason, because he wasn't trying to get grid specifically. He wanted to make a gap to mash 2C.
That's what he thinks.
Okay.
But it might not be the case.
Based on what Lamp said so far, I don't think he thinks the 2C matters too much because it's round starting and 10 hits. No?
He was saying about the grid crush. He said the grid crush doesn't matter that much.
Oh,
Like getting
okay.
grid crush don't wake up since he shielded on wake up.
Yeah, or taking a hit is what he said too.
Yeah.
But I think like in this situation specifically, he was just talking about like the intent behind the shielding before that's 2C.
Yeah, basically he's saying your intent to shield should be for the grid. It shouldn't be to mash out 2C. Well, he's not saying that, but that's what we're implying. Like we don't actually know if that's what he means.
We're trying to
But,
draw conclusions,
yeah.
basically.
だからやっぱり風やってる人間が強いんだよな。昇竜だと
That was
He's like ADP?
あー、ゲージ払えてない。まあある。まあまあまあある。
My ears, bro, please.
He's like, it happens. Oh my god.
Why do they
このゲ
let
ームで
him on
一
the
番いらない
mic?
のは起き上がりの A 勝利です。起き上がりの A 勝利を打つ人は
Hey, careful, this is
bad.
gonna go on YouTube.
Wait,
Listen, man.
Go back
Do
real
you
quick.
not hear it?
Yeah,
So
一番いらないの
sure,
は
sure.
起き上がりの A 勝利です。起き上がりの A 勝利を打つ人は
Dinosaur.
徹底的にいじめましょう。
Oh, I dropped.
So he
that?
says like, if you find someone who ADPs on wake up, you should bully the hell out of them.
Basically, you should meaty them. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
投げから目押しはね、やっぱりちょっと難しい。
It's fine. You're against the goal though. I can see why you did that.
32でしょ。ミスったらあかんな。これね。多分さっきと一緒。ポイン
He's
ト
gonna
は
talk about the 6B again. Oh, never mind.
He's zero there. Maybe.
Yeah, I think he's talking about 6B again.
これさっき言った通り、これ 6B2 段目でしょ。
Yeah, yeah.
で、2段目やからマイナス8やねんけど、これ最速
Second hit, minus
エースだと思う。レンガなんですけ
Yeah,
ど、
this is-
下段になってるから、後ろを入れたりすると食らう。でもしゃがみぐらいしてるから何してんやろ。
But I can also
形はないよ
counterplay that.
But then he got hit. So yeah, Clearlamp's like, but he got hit crouching, so I have no idea what he was trying to do.
The thing is, 63C is easier to do when you go back to the 6 input. So that's probably what happened, like, is what I'm guessing. Because when you do 6 to 3, like, I don't go to 3 at the end, I go 6
So you're
to
saying
3
6
6.
6 to 3 6?
Yeah. And
okay.
and even if you do, you know how you start 6 to 3? You start over 6.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
can,
So
if you see the second hit of 6B and then you hit 623, the 6 is the earliest input. So by the time that 228 hits, you're generally going to be hitting either 2 or 3.
Yeah,
if you
in
don't
theory.
go back.
Yeah.
And also, Noctis got hit crouching there.
I mean, we couldn't see his thing change, no? Like, we didn't see his.
No, we should be able to see
okay.
block position change
Alright.
in that situation. So I don't know what that. I mean, did you? There must have been a gap.
No, there was no gap there.
これさっき言った通り、これ 6B2
That was
段目じゃん
instant, like, to
で
2.
2段目やからマイナス8やねんけど、これ最速 A スケアだと。
Why does he get hit crouching
レン
there?
ガなんですけど、下段になってるから、
Yeah, because I
後ろ
don't
を入れ
know.
たりすると食らう。でもしゃ
If
が
he
みぐら
was
いしてる
standing,
から
he'd get hit
Like,
standing. I think he
so-
was trying to dash
Yeah.
block or something. I don't know what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah, I don't know.
ではないような気はするけど。
Yeah, that's weird.
Because he got normal hit too.
What is that backdash,
I think it's-
dude? Please, let's talk about this
でも
backdash.
しゃがみぐらいして
I
る
mean,
から何してんやろ
I hope Clim talks about it, but I really want to talk about. So first he backdacks. Constray is fine, but he backdashes after this when he's about to win the cycle. Like,
Yeah.
and then he FFs.
And then you-
and then you backdash. And then, yeah.
I knew what he was going to do.
Yeah.
This is a hard
Nice.
read.
This is a no
This
grid
is actually a
play.
hard read.
This is a top 32 no grid playstyle. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he says if I want to say one thing
後ろ受け
here,
身これが良くない。
back tech, this
絶
is
対に
bad.
前受け身しましょう。で、ここで今世を選択できてるのは偉い。
So it's good that you concentrated
偉いけ
here.
ど、バックステップからの
It's
フ
back
ァ
dash.
ンクションでグリッドを払ってしまってるので周期がハイド。これが良くない。
Backdash force function is bad.
Yeah, backdash force function. You're already losing the cycle, like, at that point, basically.
He just like took his
で
backpack and
Yeah.
flipped it
ハイド
upside
だと
down.
してもこれ画面がすげえ見えて
All
る
the
けど
grid I was collecting.
This is what
周期を見るべき
Yakuza does to
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
もったいない。たまたま取れてるけどって感じやな。
Okay.
取れてること自体は偉いけど、取れたというよりは、取ったというよりは、取れただからもったいないよねっていう感じかな。
So he's kind of saying like, it's not really like the Hyde player won grid there. It's just he just happened to get it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Collection.
He's making fun of Cookie.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, look.
What?
Last game, last round. This determines who can stay on winner's side. Oh!
今のはね、くぐりを意識できてないゴルド側が良くない。ダッシュガードをすると、アサルトはくぐれるから、
Yeah, he's saying the gourd player there made a mistake by not accounting for the fact that you can cross under people when doing
出
dash
ました。
block.
これ、さっきのワーグナーと一緒です。やる必要はございません。本当にもったいないので、皆さんやめましょう。
He says, "Let's." So I don't know. This must have been in the knots set from earlier or something. But he's like, I mentioned this in the Wagner set earlier. Don't use CVO like this. It's a waste.
Oh.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Is he gonna elaborate?
たまたま感は本当に多いですね。これはだからやっぱり日本人がまだまだ強
He
い。
just needs that, like, I think it just
Hey,
needs a
Miteru to
meter,
思いますね。
like,
He's a something
It's in a
something. He's a something Nihonjin Tamatama. What do you say?
So there's someone in the so Kyo in chat saying like, you know, it really feels like a lot of these players are just happening to win grid more so than actually like deliberately winning it.
Mm-hmm.
And Clearlamp's like, yeah, it does seem like that. And I think in that respect, Japan is better than NA. And then someone else in chat going like, yeah, you just can't hit FF and right before cycle.
投げに行ってるじゃん。絶対足見なんよ。周期を取りに行くなら、まずここはコンセやし、で、ここで、ここ、後ろに下がれてるんやったら絶対にコンセントレーション。コンセントレーションで周期取れるんで、これ絶対に取れる。
So he's talking about how in this situation, if Noctis is backing away like this, you should definitely be concentrating.
ダッシュで選択に行くなら投げじゃなくて、足見かアサルトですね。
Wait, but he has veil up. Why doesn't he just
A タッチ C とか A 投げとか金投げとかを選択するべき。
That's what Lamp was saying.
金投げでもいい。
Yeah. Well, he's saying like, well, he's saying if you're going to do this dash up in the first place, you should either be doing assault or a sim, or gold throw. And he's saying I would do the gold throw.
Oh, TRM just to get the 1+, +1.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry, TRM. Yeah.
で、仕込みも
Yeah, Pro is stupid. He's winning, right? So not the right choice.
Well, he's
投げを
also
抜けること自体は偉いんやけど、投げを抜けること自体は偉い
Dude,
け
I
ど、
wasn't even sure I wanted to set at this
こ
point.
のゲームって投げ抜けの幅があるから最速投げを選択してるっていうことは他を見てない証拠やから、アサルトは今通ってると思う。
okay. So pause. He says, it's good that Garm teched that throw. Like at the basic level, it's good that he teched the throw at the end of cycle there. But the fact that it was an instant tech gives away the fact that he wasn't really like making the right decisions in terms of like what he should be doing at the end of cycle.
As in,
選択
here you
に
mean?
行くなら投げじゃなくて足見かアサルト。
So he's talking here about the Gordo's options. Like, oh yeah, I would do assault or a sim or TRM.
Yeah, but Garm could just be free catting there. You know, he probably was, right?
I was 3-counting.
Yeah, so
Pretty sure.
Clamp with the classic free cat is an OS, you know.
No, I think he is aware of it. Like, and I think he's aware there are people who are using it. But
金投げでもいい。僕なら金投げ選択してるかな。まあそもそも多分走ってない。コンセしてる。で、仕込みも最速じゃん。だからグリッド周期見れてないと思う。投げを抜けること自体は偉いんやけど、
yeah, he's like
投げを抜けること自体は偉いけど、このゲームって投げ抜けの幅があるから最速投げを選択してるっていうことは他を見てない証拠やから、アサルトは今の通ってると思う。カウンターしてるレベル。アサルト遅らせジャンプ C とかでもカウンターしてると思う。
Yeah, I guess he isn't considering 3-cat in that situation. He
we can decide what to watch after that. We'll see. Alright.
延期のフレームがね、ガードさせるフレームが弱すぎて、だいたいドレンかくっちゃうねんな。マイナス6とかマイナス3とかめっちゃ多いから。
he's talking about how Enkidu's frame data is pretty bad, so you can end up with a lot of 360s for getting 360 to
like
lot.
no cancel, right?
Yeah.
It's not that much of an issue, honestly. In practice, it's not that much of an issue.
Dude, he loves
PCS.
Rikir.
Oh yeah.
あと 4C がジャンプ C に
I mean, he got top 8 in Evo, you know? That's his only fault of him.
Yeah, he loves him though.
He's talking about how 4C can't win versus Rising JC.
Oh, with Walt?
Yeah.
やっぱりジャンプ C なんだよね。
Yeah, he's like JC makes the matchup.
ああ、いいけどこれ安いねんな。これ昔は戦ってんで。
It was good, but
he didn't have to do
not
that.
much damage.
He didn't have to do it. He could just have FF or 4C. Yeah.
Reset. Good block.
いや、リッキーやっぱ攻めいいな。
GG's
もう100万回ぐらい言ってるけ
He was
ど、
going for
起き上がりに
Wait,
無敵
he
な技
actually
をこす
uses
るやつは
5BB,
何をやってもダメやと思う。
I mean, he was gonna time him out.
So he clearlamp's like I've said this
今
so
の
many
ドレーン
times
や
at
ったら
this
勝
point,
ってるやん普通に。
but I think players who wake up with attacks that aren't
起き上
invul
が
are
りに技を押せんやったら保険かけたらいかんやん。
I mean, he's playing Wald though. He's playing Wald. Yeah, that's Wald's whole thing, isn't it? You know, doing attacks that aren't, you know, reversals.
Rolling his face.
What the fuck is this now?
Bro, Moby bashing.
That's the same damage you'd get from Omnideag.
No, I think that was just a drop. Oh, yeah. Because you can do like
バレンの補正切りは多分ファジーで対応できるからちゃんと練習し
Damn,
ま
he
しょ
said wake up mash,
Like, you
you're
can
trash.
you can
う。
probably
4C で遊んで
fuzzy
ジャンニーシーに壊されそうであります。そもそも
wall
4C アサ
resets.
ルト落とそうとするのしゃがみ B でいいから
Depends on the
楽に
timing.
ならない。相手の方がリターンが高い。
Guess you'll do one play unit, huh?
Bro,
Let
he's
me-
sick.
Let me just watch this set and we can try to play.
Gotcha.
今の難しいな、押されへんな。
Okay.
Jump forward JC, what the hell?
いひいひいひ補正切りやろうな。いやー、これはね、ワレンシュタインの対策ですね。
Funny.
So what's he saying
ワレンシュタ
now?
インの対策ですね。
He's saying
どれだ
like
けが
this
対
is
策やねんっていう
anti-wall
話や
tech
ねんけ
or
ど。
something.
い
What?
や、でも
What?
基本的
I
な
don't know
こ
what
と
he's
は多分
referring to.
VO?
The one instant. Oh no, maybe he's
好き
talking
な
the
後にファ
it's
ジーするとか、じゃあ遅らせというか、ファジー対策、ファジー潰しのジャンプ 2C があるからファジーは押さないとか、基本的な対策はやっぱり昔から変わって
Dude,
ない。
it sounds like he's saying the wall 360 hack, like
No,
copy
no, no.
pasta.
It sounds
Yeah,
like
hold
what
on.
he's saying is he's saying like all the things you can beat, you know, Wald stuff.
Yeah.
With. He's doing
No, I,
like
What
Fuzzy
he's saying
5A and like stuff like that. I think that's what he's saying. No, a trip. What's going on? We'll do it
I'm
again.
not
We'll do it
quite
again.
sure.
We'll do it again.
yeah.
いや、でも基本的なことは多分やった方がいい。ハッチキの後にファジーするとか、じゃあ遅らせというか、ファジー対策、ファジー潰しのジャンプ 2C があるからファジーは押さないとか、基本的な対策はやっぱ
Go
り
back more.
昔から補正切りやろうな。いやー、これはね、ワレンシュタインの対策ですね。
Yeah, okay, so
の対策ですね。
Mm.
he's like I think he's saying like you need to have the counterplay to wall down. Like you
Mhm.
should be fuzzy mashing his resets or fuzzy whatevering his resets and keep it going for a bit more.
どれだけが対策やねんっていう話やねんけど、いやでも基本的なことは多分やった方がいい。ハッチキの後にファジーするとか、じゃあ
Yeah, it's like you should do at least the basic
ファジー
stuff.
対策、ファジー潰しのジャンプ 2C があるからファジーは押さないとか。
yeah, fuzzy mash charge jump C, right?
I think so, yeah.
Like fuzzy mash, like J6C whiff, or like just whiffing normals in the air instead of
Like
shielding.
partial
yeah.
JC, yeah.
Or JC,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that too. And
I think
also
so.
jump C. He said jump C too. He said JC,
Mhm.
didn't he? Or
Oh.
something.
Well, he
Like
said-
jumping back.
これは
into
裏
JC.
せというか、ファジー対策、ファジー潰しのジャンプ 2C があるからファジーは押さないとか。基本的な対策はやっぱり昔から変わ
Jump
ってない
2C,
から。
right?
これ
Yeah,
は
so
今の割に
he said something about how J2C will destroy fuzzy mash, so you like that's counterplay against the counterplay.
Uh-huh.
And so like you have to look out for that too. But he's like, yeah, you just
Oh, okay.
things have not changed. You have to know this stuff.
Uh-huh.
ワレンが弱かろうか、全く同じところかな。
I think
Well,
if
360
EB からリ
boost.
ターンが高いのは
like as Enkidu, hold on, let me just pause
今
this
のワ
real
レン
quick.
が強く
As Enkidu, if the world is just spamming J2C, or the best option you have, which is clear exclusive, is you can just FF. Because FF is way stronger in clear, because it has active frames all the way up, and it actually beats J2C. So it's way more
So there's like better, even better like counterplay.
Yeah. It's way more consistent than foreseeing. If you just see him spamming J2C like constantly, FF is just better. Yeah. I think you do. Right.
全く同じところかな。2B からリターンが高いのはちょっといただけない。
It's like I think it's a little messed up that he gets high return off of 2B.
Mm, ちょっと待てでもないかな。
He's-
うわ、最強。緑。あ、うまいな。
No Kakunin.
かなりうまいわ。
Midori.
Yeah.
これはね、諸説あった。今のはかなり諸説あったけど。いや、うん、まあそうよな。いや、今のはな。
What are you saying?
He's like doing this thing where he's just saying things, but not like saying like who's good or like
He's
what's
just going,
good.
yeah, nice.
He's like,
Yeah, he's like,
oh,
it's good, but like
That was
yeah.
sick. That was
Like,
sick.
well, like he's clearly like got things to say, but he's not elaborating
saying it,
what he's
yeah.
saying. Yeah.
What does Midori Kakunin mean? Midori Kakunin means green check. So like checking the green shield basically.
Midori kakunin is a Japanese word for confirm, right? So
Confirm.
when they say Midori kakunin, they mean like reaction when you see a green shield doing like reaction dash up throw.
Yeah. Did they say Kakunin if you complete it, or does it mean when you see it?
For both.
Okay.
Kakunin is used for confirms in combos usually though.
Okay.
Like you say hit kakunin for hit confirm.
So what do you say when it could have been a hit Kakunin?
It could have been. I mean, I don't know, like I don't know if they.
Is there a word for mist? Like a Japanese word for mist?
I don't know what the. I mean, misu they say, but like I'm trying to think of what the Japanese like phrase for like when you drop a combo is, but I don't know what it is.
Red beat, like red beat. Anyway, let's go.
Delay low, he says.
ちょっと待てやねんけど。
Why did he say delay low for 2-2P?
Don't know.
カロに近いから。
Not shield. Oh. Okay. The people are cheering in the back, though.
いや、わかるで。わかるよ、その気持ち。あっちへ少ねえな。一生に石食らってるな。あっちへ少ねえ。
He's like Rikir's eating every 2C.
That's true.
ドレン食らった方がいいからね、基本的に。
He's
ドレ
like
ン2000やけど、2C 食らうと2000どころの話じゃないから、ドレンは3回食らってもいいから。
he's like theory
3回
wise
食らったら
like
2C ケアした方が。あと3回食らったら、
you'd rather eat the 360 is what he's saying.
Yeah, he's kind of.
He's like the 360 is 2K, but a 2C starter combo is way
キャラに対しては
worse.
よくあると思うけど。
Yeah, so taking 360s more.
Yeah, he was
not
like,
PS.
I would rather take 3 360s in a row than get hit by 2C starter.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
こういう時は初期取りに行くべき。2B、2C、CCC。それでもいい。
Yeah, yeah.
今の、まあ、攻めても取れてるから、まあいい
For
でしょ
all?
うというところかな。
Okay.
So he's talking about how like I think he said like, oh, I don't really know about like pressuring there in that situation, but he still got cycles that worked out in the end. His combos doesn't do.
Yeah, that combo
I
sucks.
guess.
Even I reeled back. Feels bad, man.
一生食らってる。
He's eating 2C all the time.
こうなったら割りに行くしかない。こうなったら割りに行くしかないんやけど。
Oh,
いいジャンプシールドやったな。
that was a good jump shield this time.
今の
That should be it.
見てからじゃなかったとは思うけど。いや、ジャンプシールドかなり良かった。かなり良かった。
Pretty good jump shield. He's like, I don't think it was on reaction, but it was a good jump
か
shield.
なり良かったね、ジャンプシールド。
this could have potentially been done, and now we're in this 1-1. He's like, bro, I had you. All right, game 3. We get to see more of this match at least, though. That is the silver lining here for us as casters. Okay. Tries to get him with the walk back, 2B, but
He loves that combo.
これはね、延期動使いにしかわからない偉さ今飛び出ました。今のね、アドリブはかなり偉かった。
He's like that ad lib combo. Like only Enkidu players will understand how good that ad lib was.
これはね、
He just ran low carry, so he did re-jump.
Oh, I mean, like at that range, the dive kick wouldn't have connected after JSP.
これシールドでワレン側が距離離してるんですよね。画面端しょった時のガードシールドって距離が離れるから、想定してるよりもなんか届かんかったりすんのよ。こんな感じで必殺技が届かんかったりするけど、チェーンシュートがある時は打ち切ろう。もうヒット確認とかいらんから、こういう時突進技をわざわざ打ってんのにヒット確認するのすげえもったいないから CS も腐っちゃうし。
So he's saying
波動まで入れ込むとか、延期動で言ったら波動1段 CS とか、あとダッシュ B 波動とかできてたら100点満点やねんけど、多分。
Alright, so he says, in this kind of situation, when like the opponent, or like specifically Waldstein here, is up against the corner and they shield you out, you get pushed back so far that Rikir messed up here by trying to do just 2 hits of B Rekka. He had CS, so clearlamp is like, yeah, you could have just done A Rekka into CS, A Rekka 1 into CS. He says the best possible option probably would have been dash B into A Rekka CS.
Oh, okay.
ダッシュ B 波動、ダッシュ完成 B 波動派生とかまでいけてるとマジ最高。そうじゃなかったら、そうじゃないキャラとかはもう A 突進とかワグナーとかもう突進 CS 入れ込んでいいと思う。こういう時は画面
Yeah,
端
it's
っ
like
こ
if
は
you're
してる
playing
時は
Wagner, you can just do
考えた方がいい。
HLCS.
技
Like
が
in
使っても
that
必殺
situation
技
when you
やっ
get
たら
pushed
チェーンシュ
out.
ート自体は打てるから、これは D が押せてない延期動画がもったいない。
Dash B is pretty good, yeah.
よくあると
We're
思う。
coming back in. You definitely don't want to dash D anymore. Sadly.
使えなくてゲージがどっかに行ってしまって画面端も取られて、
Okay.
周期も取られて、何もない。
Cycle, back taking the corner.
Oh,
あ、中段通ったー。
Finally didn't block that.
doesn't, yeah, too many bounces, yeah. Hmm.
ちょっと待てのポイントなんだけど、これ結構あるあるで、こういうなんかさ、ベイロフやりました、でもコンボミスりましたで立ち回りに戻った状態あるじゃん。これもね、まあまあこういう立ち回りに戻ることあるんだけど、こういう時何が一番いいかっていうのはコンセントレーションなんですよね。ベイロフしてるじゃん。ベイロフ中のコンセントレーションってグリッド回収率異常に速くなるから、こういう時ってもうさっさとコンセをして、だってゲージ使うところないじゃん。これがなんか使える、例えばハイドとかEX の波動があるとか、暁とかでもそうやし、ワーグナーとかでもいいんやけど、使えるキャラなら突進 EX とかでさ、取りに行ったらいいけど、そうじゃないキャラもまあいるわけじゃん。そういうキャラはもう今世でグリッドニューンって8個ぐらいまで貯めたらいいと思う。8個くらいまで貯めて、ベイロフが切れた瞬間にもう一回チェーンシュートしたら 200% ぐらいまでゲージ回収できるから。そういう時は、こういう時はもうマジで今世で一生貯めた方がいい。どうせ相手割れんやし。ゲージあるけど、まあまあこのぐらいの距離ならなんかもらうっていうこともないでしょ。こういう時は一生今世でグリッド貯めまくって、
pretty self-explanatory from what we can hear already, but
めっちゃ強いよ。
I think what he's saying is IWCS. Is that what he's saying?
No. He's saying in this situation, if you drop your combo and you get put into this awkward kind of like neutral range and you're up against like wall of all things, just concentrate. He's like, just concentrate, get like 8 bars of grid with your VO concentrate, and then as soon as your VO is over, just CS again to get all that meter back.
Okay. I would try CS here, so it's pretty interesting. Well, not WCS, but like CS then IW. If like a neutral, like parry CS and IW or something. But yeah. It's more aggressive. I guess he's just thinking about the meter, like just get 200 meter, Yeah. Okay.
やってるわ。
No, he's doing it.
もう回収する。もう回収
He's
す
like,
る
you
よ。
have to use CS here right now.
これだっ
That's what he's
て
saying.
これ回収できへんかったら超もったいないぜ。
It's gonna
Bro.
be such a waste if you can't get that meter back. Yeah,
It's true though. He's
捨
betting.
てちゃってるかな。いやー、手に打ちてー。
he's like, I want you to hit A parry.
Okay, here we
Really
go.
in front of me now.
Nice.
なんかうまいこと言って。うん。でもおすすめはゲージ回収です。
Bro, he's asleep.
いくら 4B 強すぎて笑っちまうぜ。
Okay.
まあまあでもやることないんだ。
Whew.
まあでもやることないことないんだよな。コンセントレーション打ちゃいいだけやから。これよくある話でこれめっちゃ遠軌道もごもごしてるじゃん。マジで遠軌道俺の距離じゃないみたいな感じで超もごもごしてるじゃん。ここ
He's like,
ここ
he's like, this
What
sucks
is he
for
doing?
Enkidu, right? Because he's not into spacing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then keep going.
Yeah.
めっちゃもごもごしてるやん。
I've never heard anyone use that sound effect
こ
to
んな時
explain
は
describe that.
早い話が下がってコンセントレーションするんですよ。
Oh, so he's like, yeah, if you're in a situation like this where you're like being kept outside of your range, just step back and concentrate.
もそうやし、これが例えば譲りはとかヒルだとかでもそうなんだけど、相手の方がリーチ長い時ってさ、俺前に行くしかやることない。でも相手の攻撃強すぎて前に出られへんみたいな瞬間すげえあるんだけど、コンセ押したら一発で全部解決するから。コンセントレーションをするとグリッドが溜まるから、むしろ相手が前に出ないといけなくなる。コンセで相手を前に出すことができるから、このゲームはリーチの短いキャラでも全然戦えるっていうのがすごいいいところなんですね。
Yeah, he's just talking about how short reach characters can bait out forward movement from their opponents by concentrating outside of their range.
下がって D ボタンを押しましょう。するとあら不思議、相手がダッシュしてきてくれます。行きましょう。こういう時ね。割に切れた。こういう時ね。こういう時はもう一生コンセしましょう。一生コンセすると相手がもごもごし出すから。
That word that he uses.
Mogul mogul.
Mogul mogul. Like, it's supposed to be like his way of saying like things are awkward. But I've only ever used that phrase in terms of like having a lot of food in your mouth.
Oh.
So it's just really weird.
そうなんです。ジャンプに石があります。
Yeah,
元気どうなら
J2
そこは
exists.
FF ですね。
FF.
昇竜でもいいんやけど。
Yeah, you should FF. Yeah,
あ、
yeah.
よく見えてる。よく見えてたけど。
Oh, Jazz is here. Hey, Jazz.
Hey.
Hey.
Hello,
こ
Jasmine.
れいいポイントあった。これはね、リッキーくん超偉いポイントあったんやけど、
Oh, this is very good on Rikir's part, apparently.
当たり前すぎて見逃しがち。EX から入ってるじゃないですか。ゲージ200%あって、CS あって、で、有利取りに行くときって、本当によくあるのは、例えばダッシュ B、遠軌道で言うと空人脚、チェーンシフトでターン取りに行くことが多いんだけど、空人から224、踏みなりで有利取りに行ってるでしょ。これでゲージ回収してるんですよね。先に CS しちゃうと、
Oh, he's talking about how
0%スタートやけ
this is
ど
good decision
今
making
CS から言って
from.
るから、10% でも回収はできてるじゃん。この 10% 捨ててないことがすごい大事やから、200% プラスチェーンシフトがあるときっていうのは、先にゲージ。
Yeah, so he's talking about how it's good to use meter instead of CS first in this situation because if you use CS first, then he's wasting potential meter.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Eggplant, sadly, I'm in my private Discord. Or private server, I guess. Same thing.
ルーザーズやろ。
Did he say mogul mogul or mogu mogu? He said mogul mogul.
西一生食らってるから。
He just keeps bringing up the fact that Rikir is gonna get by every 2C. Like, the word he's using is isho. It means like he's getting hit for life. That jump was super risky, he said.
こういう時は延期が、もしあなたが延期どうなら、
If you were the Enkidu here, concentrate.
Okay, I have a question, dude. Does he have a lisp?
No.
He doesn't have a lisp at all?
No.
No.
Okay.
Doesn't sound like it.
いや
Why,
ー、これ
what's
多
up?
分ベールオフ漏れたんやろうな。この
He's like,
イグジ
this
ストは
is
多分売っ
probably
て
a
ないと思う。ベールオフ
It's
を
probably supposed to be
4ボタンで
VO.
押しちゃったんやと思う。すげえわかる。あるから。一応有利フレームやけどええんけど。ですね、これはね、いや、なんかめっちゃうまいこと言ってるから、これ、ちょっと待てやねんけど、ゲージある。いや割れてたし、足りてたしって感じ。これはね、
That was such a funny freeze frame after that J2C, actually.
かなりの地獄やねんけど、これさ、
Oh no, no.
イグジスト打っちゃうこと、まあまああると思うんですよ、実際に。
I mean, you can air block it
4
anyway,
ボタ
yeah.
ン押してしまった。まあ、意
Must
図して
have
押
catch
す
his jump
時も
start
あれ
up or
ば、
something.
指が勝手にみたいな感じでイグジストを押す瞬間もあると思うんだけど、ブレイクの時間ってそれぞれ違うのね。イグジストとガードスラストが、グリッド状況のない時のガードスラストとイグジストが同じぐらい長くて、で、次が投げ割れで、その次が C 割れ、B 割れ、A 割れっていう順番で、ブレイクの時間って決まってるのね。
So he's talking about how the duration that you're in grid break for is different based on the situation that caused the grid break.
Yep.
IWEX and guard thrust are the shortest, and after that is throw guard break, and after that is ABC in that order guard breaks. Or, sorry, not guard breaks, grid crush.
Well, I had no idea. What the hell? I thought
That I
was,
didn't know
I
either.
thought it was to do with your grid. Like, how much grid do you have?
No, so sorry, the guard thrust one specifically is
The shortest.
Well, it's shortest, and it also becomes shorter if you had more blocks of grid before the guard thrust.
Yeah, because
If you
the
have
grid
12
blocks go
blocks, it's
into
instant.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
goes
goes into
into
the-
transfer state basically.
Okay, so the God Thrust one is the...
Is technically the
That one.
shortest, but yeah, he
Yeah.
said he said guard thrust with no blocks of grid is about the same as IWEX.
Oh, okay.
だから、こういう時、攻めるじゃん。まあ、有利フレームやから。攻めたらいいんやけど、ガードした方がいい。もう、
So he says in this situation you
絶対
should
周期取られ
block
へんから、
even if
周
you have
期もらうまで
even if you
は
are
ガー
plus.
ドして、周期が始まってからじゃんけんした方がいい。もちろん、割り込み食らわんレベルでね。なんやったらもう一生ガードでもいい。もう受け入れるしかないと思う。攻め切られへんから。相手に周期が回って攻めるっていうのはやっぱりきつくて、体力ない。
So he says
でも
like
まあ、どれ1回分かって考えるとまあ厳しいな。厳しいけど、ガード選択した方が多分いいと思う。ガード選択して周期状況を早く回した方がいいと思う。これワンチャン次の周期も狙われへんから。
So yeah, pause real quick.
Yeah.
He says in general, even if your IWEX is plus, you're grid broken, which means that if you go to pressure there, your opponent's going to probably win cycle during your pressure no matter what. Like, you essentially have no chance. And so in general, it's better to block instead so that you come out of grid break earlier and thus actually have a chance to compete for the next cycle. And in that case, then you can try making like getting your chance to make your comeback out of that with cycle. And then he says like, yeah, but also like it's Waldstein, so I don't quite know if that's correct.
Yeah, Waldstein wants to throw you. He doesn't want to, like, yam at you. I mean, he might just spam, 6SB clap, but the thing is, like...
I mean, it's so fucking rough to be like, yo, just sit and, like, defend against Waldstein. Like, that's like...
Dude, I think that's
like
what's
one
really
hit away
funny
from
about a
dying.
lot of these, clear lamp, like, observations.
Mm.
Like, he goes, yeah, just do this really high pressure thing. That's
They're
all.
revealing some interesting parts about the way he thinks about the game, though. I
Yeah.
mean, it's that thing about the like the way he thinks about OSs is very strange.
Yeah, it's very weird. Yeah. We'll talk about it. Let's just see.
まあ、僕ならガンガードやったと。
He said, if it was me, I would have just blocked.
これね、 投げ通ってたらワンチャンどころの話じゃなかったな。もったいないな。
He's like, if that throw had
でも
had
この
landed.
EX から入って CS でしょ。これはね、やっぱ使い方が良かったよ。とっさの判断やったかもしれんけど。クレアって感じするね。これはクレアって感じする。ワーグナーどうすんの？ワーグナーこれワーグナーやったらもう泣いて帰るレベルやろ。
Oh, he thinks this matchup is horribly
ワーグナーマジで
high favored.
誰に言ってもいいって感じ。
Oh my god!
Yo,
Bro,
Hyde,
they really hate fucking Wagner.
yo,
over
Hyde
there,
is top
bro.
5, bro.
He's like, if you're the Wagner player, you probably just go home already.
Damn!
That's sick.
High top 8.
Yo, I top 8 for real.
High top 8, bro. Triplicate, please. Give me the
Yeah,
number.
translate it for real this
ハイ
time.
ドであって
Come
も
on.
ワーグナーであっても上
There's
が
no
悪い
ways
やろ。
this.
Bro, look at how he's
Oh,
laughing,
no,
bro.
he's talking about the bracket.
What
I don't
about
know. I think he does think that Hyde is bad for Wagner,
自由の
but
国って感じするわ。いいね。いいけど、
Is he being
You think it's a
sarcastic?
hard bracket for Wagner?
今の
I
ちょっ
think
と待て
so,
ポイント
yeah.
なんだけど、これ
I can
マジ
see
で
it.
覚えといてほしいねんけど、これできる人
Oh, he
マ
says
ジで
this is one-
ウニ力強い
the
ねんけ
people
ど
who can do this are very good at uni, is what he's saying.
Oh,
こ
okay.
こでさ、CS 勝利打ててるやん。CS
That's
勝利はいい
CSDP.
のよ。これ、
So that CSDP is good.
100点あるの。ぶっちゃけ100点あんねんけど、この状況の CS 勝利って次の周期絶対取れないのね。音声してるけど
So
取
he's
れてないじ
talking
ゃん
about
取れないの。
it's good.
この時って150点の回答はガードスラストなの。
Oh,
Wait, what? There's no way
相
you're
手の
saying
さ
that.
必殺技見えてるじゃん。見えてるじゃん。これダッシュ C ガードしてガードスラストやったら取れてるから。ガードスラストってボーパル中じゃないとブレイクするんだけど、ボーパルのゲージ回収中のガードスラスト
oh
って
my
即回収
god.
できるのよ。
Okay, so
即回
wait.
復できる
Oh,
So,
No
so
way
he's,
saying
he's,
this. Anyway, go.
he's
I get
talking. He's talking about you CS here. You block the dash C, and then you guard thrust, and you don't get grid broken because you're in transfer state.
yeah, yeah.
But you're
and then
losing
you
100
end
meter,
up-
aren't you?
No, because it's just
No.
well. Actually, I don't know how it works in this situation. Your uni, so
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
watching it through the stream.
Yeah, yeah, it's
delay,
fine, it's
so
fine,
I
it's fine.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah, it got frost, but you still use the 100 meter.
Yeah.
So I
but
think
you,
this sucks. Like, this actually sucks. What he's saying.
but you win the next cycle.
Yeah, but
like, it-
Guaranteed though. It's like
I think Garm wins the next cycle just by concentrating a bit harder, like a bit longer there. Than DP.
but this one is like it's not even up to chance. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I mean, how's enough? How's
What
enough
do
the
you mean?
chance?
Because if you hit him, there's no way he wins the cycle at all.
I mean, you hit him the same way with CS, right? You see, you're hitting him, you're making him lose one
Yeah,
grid
yeah,
for
yeah.
hitting him. The only pro thing here is transfer state is happening, so that's probably what he's talking about. Like, transfer state is happening, so for a bit you're locked out.
Ah, I see. Yeah.
That's probably what he's saying. He's saying for a bit you're locked out because of transfer state. That's basically what he's saying.
Oh, so basically, it's easier to win the cycle if you avoid the transfer state entirely by doing this.
Yeah, by doing
instead.
this and then concentrating.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's quicker, basically, to do that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. That's
But-
still Giga though.
But my problem with this is you're still using 100 meter, and one you need 100 meter as well, and two you could just DP and concentrate. I think the DP is better though, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's so situational. I mean, when would you do this? Like, I think you'd only do this when you're
Yeah,
like,
I mean, there are characters that don't even have a DP at like 100 meter, right?
yeah.
Or like Yuzu with a bad one.
Oh yeah,
I
think
think
this
it isn't
is actually something
situational
to
because
consider.
because Clearlamp saw that like immediately and then said that was the option that he should have picked. Like there's something going on. His brain just works differently, I guess, because he was just
I'm pretty
like.
sure there's merit to this because I don't think you would mention it otherwise.
今日やったら絶対ガードスラスト
So you should definitely guard thrust
選
here.
択できるとウニうまい。
I mean, like when you think about it,
Not
like
really.
Noctis could just delay wake up after eating the DP.
yeah. But if you concentrate, I mean, he could delay
You're
wake
in
up.
transfer state after
Yeah,
that
yeah,
DP,
yeah,
so your
it's true.
concentrate isn't going to give you that much grid. I think the better play here is to grid thrust and concentrate.
But I don't think.
Oh, because
I
you
think
also
it'll still give you enough
yoink,
time.
you yoink. No. You yoink grid with concentrate. That's why.
You don't if
If you're on
the
transfer
opponent
state.
doesn't wake up.
Yeah.
If you
So
don't wake up, yeah.
Like-
basically, he's saying the guard thrust because the transfer state doesn't allow for like grid steal, right?
Right.
And so if you guard thrust, you immediately remove transfer state because you CS'd, right?
Well,
and you grid break yourself, and then the transfer state removes grid break, so you immediately steal the grid back, as opposed to just getting the gain while in transfer state.
The thing is, okay, so Neff is saying, can they delay tech the guard thrust? Yes, they can, but the problem with delay teching guard thrust is that you're not in transfer state anymore. So concentrating everything,
It's way worse for you if you delay tech.
all the concentrate things work basically. Basically, when you concentrate, you get grid if they delay tech there. So you are getting more grid in theory. In theory, you're getting the cycle higher chance if you guard thrust there. It's just you're losing 100 meter and you're not hitting the opponent. Like you're not damaging the opponent. And they can quick tech is my problem here is another one. They can down tech and still stop you. Is another issue. And you're using 100 meter, man. Like that's my
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think it's that important, like meter for the matchup.
The thing is, I don't think so because we've been watching Clim rag on about meter, right? Like 100 meter, like how important it is.
He
So,
really prioritizes meter a lot.
I don't know why this. I don't know. Like in this one, I would say concentrate is better, but honestly, this is crazy.
I think
concentrate
concentrate is easier, but I think this might be better.
There's just something to this apparently because clearlamp. This
Like
was the first thing he thought when he saw the
yeah.
situation.
He's like, you should.
Yeah,
do
and
this.
he's so adamant about it.
Yeah.
He was like, I mean, Zetai means like absolutely. Like this is like
absolutely,
you
yeah.
have to do this, is what
Yeah.
he's saying. Like
昇竜拳持ってる系のキャラはマジで意識した方がいい。
so
無
characters
料
with
昇竜持ってる
DP
キャラは
should
特にね、ここで
keep
ガード
this
スラ
in
ス
mind.
選択できるとマジで200万点ある。俺アンダーナイトうまいぜって言えるからガードスラスを意識するといいです。
I'm just so like Mo, like if Knots had a half bar more of grid here or half block more of grid here,
Yeah, you
what
lose
would you say
100%.
Garm should do? Right.
You lose 100%.
But in both of the situations where this situation versus the situation where Knots has a half block more of grid, the grid thrust one would have won, most likely.
Yeah.
So I think in that sense, I mean, obviously you also have to weigh it against the fact that you're spending 100.
You're spending
meter.
100 meter, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, how valuable is CS at that point if you're using 100 meter to potentially gain TS? Because I know you guys are saying 95%, but you can down tech quickly.
Right? The timer.
Mm?
So like you're like closer to the end of the game, so having CS like later in the game is more important, right?
I think from Garm's perspective here, like he really does not want to let Knots have CS because he has the life lead, but it's not a huge life lead. And the timer isn't like so close that he can just reliably time Knots out.
The thing is, playing high, 100 meter is really helpful. Like just to jail them or just to show that you can with cancel like detonate into something. Or
I mean, I think we're
into something.
overanalyzing this, to be honest. I think this is literally just.
Yeah. Look what
you
Gom
want to
said.
win cycle.
Dude, I
Is
want
a cycle at the end. Did you CS?
I won 180 meter with a life lead off the DP. That's what Gom just said.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I think, I mean, you're getting damage too. You're getting damage. You're not wasting 100 meter, and you potentially can win the cycle. But this is, if you're the cycle simp god, bro, then I think this is the best choice. Like if you're prioritizing cycle over lots of things, then I think this is the option you do basically. Like,
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, that's gone. That's gone, Neff.
こんな時はハイドが早く死んだ方がいい。こんな時は
In this situation, the Hyde player wants to lose right
僕なら
away.
嵐に行く。
Oh!
僕なら
Yeah, he's like,
嵐しに行くね。
if it were me, I would just go
こんな時は
fucking
ハイド
hog
が
like
早く死んだ方
crazy
がいい。
here.
All right, just like the
こんな時
silent
は
example,
相手
right?
ゼロ
Yeah.
パーじゃん。もうさっさと死んだ方がいい。
He's like, opponent has 0 meter and you have 100, just go like
僕なら
fucking
ガン
die.
嵐しに行くね。
Go to
お前
die.
そんな
See, this is the thing it confuses me. He's all about the meter here, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That one situation specifically.
I think
very-
that should like
考えても
I mean,
like that should like
he's all
prior-
about.
like
ガードスラッソはね、
I was gonna say, I think it shows that like how important that situation is to him. If he's willing to spend meter when he puts so much emphasis on it.
Can you go back a bit?
Well, I want to say like he's guaranteeing cycle, right? And he's also emphasizing cycle 4 meter. So it's really like I bet in his mind he's not really thinking he's losing that much.
Well, so
He's
you
just
don't
gonna be
gain
able to-
much meter from that grid thrust because you end
No,
CS.
I don't mean that. I mean using the
Or-
CS later on because you have it.
Oh yeah,
Because you
sure.
guarantee that you got it. Whereas you don't guarantee that you get it, and then your opponent has it, and yeah, you have 100 meter, but
The thing
like
is,
for what?
if you Trip makes a good point, because if you CS there and then guard first, you literally cut off transfer state, and the whole point of transfer state is giving you meter. So you're not
Yeah,
only
right,
losing
but-
100
But
meter.
Jez is saying that you win the next cycle and you can
Yeah,
use that cycle
exactly.
to get meter.
You can use that. You can get more meter later, which like yeah, you have to wait a bit, or you could use it immediately. But at least your opponent doesn't have it when they normally would have.
But have we
Yeah,
seen?
so
Go on.
My guess is that like if Garm had been fucking cracked out of his mind and done the guard thrust thing, the next thing like clearlamp would have like my guess is that it would have been a similar situation to that FF situation that I was talking about, or that we were talking about with CapnSugar and Masoma, where he's like, I would FFCS here because
Yeah.
it builds you meter at the beginning of a cycle, and then you can immediately start contesting the next cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My guess is that he would say the same thing, where he would just be like, if Garm wins cycle here, has Wagner in the corner after guard thrusting, he would just say like immediately blow CS to get the meter so you can build up your pressure from there and contest cycle.
All right, let's see what was happening here.
どう考えてもいらんかった。ガードスラッソはね、かなり奥が深いシステムなんで、ただのガードキャンセルっていうかガーキャンじゃないからね。
He's talking about how guard thrust has a lot of depth to it. It's not just like a guard cancel like other games.
ナイスしてる？プラス11。あー、いやー、漏れたっぽいな、今のシールド。
Bro, Pesto is bench appearing me.
絶対いらねえ。修道生、ハイド修道生。
If Garm was hypothetically not media efficient, I just stopped breathing at that point.
だよね。これさ、いや、やっぱりさ、ナイス？
Oh.
ベイロフを打ってしまったがために地獄が始まると思ったらハイド側がコンボミスってるけど、ハイドがやっぱりチェーンシュートいっぱい取ってて、ワーグナーの地獄が始まってる。
What is it?
僕このゲームやるときに本当によく言うんですけど、このゲームは相手の体力を減らしたら勝ちなんじゃなくて、自分の体力が減らなかったら勝ちなので。
So this is the line that Brett was talking about, where he's like, I always say this, but this game isn't about reducing your opponent's health. It's about maintaining your own.
思考ですけどね。このゲームは
That's my personal
相手を
opinion.
倒すことが正解じゃなくて、自分が死なないことが正解だと思います。
He thinks that the correct way to play this game is not to kill the opponent,
多分安
but
定しねえ
to
から。
protect yourself.
Yeah.
多分っていうか安定しねえんだよな。防御の選択肢が豊富やから。
I mean, this game is a timeout game, so makes sense.
ギルティとかはね、もう殺したもん勝ちやねんけど、火力
Yeah, Guilty Gear, you just kill each other.
Killing game.
このゲームは死なないことが正解。
In this game, not dying is the correct way to play.
これはな
Don't die,
多
motherfucker.
分リーサル
I
やろ。
want to live. I hope you guys know what video I'm
さすがに
talking about.
Isa?
No.
I'll link you up.
だって空振りシーズン。足りてたよね。さすがに足りてたね。
What were you saying? I can go back if you want
力
to.
イズ正義。
Oh, he's talking about how that DP that DP punish probably
こ
should
の
have
ゲームは
killed.
死なないことが正解。
Really?
Yeah, Kigaru's in
Yeah?
chat saying, yeah, that definitely killed.
What?
これはな
Maybe.
リーサルやろ。
Actually, maybe. Yeah, look at that. Yeah,
You
yeah,
can hear him say
yeah.
足
lethal.
りてたよな。さすがに。
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, CVO. Yeah,
で空振りシーズン。足りてたよね。さすがに足りてたね。
yeah. Yeah, I can see what you guys say now. Yeah.
100万回安定しなかったっていう。ああ、いや、 多分ダッシュ A が昇竜になってめっちゃええ感じになったみたいな。
Oh, I see. His dash A became ADP. I never thought that that's what that DP was.
Who?
Go back here. Noctis does this crazy ADP when Garm assaults over him.
Oh.
Yeah, I had no idea that was that.
He says it's probably a dash forward 2A became DP, cross up DP after he crossed under.
Yeah, I had no idea what that was.
これベロ振ったところでさ、
That's crazy.
いやベロのダブルアップはまだいい。
I thought he simply
振った
reacted.
ところでなんで
No. It's definitely simple, but I didn't think it was 2A to be honest. Wow, nice.
He's like,
No, dude, not
yeah, he said just now, like, yeah, so if you do the VO, like, I don't get it. What's
Oh
the point? Like, it doesn't lead to anything.
Oh, okay.
ところでさ、いやベロのダブルアップはまだいいけど、これ打ったところで
I W, at least I W.
なんもなくねえか。
I mean, he's saying, like, it's nothing. Like, as that IW is going, it's like, it literally leads to nothing. What's the
あ、う
point?
まい。
It literally doesn't do anything.
It doesn't do anything. Kills him. One more
う
hit
まいか。
kills him.
いやカラキャンできるよな。カラキャンできるから。
Did I simp so hard? Yeah.
So it's that situation. So he's wondering if Hyde can do anything there. Like, if Hyde can cancel the Orbiter, but he's like, no, but it's Orbiter, so you can't, like, DP.
Yeah, yeah.
But Kigara says that you can always do a follow-up there, and it'll float Wagner.
そうよな。
Where?
A follow up. Oh, you mean like detonate? He's talking about detonate. You're saying you can always
Yeah.
detonate that.
I wasn't looking.
FF, like to be FF, Wagner FF. He's saying you can always detonate that. That's what Kigo said.
Okay.
I don't know, bro. Like I'm
I'm pretty sure that like that doesn't work. Like at least not on reaction.
Okay, Defy said you can't detonate. You have to detonate before it touches FF.
Yeah, yeah,
so
that's exactly.
Because if
that's what
the
I'm saying,
fireball
not on
disappears,
reaction.
you can't do the detonator.
そうよ
Yeah.
な。浮くからな、ワグナ。
Well, the thing is, the way it works for like combos and like on block, technically speaking, it's like being used, right? But you can still detonate it after the fact, like on a delay. Right?
Yeah, but if the fireball is like deleted, then you should.
If it's deleted, it doesn't count as
あ
like
ると
being
思うねん
on
け
hit.
ど、これ、いや、マジであると思うねんけど、これ、緑シールド割られへんかったたびに500円玉貯金した方がいいと思う。大会でもしこれやったら1000円貯金した方がいいと思う。
So he says, if you ever do this assault and you see the green shield and you don't run up throw it, you should store 500 yen in the bank and 1,000 if you do it in tournament.
Oh fuck.
What does that mean?
That
It's
means that
like-
you're fucking up bad.
Yeah, he's
Stole
it
500
means
You should be
like
punished. You
gotta
need
punish yourself by like taking money away from yourself.
money correction.
Oh, money correction is needed.
Yeah, money correction is needed.
Yeah, take $5 out of your bank account.
マジで。これぐらい
Yeah,
もったいないから
exactly. Take 5
500
bucks or
500
10
円で
if
済ん
you're
でよ
in
かったなと
tournament.
思った方がいい。
It's like a swear jar for your not
No,
growing
growing
green
green
shield
shield.
jar.
10万円
Your
貯まればいい。
Midori kakunin.
Failed Midori Kakunin jar.
I actually did that yesterday.
マジで持ってんねんから。
Yo.
It's like it's such a waste.
投げでシールド終わるのが一番美味しいから、ほんまに美味しいから。
Oh, he says
ああ、いい探しやな。
grid breaking with throw is wait, why does he say that? He says grid breaking with throw is like the
これは
best
ね、こ
possible
れは
option
ね、
to do
ちょっと
so.
待てなんですよ。これ、マジで
Bro, the way he clicks it, bro. ちょっと待って and he just goes.
Dude, he
yeah,
like slams the
yeah.
button with his like shoulder. That shit is so
I'm looking
sick.
at Gravy's Discord and I just see people typing "chotto mate" in all caps.
But yeah, what were you talking about before? You're saying
多分
grid
3試合
grid break?
So
タイミン
go
グ
back
や
here.
な。一番美味しい
No, no,
か
go
ら、
back.
ほんまに美味しいから。
Yeah, so he says grid break
Oh,
throw
he's
is
shot.
the best
多分
possible
3試合
grid
だと思う
break.
けど。タイミングがいい。せやん
I'm
な。
not quite
せや
sure
んな
why he means like that.
これはね、これはね、ちょっと待てなんですよ。これ、マジで結
The
構あ
fucking
ると
name
思うん
Bob
だけ
said.
ど、こういう時にさ、投げしけ出て、ハイド 2C2A 出てるじゃん。これって多分 3C 漏れなんですよ。こういう時っ
Yeah,
て。大
so
体
this is him messing up 3CAD
ワーグナーのグラップっていうか投げ
or
に対
3C
し
at
て、
least.
まあさっきのラウンドとかさっきのセットからハイド 3C 結構出てるから、まあ多分 3C グラを積極的に使うタイプだと思うんだけど、こういう時に、 2C 出たっていうことはやっぱり 3C ぐらい入れてんねんなっていうのはよく考えた方がいい。これは結構ある、ハイドじゃなくても、例えば白夜とか相手してて 2C 出てたら、あ、この人多分 3C 入れてんねんなみたいなことをちゃんと考えた方がいい。考えた方がいいというか、認識というかした方がいい。 3C 体育あるわみたいな。で結果さ、ここアサルト行って 3C 食らってるやん。多分この人の手癖なんやと思うねんけど。
So what's he saying?
So he's saying, like when you see something like someone does a 2C rebeat 2A in a situation like that, you should generally just assume that they're trying to do a 3CAD.
Yeah.
And then he's like, next thing you know, yeah, there's a 3CAD from Garm on his wake up right there. And he refers to it as like, this is like a personality trait almost, like this is a player habit that you should take note of.
Because they messed up one time, they're gonna want to do the 3CAD properly the next time. Is what he's saying. Right?
No, he's just saying like you should be aware that 3CAD is an option that they're doing at this point.
Oh, because of the 2C. 2C was 3CAD instead. Yeah, is what he's saying. Okay.
2C 出たタイミングで 3C 食らわんかってよかったって思った方がいい。あ、多分 3C 入れてるわってなったら 3C グラツルとか、遅らせタッチ A とか、遅らせタッチ C とか、タッチ A タッチ C とか、バックステ 2B とか、なんでもいい。
Yeah, so he's saying like if you see that 2C, the first thing you should be thinking of is like, oh, I'm glad I didn't get hit by 3C. I'm going to try to bait it now.
Yeah. So it's what I said in the beginning, but now he said it. Yeah. Okay.
で釣りに行ってお前 3C やめろよっていう意思をしっかり見せた方がいい。アサルトはちょっともったいなかったかもしれん。
That assault was a bit of a waste.
A waste.
Not that great. Yeah, it was not a good option.
It's true. Yeah. Maybe he's testing him again, but I don't know. I don't like this.
Bozo test.
Yeah. Do you bozo test somebody there? I don't know. Nice.
I'm ordering a pizza.
Sure.
Yo. That 60 was cracked, actually. Holy shit.
Whoosh!
Whoosh.
Oh wait, I'm pretty sure I said whoosh here.
Like in chat?
No.
Oh, like in VC or something?
Yeah, when we were watching
ね、
this.
ハイドの人うまいと思う。マジでうまいと思う。
Oh, he's saying the Hyde player is good.
Ooh! Fuck?
He suddenly turned his opinion around. Dude, he was praising the hell out of Garm for the Fox Up
ゲージの
match
払い
that
方
I
がす
watched.
げえいい。
Was he?
ゲージ腐ってな
Okay.
いからこのハイド。
So he's saying like he really likes the way Garm is using meter like as often as possible. Like he's never wasting meter.
Fuck?
He likes the fact that Garm's combos do a lot of damage. Like he's doing good optimal combos, or at least close to optimal combos, and he's really making sure to never like cap out on meter.
Let's go.
I'm a meter simp.
The opposite of meter simp. You punish that meter.
3C 出た。
Yeah.
you slave drive that meter.
You're a meter champ.
コパグラがないから。
Meter champ. You just use it, bro. You have it, use it.
コパグラがないからもう絶対 3C 潰しに行った方がいいと思う。こういう時は。
This is so interesting. So in his mind, it seems like the two main options for non like 1AD stand tech OSs are either like anti-air or 2AD.
Wait, what? Wait, say again?
So the way he like phrases it is like, I don't see 2AD OS there, so it's so you're expecting 3CAD. Like it's.
So
like,
he doesn't
in my
expect
mind,
1AD or 4AD. He doesn't expect.
Well,
those two?
he says it like occasionally, but like yeah. So he's like in terms of like the offensive OSs, like it's either 3CAD or 2AD, and that's so interesting to me because like no one uses 2AD.
Nobody does.
In NA.
I don't use it either because I feel like 2AD is just mashing, bro. You might as well mash. I feel like it's better to just mash at that point.
Secretly top 2 hide.
In a close back bedroom. He messed around Mark a bit. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like he must have pressed a bit of buttons, you know.
Okay, yeah. You can trip.
Yeah.
If you're very cracked and you're like plinking AD perfectly,
you can block it.
You can block the
assault. Yeah.
Let's carry on.
Yeah.
Alright.
あ、それダメなやつ。
Oh, this sucks. This
埋める
sucks.
し、埋めるしって言ったら食らってるわ。埋まってなかったな。
That sucked. That was so cringe. This was so
Yeah.
cringe. Feels bad, man. The thing
You
is,
did the grid thrust early or late.
yeah, you're
right?
late. The thing is, I
Dude, Iceberg Man,
Wait.
Man is rolling in his. I knew it.
wait,
Look,
Iceberg
chat.
Man.
What are you talking about?
Dude, Iceberg Man is watching this at home, going, "I told him, I knew
Who
it."
is that? What?
Oh, he did? Wait, he actually did? Oh my
Me.
god. Dude, I'm fucking rolling.
Wait,
Yo,
That
who's
is so
Iceberg Man?
funny.
Who's Iceberg Man? Who's that?
Oh my god. Okay, so the lore is that Garmfield tried to do this versus another East Canada Wagner player, and he ended up losing to like some cringe reason. It like had nothing to do with this. But immediately Iceberg Man after the set turns to Garmfield and starts like throwing advice at him like, "Hey, you shouldn't grid thrust here. Like our Wagner 22C, it's bad. You shouldn't do it."
Yeah.
But it's like it's so funny.
Oh, it works if it's early enough, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
it works
yes,
with early.
yes.
Okay.
In fact, it's probably like the best way to deal with this because she loses a buff too.
Partial
but-
FF2 AD on me during my second.
But he fucked up. He fucked up and got it blocked. And so like Iceberg Man
comes in.
is like,
Immediately.
"I told you,
Told you, bro.
You know?
Oh my
I
god.
told you to fucking never grid thrust that again." So he's like instant validation for
Yeah,
the bad
yeah.
advice, you know.
Dude, how long ago was this? This feels ancient, bro.
It was ancient. Like
Oh
it was
my God.
Garmfield's like first offline event or like experience, like in a local.
Dude, he still remembers that. I can't believe it. He added him instantly.
Dude, so funny.
Like I don't even play the
Funny 'cause
game
I
anymore.
saw it and I immediately thought of Iceberg Man, and then Garfield goes in the chat, and the worst part, and I'm like, I fucking know it's Iceberg Man. Holy
Oh,
shit, that's really funny.
My god, the guy doesn't even play the game anymore.
That shit is so funny.
So cursed.
You know, this is actually so hard to do. Not gonna lie. Like, have you guys tried doing it in training mode? You have to be so quick with your guard thrust. If you're even a bit late, it doesn't
Yeah,
punish.
you get whomped.
Yeah.
I mean, can't you do it like as soon as you see Super
No,
Flash?
you-
Because you're in blocks, you're jailed into the 22C, right?
You can, right? But like, if you like wait to react to 2-2C,
If you do it
I
on
think
the
at
wrong
that
hit,
point,
like you do it on the
that's
wrong
it.
hit, and you get whomped.
How many hits does 22C have?
Like 4, I think. I don't even know, bro.
Okay.
Don't take my word on that. I don't know.
I think it's 4, yeah.
I don't know. But let's say you do, I don't know, 2/6A, 2/6C. Are you gonna go for that one, huh? Let's say they mess up. Like you
How
gotta,
the
like,
fuck
you
do you
know.
mess it up like that?
But yeah.
Dude, that was adorable. Did you hear that?
He said nice to meet you or
Yeah.
something.
Because
Is it?
T-Sama put
この
emotes
回
in
の
the
人ちゃん
chat.
と埋めるし、
あ
埋
let me see.
めるしって言ったら食らってるわ。埋まってなかったな。
Holding the CS. Yeah, he's gonna try to just gap.
あ、それダメなやつダメなやつ
Oh.
ヤッホー
He's gonna have to go for a mix up here.
T 様 T Welcome to my stream.
Welcome to my stream.
Nice to meet you.
That was so adorable. Holy shit.
ワーグナーの 22C あ、うまいな 22C に対しては暗転後に入れないと暗転前かに竜巻 D 入れとかないとガードされちゃうから気をつけようね。ちなみに僕はガードキャンセル入れない
Oh.
こ
The
れはでも諸
CBT.
説あると思う
Here we go, Noctis. Gets the throw. Oh, he's gonna have enough for double super. It's not gonna kill, but again, so cool.
これ足りへんやんこれやる必要あったか
This is bad. This is bad.
So he was like, that didn't kill. Did he need to do that?
Bro, are you serious? Are you serious? Please don't be. Please, you're lying, bro.
あーブレイクやな
You're lying. You're lying. He didn't say that, bro.
He did.
You're lying, bro. There's no way.
これはでも諸説あると思う
Here we go, Noctis. Missetsu Yaru gets the throw. Oh, he's gonna have enough for double super. It's not gonna kill, but again, so cool.
これ足りへんやんこれやる必要あったか
Is that what he said right now? Is that what he
Yeah,
said?
that's what he said.
Oh,
Tari
my-
Henya is like, it doesn't do enough. And then Yarihitsu Ataka is like, did he need to do that?
Bro. Dude, really?
I
Damn.
think because it's one more touch anyway, right?
Is it though? I mean, you're throwing him, right? Upper throw is not
No.
one more touch. Like,
Right,
でも諸
but
説あると思う
like here,
Okay,
here it's not
so
one more
here-
touch.
no,
Upper
it's
throw.
two touch, right?
Yeah.
But even if he wasn't in veil off, it's still two touch.
Siphon.
Sivo. Yeah. Okay, I'll Sivo. Yeah, that's enough. That's
kills.
enough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh
that's
my God.
enough. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was more than enough. What the fuck?
That looked barely enough, honestly.
That's like extremely unoptimal. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That looked
PCS
like
does a lot more.
that looked like 2400 off a
What
TRM.
was-
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was cool. 2.4, yeah.
And it beats everything. It's good.
Damn, why the fuck did you get that off a TRM?
Yeah, I'm chilling. Hey, what's up, Zyke? Did he have 40% though? That's the question. Like he had like, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Let's
It
look
was-
back at it.
we'll
Yeah, I
look
mean
at
the
it.
conversation's moot because
Yeah.
he still won regardless. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's,
It looked like 40%. This looks like 40%. So.
you're not streaming your.
Oh, I'm not.
browser
Whoops,
anymore.
whoops. I'll do it now. My bad. Here you go.
Yeah, I'd say it's about 40%.
I think you kill. I think you kill here with a throw and a theorem without VO.
I think it kills.
Yeah.
But I guess like
I
the
don't think it
issue
kills.
is that like the argument was originally, is the VO strip at the end of that combo worth it? And I think in this situation the 2-touch with the VO strip is stronger. Like it's less ambiguous. Right? Because you can just do like you said, Mo, you can just do your throw combo into your IW like Nuts did and just TRM for the win.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's very. You have 2 buffs and you're in front of the opponent, and you're just you have CS still, and everything is still good.
Yeah.
So I feel like
It seems like VO Wagner's. I mean, I think I don't know. I remember in that like Brett summary, it says somewhere that like Lamp says that he doesn't like the way that it like forces you to act, or forces the Wagner player to act specifically.
I don't feel like it does that that much though, because you can still P2C if you really cannot open them up like after a throw. Like
Yeah.
I think.
But
I think it's good.
I think Lamp's philosophy is that he'd rather spend his meter on his own terms, essentially, and like he really values meter.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, this is if you VO here, he would probably. I mean, like you can also argue that like you can't actually VO if you're put into a defensive position while you have CVO up, or while you have veil off up, right? So that's another like defensive option that's locked away from you during that period.
Yeah, Kakazo makes a good point. When you're in VO, you're not building any meter.
That's true. So you're losing like a good chunk of what makes CSing worth it to clearlamp.
Clearlamp's just sitting there like the.
Oh wait, that's not true.
The caveman SpongeBob meme. He's like, "Where's my meter?"
I guess so. Technically, if you CS while you have VO active, it adds to your remaining VO time, which isn't necessarily the same as building the meter back, but
I feel like it's worth, because let's say he doesn't open Garm up, let's say he takes a throw, even if Garm like does his pressure and everything, he still has VO concentrate, which is OP. Like he still has like all the perks of VO and like the damage increase, the 1-touch kill potential. It's like it's really good. Yeah, I didn't know that times. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, it has time.
Okay. But anyway, Clim thinks it's not really much use here.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the rest of this VOD at some point, and I'm gonna see if he explains himself more, and if he does, I'll come back. The stream starting soon thing.
By the way, guys, everybody follow Triplicate, who I'm gonna raid right now. He's the person translating these VODs for you. It isn't me. It's not Mark. It's not Jazz. It's this guy, bro. Like, we're here, like, just picking his brain, like, about what's going on with Clamp, etc. Yeah. So definitely follow and sub the Trip. All right. Let me see. You streaming?
Okay. Yeah, I can start streaming. Wait, hold on.
And yeah, thanks for the follows and subs, guys. Appreciate it.
I think I should be streaming.
Okay.
I should mute my own mic.
Oh yeah, I just need your name, right? Yeah.
Play some horrible music while people are waiting.
Yeah, you could just do a waiting. Yeah.